Hello, everybody, and welcome into Ray Fisher Stadium here at the Wilpon Baseball Softball Complex on the campus of the University of Michigan for WCBN sports coverage of Michigan baseball. Austin Falco alongside Andy Laidlaw here for WCBN's first broadcast of Michigan baseball this season, in which they will welcome in for the second time of this four-game series the Manhattan Jaspers. Michigan off to a hot start this season, as is Michigan's starting pitcher today, Carl Kaufman, on the mound. And Andy, you had a little bit to say about just how well Kaufman has started this season off.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a fantastic two in the starting staff this year. Carl Kaufman, 3-1 with a 1.2 ERA. The impressive stat, he's got an opponent batting average of 135. He's been absolutely fantastic this year. Tommy Henry's been getting a lot of the notice, but he's been absolutely excellent in the two spot for this team. And he's got one loss, and he came against USC where he went 7 innings and gave up 2 runs. So really, he's had a just about perfect performance you can ask for any guy who's a second in the rotation.
Yeah, Carl Kaufman, as mentioned, will be taking the mound for the Wolverines to start things off today. The lineup he will face for the Jaspers of Manhattan. Leading off playing second base will be Matt Alfonso. Following him will be Sean Blake at first base for the Jaspers. Nick Samillo starts in right field. He'll bat third. That's the 3 guaranteed to come up this inning. Matt Padre is the 4 hitter, as it looks like Matt Alfonso, the leadoff hitter, is stepping up to the plate right now to get things started.
Little wet outside today. It's going to be hard for Kaufman to get a lot of spin on his curveball and slider. So today he's going to have to finesse, hit the corners, and try to get first pitch strikes.
Alfonso, the right-handed hitting freshman, steps up the plate, squares to bunt, pulls back, but takes strike one right down the pipe. Finishing off the Manhattan lineup, as mentioned, Matt Padre batting fourth is the catcher. Designated hitter is Dominic Palma. He'll bat fifth. At third base is Alex Serta. He bats sixth, as the 0-1 pitch from Kaufman is bounced towards third, but that'll go foul. Gloved over there by Jimmy Kerr. But the count goes to 0-2.
0-2 pitch, guy. Look to get something outside here. Don't leave anything over the plate. Keep it simple. Don't give anything for Alfonso to hit.
Alfonso, as mentioned, the freshman, hitting right-handed. Diminutive in stature is Alfonso. Stands very close to the plate, wide open stance.
Yeah.
Waits the 0-2 from Kaufman, bounces in the plate. Nice stop back there by Joe Donovan. Counts 1-2.
Yeah, it looks like it's Alfonso's second start this season, yet to get a hit. He's got 2 at-bats. He's been 0-2.
Alfonso stands in there just 5'6", 155 out of Miami, Florida. The 1-2 pitch from Kaufman on the way. Righty to righty, just misses outside. Ball 2, and we're evened up at 2-2.
Very solid 1-2 pitch there, just a little bit outside. Try to get him to reach a little bit. See if he can go outside that zone and try to swing on a bad pitch. That was a good pitcher by Kaufman.
Hey, just as you mentioned, trying to stay away there from Alfonso is the right-hander from Michigan. He winds and fires a 2-2 pitch. That one bounces in the dirt a little bit inside as well, stopped by Donovan behind the plate, but the count runs to 3-2 now, so great job by Alfonso sticking in there and running this one full.
Yeah, and every face, like you said, a 5'6" guy. The zone is obviously smaller. It's gonna be harder to hit it, but Alfonso has so far had pretty good plate presence. It's good take on that 1-2 pitch. Like I said, that was barely outside.
Kaufman now gets the sign from Donovan, comes set, winds up, 3-2 pitch. This one's lined out towards right field, but plenty of room there for Miles Lewis. Takes a couple steps to his right and gloves it for out number 1.
Very, very solid approach there. Alfonso got an outside pitch, took it the other way. Just happened to be right at Lewis.
That'll bring up the second hitter for the Jaspers today, Sean Blake, the senior first baseman batting from the left side. Just a little bit bigger than Alfonso.
He's a big fella. I was about to say, he's a big fella. Got the lefty-righty matchup here.
Blake stands in there 6'2", 245. He taps the first pitch he sees from Kaufman towards second. Gloving it on the run and making the throw to first is Nelson over there. A nice play made by Blake Nelson for out number 2. Relatively easy compared to the last at-bat.
Yeah, absolutely. Take those one-pitch at-bats any day. Especially on a cold day like this, his arms may feel a little more tense, so he can get through the first couple innings early. With few amount of pitches, that'll be big for Kaufman here.
Especially having to go to the bullpen a little bit earlier than Michigan expects with Tommy Henry on the mound. Normally going out there 8 innings seems like it's nothing for him, but with the rain yesterday only went 6. Kaufman fires the first pitch to Nick Samillo, the right fielder for Manhattan, low and inside to the righty. It's 1-0.
Yeah, like you brought up last night, man. That's always a tough situation for a ball club. I mean, they had so many delays yesterday. And to stick with it, win the game 5-1 through all those delays is impressive.
1-0 pitch bounces in the dirt from Kaufman, and he's behind for the first time today. It's 2-0. Smillo, the right-handed hitting right fielder, coming into the year, batting a cool .373. There's a reason he bats in the 3 spot for the Jaspers. 2-0 pitch. Late on that one, and he fouls it down the right field line. Count moves to 2-1.
Yeah, absolutely. .458 on base percentage. Absolutely fantastic start to the season for the guy. Camilo has been very, very impressive this far.
Smillo stares out over there at Kaufman. Kaufman gets the sign. Windy day now. You can see Kaufman's pants moving in the breeze as he fires one a little bit low and inside again to Smillo. That seems to be where he's trying to target, but can't quite get there. It's 3-1 now.
As we were talking about earlier, this is a beautiful day for pitchers as well. The wind, it's blowing in. Not going to see live fly balls carrying out.
And we saw that with that first line drive.
Absolutely.
3-1 pitch from Kaufman now. Swing and a miss by Smillo. Runs the count full 3-2. Kaufman trying to get out of this first inning here. 1-2-3 on the verge of doing just that. Infield for Michigan playing with a slight shift off to the left side with the big righty power hitter Smillo.
Yeah, big gap between the second and shortstop spot.
3-2 pitch on the way, and he lines it right into that gap, and it's going to go all the way towards the wall. Cut off out there by Jesse Franklin. No, it's not. He tries to slide and stop it. It bounces past him. Gets to the wall. Smillo cruises into second. The throw in stops him there. But that should go down as a 2-out double here from Nick Smillo. First hit of the ball game on the board.
I will say Franklin made a really aggressive play out there to shortstop. He tried sliding and stopping it, but it got behind him. He didn't let that stop it. He did the proper baseball play, and he picked it up with his bare hand. A lot of the guys, you see him pick it up with their glove, and that slows him down a little bit. It gives more time for that runner to advance to third. And him picking up by his bare hand and getting rid of the ball quickly and efficiently might have saved him from going to third base.
Yeah, Smillo was thinking about it for a second.
Yeah.
They made a ride.
Took a hard turn
there. Exactly. That'll bring up Matt Padre now, the catcher for the Jaspers of Manhattan. Another right-handed hitter against the right-handed hitting Kaufman. Swings and misses at a pitch moving down and in. It's 0-1. Looked like maybe a change-up, a little two-seam action from Kaufman on that one.
When I think it's 2 outs here, just focus on getting the plate. You don't exactly got speeds there at second base. Don't have to slide step nothing. Just deliver and throw good strikes.
Padre, second on the team, tied for second on the team in RBIs with 8. So he takes a pitch on the inside corner, not happy with it. That's a called strike, 0-2.
Yeah, very solid delivery here by Kaufman early. He's staying, looks like he's very composed, and it's a tough environment to pitch in. It's so cold, so wet, so rainy. It takes a lot of a pitcher, and that's a big disadvantage here playing up north in Michigan.
Manhattan, not exactly not used to the weather, playing over in New York, but at the same time, most of these schools are coming from down south where it was nice and warm, or out west. As the 0-2 pitch misses low, 1-2.
Like I said, another very solid 0-2 pitch. Stay away from the zone. Make him chase. Give him a little low fastball there, and good post or good plate presence there by Padre.
Padre stands in there, slightly crouched in the right-handed batter's box, bat waggling over his right shoulder as Kaufman comes out with the 1-2 pitch. This one's lined down the right field line, hooking. That's going to get foul and out of play into the bullpen.
Outside pitch, I take it the other way. Good. Another great pitch by Kaufman, taking it outside enough to where he's not going to square it up on the bat. He's going to leave it outside, not going to make solid contact. Padre got a little good piece on that, but it's happened to be foul. I will say, though, it's pretty rare seeing in baseball, the catcher position usually is not the position known for hitting. And Padre batting the 4 spot, it's very good complete catcher there.
He's the sophomore out of Flemington, New Jersey, is Padre. Catchers used to be a little more offensively based, as you mentioned, in modern baseball, not looked at as much as he fouls this one off his leg and back behind the catcher and umpire here. He stays alive at 1-2. You have modern baseball, a lot of emphasis on defense and framing, especially now.
Absolutely. We see that with Joe Donovan. He's been excellent behind the plate this year. Hitting is struggling a little bit. He's still at 250, but, you know, that's all you ask out of a catcher spot nowadays. If a guy can hit you 250, 260, that's perfectly fine.
Especially when he's a brick wall back there.
Like absolutely.
1-2 pitch from Kaufman. This one bounced in the dirt right on cue. Donovan blocks one, keeps it in front, and keeps that runner at second. Runs the count to 2-2.
You know, and bringing up the cold weather again, you know, it's very tough for a catcher behind the plate. Nobody wants to block in the cold. That stuff hurts, man, you know. And so for him to get down and keep gritty in this cold weather, it's a big testament for catchers.
Kaufman working hard here in the first. Comes set now with another 2-2 pitch here to Samillo. This one is tapped towards, it'll be fielded at the second base position by the first baseman Brewer. He underhands it to Kaufman covering first for the out number 3. So a 2-out double by Nick Samillo threatens just a bit here in the top of the first, but Kyle Kaufman shuts him down, and Manhattan does not score. Their score after a half inning is Manhattan 0, Michigan coming up here in the bottom half. You're listening to WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan baseball. And for Michigan coming up in the bottom half of the inning, coming in at 10-4, good start to the season, including a big win over number 2 ranked UCLA just last weekend, despite dropping the other 2 games in that series out west. The starting lineup for Michigan today looks as follows. In left field and leading off for the Wolverines is Jordan Wogu, the sophomore. After him will be the center fielder Jesse Franklin. Jordan Brewer plays first and bats third. Miles Lewis, the senior right fielder, bats fourth. Dominic Clementi is the designated hitter today. He's in the 5 spot. Batting sixth and playing second base is Blake Nelson. Playing third base, batting seventh is Jimmy Kerr. Number 0, the catcher, as you talked about a little bit earlier, Joe Donovan, bats in the 8th spot. And the shortstop, Jack Blomgren, rounds things out in the 9 hole for the Wolverines.
Yeah, talking a little about Blake Nelson, an absolute excellent performance yesterday for him in the first game against Manhattan. Went 3 for 3, 2 runs, 2 doubles, and 2 RBIs. He's batting .421 through the first 14 games of the season thus far. It's absolutely very impressive for a guy who wasn't exactly coming looking to be one of the best hitters. And so far this year, he's been absolutely excellent so far. I mean, again, .538 on base percentage. It's been absolutely excellent thus far for the Wolverines.
Yeah, they'll go up against Mark Galvin, the right-handed throwing senior for Manhattan. Not quite the same success that the Wolverines right-hander Kyle Kaufman has had. He's coming in with a gaudy 16.68 ERA, if our numbers are correct there. We got to double-check those. Got a little discrepancy today in the statistics numbers, but that does indeed look correct. We're double-checking here. Mark Galvin, 16.68 ERA. He's 0-2. Started 3 games this season. He's pitched in 11 and a third innings, but given up 21 runs, all of them earned, struck out 10, but walked 8 to go along with that.
Yeah, it's always tough for these small schools. Early on the season, they challenge themselves. They go play big schools like they are today with Michigan, so you're always going to see struggle early on.
Jordan Wilgu leads things off, check swings, and fouls it off to the right side. Starts down 0-1 here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Yeah, Wogu's actually had a very, very successful start to the season as well. He spent .375 with a .412 OBP, and he's got a couple RBIs with it. 7 RBIs, got 4 doubles. Had a very good game yesterday as well. He was 3 for 3 yesterday with the RBI and a walk.
See if he can keep his hot start to the home slate going here as he rips one towards short. Backhanding it over there is Bardich. He makes a long throw over to first, and it goes over the head of the first baseman. A leaping attempt by Blake. It goes past, recovered by the catcher. Padre tries to snag Wogu as he was diving back to the first base bag, but slides right past him, and you can already see the effect of that one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sliding around
and Padre, very impressive right there. Got behind the line and really played very good backup, something they teach you very young at the catcher position. If the play is not to you, you still got to make a play. You still got to do something. You can't stand there. You got to move. And he backed up and actually made a great play and prevented Wogu from going to second.
That goes down as an early error here on Bardich, the shortstop. And Michigan has their first base run of the game over there at first in Jordan Wogu.
Yeah, Michigan's got to take advantage of the air. Whenever you get free out, you got to take advantage of it.
That brings up Jesse Franklin, another sophomore, this time hitting from the left side of the plate. Wogu not a huge stolen base threat this season, just 0 for 1. The first pitch here from Galvin misses outside to Franklin. It's 1-0.
Looks like third baseman Zerda is in bunt coverage, expecting Franklin here to drop one down so he get a little sack early on in the game.
Big hole on that right side if Franklin can hook one over there with the first baseman Blake holding Wogu, and it looks like Alfonso in double play depth at second. 1-0 pitch here from Galvin is lined straight back and just misses us over here in the booth, bounces down. Count moves to 1-1. Thought we were going to have our first
I know,
of the season.
I thought we were going to lay off there one there. That's all right. We'll get one. It's cold, though. We got the window closed most of the way, man. You can't.
Yeah, it's
we're
chilly
not trying
out
to
here today. They like to announce here at Michigan Stadium, first pitch is always 70 degrees and sunny.
Yeah.
We can confirm it is not exactly that today.
I wish it was.
1-0 pitch. Wogu's on the move. Swing and miss by Franklin. The throw down to second is dropped at second base. It was in time. Took a second. Second base umpire is ready to call Wogu out. But again, Bardich with a crucial error. Probably won't go down as an error there as the slide knocked it out. It'll go down as a stolen base there for Jordan Wogu, his first of the season. But could have easily been an out.
Yeah, very good delivery there from Matt Padre. Sharp strike down to second base, put it right on the spot. Just happened to drop the tag.
So now runner on second in scoring position, nobody out, but a 1-2 count on Jesse Franklin. Galvin comes set, looks at Wogu at second. The pitch bounces in the dirt, gets lost by the home plate umpire a little bit by Padre, but he recovers quick enough to hold Wogu at second, and the count's 2-2.
Yeah, we're just talking about Padre a lot, boost him up. He just made the cardinal sin as a catcher, let one go through the 6-hole. You can't let that happen. Umpire did save him a little bit, though. Looked like it clipped his foot and kept it right behind Padre.
Franklin now steps in there. A 2-2 count, looking to drive home the first run of the ball game. Get the Wolverines out to an early lead. Looks back at Wogu, does Galvin, and now this one is grounded into right field for a base hit. Being sent is Wogu. He's coming home. The throw from right field. Samillo is going to be late, and Padre drops it, allows Franklin to then advance to second. Michigan's up 1-0 now on an RBI single from Jesse Franklin.
Very good base running by Franklin there. Seeing the ball was not being cut off, made an aggressive, saw the throw was a little bit offline. They got to second base there and put another runner in scoring position. Absolute critical for the Wolverines early on here in the bottom of the first.
Sketchy fielding here from Manhattan, allowing an early Wolverine run. The error to allow Wogu to reach base. The dropped tag rather at second on the stolen base allowed Wogu to get into scoring position, and then just right there, Franklin had a chance to advance into scoring position on his own with Padres' drop. Would have had Franklin dead to rights on the second also.
That's a very key thing for the Wolverines. Take advantage of errors. And they did exactly that by playing their first run.
Jordan Brewer now steps in for the Wolverines. First baseman batting from the right side. Takes a pitch inside 1-0.
Yeah, outside of Wogu and Nelson, Jordan Brewer has also been very excellent this year. Batting 346, with a 373 OBP. Very successful for the Wolverines in a perfect spot here. No outs, runner second is 3 spot. You can't ask for anything more.
1-0 pitch on the way. Inside corner, it catches that one. Brewer thought about swinging, but held off. Yeah, the count runs to 1-1.
Very good spot by Galvin there. Low inside corner to right-handed pitcher or right-handed hitter. They often struggle. Right-handed hitters struggle and low and in. For a lefty, that's what they ask for, but righty's struggling, and Galvin hit the perfect spot right there.
Brewer now crouch stance in the right-handed batter's box, looks out at Galvin. Galvin looks back at Franklin at second 3 times before coming now. And a bunt laid down here by Brewer right back to the mound. Not going to do much good. Tries to beat it out. Does not. Franklin holds at second, so that just goes as an out. 1-3 on the putout. And there's one gone here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure there, the decision on that. I don't like the 3-hitter with no outs to run our second button there, and they ended up not doing anything for the Wolverines. There you have no outs. You get 3 chances to knock your runner in. I would let him swing away and try to plate Franklin.
As it stands, Miles Lewis, the senior, stepping up to the plate. Switch hitter batting righty against the righty, which is an interesting decision here from Miles Lewis. Takes the first pitch just low for a ball, 1-0. I have Miles Lewis listed as a switch hitter here. He's been a switch hitter in his time at Michigan. But as I mentioned, going righty against the righty here.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting thought process here for Lewis.
1-0 pitch now from Galvin. After looking back at second, is on its way, and that one's chopped over the Wolverines dugout, out of play. Count moves to 1-1.
Hey, he's got a duck in the pond here, Lewis does. So, put anything out the field. Just get something in play, put it in right side. Try to play Franklin here.
Second on the team in RBIs is Miles Lewis with 9. Trails just Jimmy Kerr, who's got an even 10. He's got a chance to tie up Kerr right here, as you mentioned, with the runner Franklin on second. Paying a lot of attention to Franklin is Galvin before coming to the plate again here, and he fires low, this time blocked by Padre, and the count's 2-1.
Yeah, Lewis is also second in home runs. He's got 2 bombs this year so far, and that's tough here up north. It's cold, the bats are cold, you're not going to get much pop off it, but, you put one in the gap here, it'd be huge for the Wolverines as well.
Miles Lewis does have a little power from time to time, a lot of extra base power. You can definitely find those gaps. Tries to call for time, does Lewis at the plate. It was not granted. And now the 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed on the dirt, or rather fouled off. And the count moves to 2-2. Interesting there. Miles Lewis tried to call for time, didn't get it.
He was taking Galvin was taking a long time, so Lewis definitely was asking for time, and he wasn't granted it. And that's a price you're gonna pay though when you're asking for time in such a late process of a delivery. He comes set, he's waiting. It's tough to call time or late on.
Now, Galvin is taking a lot of time between coming set and coming to the plate. He doesn't on this one, and Lewis off balance here just gets a piece of it, fouls it back behind the plate, and stays alive at 2-2.
I like what Galvin's doing though. He's kind of throwing off Franklin. He's making sure Franklin doesn't get a big lead. He's making sure any ball hits the outfield, Franklin can't get a big lead to get home. So he's taking a lot of time. He's focusing a lot on Franklin, and it's kind of throwing off Lewis a little bit.
Okay, Lewis's timing definitely just seems off in this at bat altogether, especially on that last pitch. So we get time call at the plate this time by Padre, the catcher. It looks like Lewis will take a second and step out. Michigan in their home whites today, blue numbers, maize trimming. Manhattan's in all black, white numbers, green hats, big M on it.
Yeah, Lewis or Wolverines coming out in the pretty pinstripes. I like it.
2-2 pitch, low in the dirt. Again, stopped by Padre. And the count runs 3-2. That one, not even close. Not really a pitch you're going to get Lewis to chase on.
Good stop at Padre. Fastball to your left as a catcher is one of the toughest pitches to block by far. So hope we get under that and just put a glove on it, keep it in front of him. That's a big play for Manhattan early on here. The Manhattan Jaspers.
Can't say I've heard that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Manhattan.
Interesting. The Jaspers. Are they ghost? Are they? What's going on here?
Jasper, the friendly ghost.
Yeah.
It's Casper's brother.
Wow.
This one deep to left center field. Going back on it is Franco. He's going to have room in the gap. Franklin's tagging at second. He goes to third, and he will get in there with plenty of time, sliding almost
Beautiful
a third.
Slide. Holy cow.
A third of the way on this turf, this wet turf. So it won't go down as an official sacrifice fly, but Miles Lewis really got into that one. On a warmer day, he might have a chance of getting that one out.
Yeah, it was definitely the inside pitch. He took it. He put his hands in, got the ball on the core of the bat. So it was a good fly there. Like I said, 1 out, though. It's not exactly what we're looking to do. Try to get on the ground, try to get a hard line drive, and try to knock him in.
Got some good contact on that. Like I said, if it wasn't so cold, I think that one has a shot at getting out to left center.
Early on here and up north, it is very tough. Bats are cold. You're cold. You're not going to get much pop off that bat. And like I said, the wind is also blowing, and that may have been a factor.
Dominic Clemente, the designated hitter, now steps up to the plate. The lefty takes a pitch for strike one to start the at-bat.
Yeah, although Franklin did get safe at third there on that last out, it's very interesting tagging up in left field, the runner on second base. He never want to make the third out at third base, so it was a very interesting move, although he was safe, so fortunate for Michigan.
Yeah, it was plenty deep enough, and evidently has Manhattan scouted a little bit, knows they can afford to take that extra base. Yeah. Not that it matters too much with 2 outs.
No.
The 0-1 pitch misses low. It's 1-1. Wolverines like to play a little bit of small ball. Head coach Eric Bakich, throughout his time in Ann Arbor, has made that abundantly clear if you watch any Michigan baseball games. 1-1 pitch misses just outside with the fastball.
That, and you can tell by the stolen base attempts, there's a lot for the Wolverines. I mean, we're looking here, Jordan Brewer's got 12 attempts. He's stolen 8 bases. It's pretty effective. But still, just about everybody in the starting lineup besides the catcher, Joe Donovan, has attempted a stolen base. So definitely a small ball routine here for the Wolverines.
Clemente looks at the 2-1 pitch, lines it directly at the shortstop, Bardich, who had to make a little dive at the last second there to make sure that tailing line drive found the glove, and that will go down as out number 3 here in the bottom of the first. But the Wolverines scratch across a run as Wilgo reaches on the air, comes around to score on the Jesse Franklin RBI single. After 1 inning here at Ray Fisher Stadium, the score, Michigan 1, Manhattan 0. You're listening to WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan baseball, the official student radio broadcast of Michigan baseball. As we move to the second here, a lot of work early on here. It seems like for both pitchers. Kyle Kaufman, though, 20 pitches in that first inning. For Galvin, he was up to 21. It seemed like there was more of a discrepancy just with how long Galvin was taking between pitches. He seemed like he was out there forever in this cold environment.
Like I said, you got runner second base. You try to you have to throw off that runner on second. You know, you don't want him to get a good jump. And like I said, the base knock in the outfield is likely to score him. But if you can keep him close to second, give him a couple looks, change up your timing, it could totally throw off that runner at second and throw off the batter. And it really did that for Miles Lewis his entire at bat. He did look a little off. He was able to play, or he was able to piece up a good fly ball to left field. It got pretty deep, but like I said, you change up your timing, you change your delivery, you're going to throw off the batter and the runner. So, I mean, I thought that was very nice for Galvin, who really, that entire inning wasn't on him. There were a lot of errors, like you said. I mean, that play to shortstop, overthrew the first baseman, had a guy canned at second base, dropped the tag. There's a lot that happened there. Playing right field, they throw it to home, missed the cutoff, and Franken was able to advance to second base. So I thought it was a good inning pitch for Galvin. Just things did not go his way.
It'll be Dominic Palma here to start off things for Manhattan in the second inning against Carl Kaufman. Kaufman fires the first pitch high and outside. Looked like he didn't quite land right. The count's 1-0 here on Palma, the junior designated hitter for Manhattan. Lefty stands in there. Bat almost straight up and very still as the 1-0 pitch from Kaufman is hit in the air towards the left side. Might be trouble here. Going back on it is Kerr, and he makes a catch over the shoulder for out number 1. Nice play there by Jimmy Kerr in shallow left field.
Absolutely beautiful play there. Like you were talking about the wind, that's a perfect example right there. That ball probably would have gone to Wogu if the wind wasn't blowing so far, but absolutely great job for Jimmy Kerr to get behind and make a great over-the-shoulder catch. That was very impressive.
Jimmy Kerr seemingly was the second baseman or the heir to second base for a while over the past couple years in Ann Arbor. As Kyle Kaufman fires a first pitch strike there on the check swing, went around did Alex Serta. So the count's 0-1. Serta, the third baseman for Manhattan. Coming into this one batting .271. He taps one towards third. It'll be Kerr making the play in front of Blomgren. He fires to first in the dirt, and it scoops past Brewer. That'll be an error there on Jimmy Kerr after a nice play in shallow left. Fires one into the dirt here and allows Serta to reach. And Manhattan's got a base runner on here with 1 gone.
Yeah, it's big error for Jimmy Kerr there. Tough play, though. Ball, he had a couple hops. He had to come in on it. But you got to set your feet, take your time, and give a nice delivery to first base. He didn't do exactly that at their last play.
Yeah, along with the first-year starter over there at first in Brewer. No guarantees exactly. Brewer still getting a little acclimated out there to this Ann Arbor turf. Just his second game here. As the lead over at first by Serta is going to be moot, as this one is tapped high to Jimmy Kerr at third, and he doesn't even bother making a throw. It was tapped so high. And there you go, another effect of the turf here.
Absolutely. High bounce, right? It looked like it bounced right in front of the plate. There's nothing Jimmy Kerr could do there. That's a tough play. That's a bad break for the Wolverines, but you know what happens in baseball.
That was Kerry Abreu who just reached on what's going to go as a single, but he really just pounded that one on the ground.
Chopper right in front of the plate.
Foot in front of the plate.
Yeah. Abreu actually's had a pretty good season this year, too. He's 8 starts, bet .333 with the 400 OPP. Hey, goes for a hit in the book. That's all you can ask for.
It'll bring up now Sam Franco, the center fielder, right-handed hitting center fielder with a couple runners on, including the tying run in scoring position. He swings late and fouls this one over the dugout to the right side, the Manhattan dugout, and the count's 0-1. As the sun starts to peek out a little bit here at Ray Fisher Stadium.
Yeah, for a team that is 4-10, Manhattan sure does a lot of hitters hitting over 300. They have 4 guys over 300, including their 7th spot and their 8th spot, and obviously they're 2 and 3. It's interesting, 4-10 start, but like you said, it always comes down to pitching, and they've had struggles on the mound so far this year.
Kyle Kaufman there fires, misses inside there. Looked like a changeup that moved just a bit off the plate, and the count's 1-1.
Sun looks like the sun's starting to peek out a little bit here. Yeah, that'd be nice. Slow down the wind a little bit.
Warm up a little bit, hopefully.
It'd be beautiful.
Beautiful day for baseball. It's always a beautiful day for baseball.
Yeah, as long as it's not snowing here in Michigan, we're happy.
1-1 pitch, bounces in the dirt. Nice stop by Donovan to keep both runners at first and second, respectively. But the count's now 2-1 on Franco.
Funny thing is, talking about snow, it looks like they're on the first base side over in the bullpen over there. You still see a little snow in there. A little mound of snow. That's what you're going to get here in Michigan.
They tend to just kind of leave those snow mounds out there. It's a visitor's bullpen. the indoor bullpen over in the left field over here. The Michigan just shut him out like
yeah.
that.
No, yeah. We were talking about earlier. Michigan does have beautiful facilities here.
2-1 pitch from Kaufman is bounced up the middle. Double play ball potentially. Blomgren fields. Steps on second. Throws to first. Double play. End of the inning.
Beautiful turn there by Blomgren. Perfect out. Short hopper there. Came in on it. Charged on it. Got it. Touched it back second. Delivered to first. Beautiful double play for the Wolverines. Big ground ball. Runners first and second. One out to get out of the inning. Very, very good pitch by Kaufman. Keeping it low. Getting a ground ball. And we're out of the inning.
I mean, everything except for that pop-up to start the inning was on the ground there from Kaufman. Maybe try to be a little more efficient with his pitches, get some ground ball outs.
Yep.
Unfortunately, suffered a couple times with the error in that chopper. But
absolutely.
As you said, in the end, got that ground ball, got out of the inning relatively quickly. The pitch count for that inning in Kaufman after 20 in the first, just 8 there in the second.
Yeah, you can't.
Getting back on track.
And a lot of the especially that ground ball chopper hit by Abreu. It was a one pitch at bat, and that's big for Kaufman. He can. I mean, they got 2 runners on there, but he said only 8 pitches. It's pretty solid there. He's sitting at 28 right now through 2 innings. That's not too bad. The first inning was a little lengthy, but 28 through 2 is doable.
So trying to answer will be Galvin coming out to the mound. Mark Galvin. He threw 21 pitches in that first inning, gave up a run, but it was unearned. The first run he's given up this year that was unearned. He has had his struggles, but that one really not on him.
He's a big righty. It looks like he's got some power to him. There's definitely some zip coming out of his hand. And you get those situations as a pitcher, it's going to test you a lot. You're going to giving up unearned runs. Like you said, it's his first one this year, so he hasn't had to go through that this year. But it's hard to respond to those situations. You see a lot of pitchers, especially in MLB today, you see a lot of pitchers break down after errors. So I'm curious to see how Galvin's going to respond here in the second inning.
He did a nice job getting out of that first with just allowing the one.
And he had situations, and he got out of it. And like I said, it showed good poise. But early on, he's got to keep going here.
The senior out of Brielle, New Jersey, stands up there 6'4". First batter he'll face this inning is Blake Nelson, as you mentioned, who was red hot recently.
Oh, yeah.
Fouls it back behind the plate, counts 0-1.
Yeah, again, Blake Nelson last night tore it up in that game that had so many situations going on and so many delays. Blake Nelson, 3 for 3 with 2 ribbies. Can't ask for anything more. Especially out of your 7-hitter. Sorry, excuse me, your 6-hitter. It's a primed RBI spot.
Listed as a senior here. That one bounces in the dirt to him. It'll be 1-1. Playing a second base now with Akeo Thomas struggling to start the season, and Blake Nelson batting a cool .421 to start off the year throughout the 7 games he's appeared in.
Oh, yeah, I can't ask for anything more. .421.
The 1-1 pitch catches the inside corner at the knees for strike 2. Nelson didn't seem to agree with that when he looked down to the third base coach out there.
Yeah, it looked like it was coming in. It looked like it was a breaking ball coming in. I'm sure it started inside and kind of rolled over the plate there. That's a good pitcher by Galvin.
Down the count now, 1-2 is Nelson. He is ahead of this off-speed pitch and bounces it foul into the Michigan bullpen down there. And the count stays at 1-2.
Another inside pitch by Galvin. He really is pounding the inside of the plate here to Nelson. But Nelson's got to turn his hips, pull his hands, and try to put one on the barrel. Let's see if he can pull one over the third baseman's head. Again, the left fielder shifted a little bit over the right, leaving a huge gap there right in the left field line.
1-2 pitch, bounces in the dirt. Good eye there by Nelson to hold off, and it's 2-2.
Honestly, it's one of those small things in baseball. The left fielder's got to, he's actually shifting left a little bit right now. He's got to realize that his pitcher's throwing inside. You can't play so far right. I think his manager gave him a little tip over here in the dugout, because as soon as I said that, yeah, he moved over to the left side a little bit.
2-2 pitch on its way from Galvin. Another one in the dirt. Nice stop there by Padre. No one on base, though. It doesn't really matter, but always good to kind of get in that groove of seeing the ball, stopping the ball. But the count's full now, 3-2.
Yeah, the funny thing is you don't see a lot of catchers doing that nowadays. You watch the MLB, man, nobody on base, man. They're just scooping. They're staying on their feet. They're not trying to block it all. Padres working hard today. You saw that play where he backed up first base and really saved a base advancement.
3-2 pitch misses inside there to Blake Nelson. He'll take his base to start the inning. And for the second straight inning, Michigan has the leadoff runner on. That'll bring up Jimmy Kerr, who has found his power this season. Leads the Wolverines in home runs with 3. Leads the Wolverines with RBIs with 10. Also has 3 doubles to tack onto those numbers as well.
Yeah, it seems like your traditional big lefty. Batting .215, but hey, he's got some little power behind him. Hit 3 home runs, like you said, 10 RBIs. It's a good start of the season for him. He's got an opportunity here with the leadoff runner on.
First pitch to Kerr misses outside for a ball, 1-0.
Days like this today, too, yeah, like you said, your arm is cold. You cannot afford to walk the leadoff hitter, especially when you're up 0-2 in the count. You can't fall behind there if you're Galvin.
Would not be surprised to see Blake Nelson on the move here either. As you mentioned, Eric Bakich likes to play small ball. Nelson just 2 for 2 this season, but does have some speed. Takes a fairly aggressive lead over at first. He fakes going, forces Padre out of his stance, and covering second on the pitch that misses outside. The ball's 2-0.
Yeah, good pop by Padre there. Always be ready there. That's another thing too. A lot of coaches look for that too. If you're always gonna fake a steal and see how the catcher's gonna react. And Padre didn't show anything, or he didn't show that he's gonna be lazy. He's ready to go. He's ready to make a throw on a second. His first one was very successful.
Coming set is Galvin, taking his time, now firing the 2-0 pitch. Tries to bring it back to that outside corner. Maybe missed a bit low there. Looked like a pretty good pitch to me from up here.
Very good spot, Galvin. He threw it right in the low outside corner to a lefty hitter. That's the place they don't want it. A lot of lefty hitters struggle hitting the opposite way. He threw a low outside corner fastball that just missed.
Didn't get it called, and it's 3-0 now. Kerr in firm control of this at bat. We'll see if he gets the green light on 3-0. He does not, as he watches that one catch the outside part of the plate for a strike. It's 3-1.
Looked very, very similar to the last pitch. It's all right, though. It's early on umpire. That's another thing, too. The umpires early on here in the cold. I mean, I'm a registered MHSA umpire, so I can understand a little bit. It's cold. You struggle early on, and you try to get into a flow, but he's done a great job so far.
Oh, we've seen worse here.
I'm sure. Everybody's seen worse.
Seen worse.
Yeah. Very, very hard for an umpire to get a lot of respect out of a guy.
The 3-1 pitch missed well high and away to Kerr there, and now 2 straight walks to start the inning from Galvin. Not a good spot to be. That'll bring up Joe Donovan.
So it looks like the pitcher's coming out here for a mound meeting. Struggle on. You walk the first 2 guys in an inning. You're always going to draw attention here. And Joe Donovan, who is the guy who's batting 195 right now, and, you know, Michigan is known, Coach Bakich is known for playing small ball here. This is the perfect opportunity to do it. You have first and second, you have your 8-hitter up. I know he's a catcher, and catchers often struggle bunting, but try to lay one down here in the first pitch. See what happens. See what you can do. Get a couple runners on a scoring position with less than 2 outs. Just see what you can do.
Yeah, don't know exactly which coach is rolling out there. We don't have a ton on Manhattan here, and they don't really have a pitching coach listed on their website either. You'd guess either head coach Mike Cole or assistant coach Chris Cody.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the main pitching coach. The majority of the teams like to send out their pitching coach. Try to control their pitcher a little bit, especially after two leadoff walks.
As you mentioned, a couple leadoff walks here. Nobody out in the bottom of the second. Michigan already leading 1-0, trying to tack on some more. Joe Donovan, the right-handed hitting catcher at the plate. First pitch from Galvin. Squares around, does Donovan, just as you were talking about, play a little small ball, but pulls back as that one misses inside. It's 1-0.
Very good pullback by Donovan. A sharp, really, really hard inside pitch there in the inner third of the plate. A little off. He pulled back there and took a good ball.
We'll see how Serta wants to play as that third. Looked like he was charging for a second. Shortstop Bardich looks too far away to pull the wheel play over at third. 1-0 pitch on Donovan. Again squares around. This one's in the dirt though, and he pulls back again. It's 2-0.
No, it's a very good point. There's a lot of teams do play this coverage a little different. I know some teams will keep their third baseman, have the pitcher roll over to the left side, but right-handed pitcher is falling off the mound to the left side. He can't exactly do that. So a lot of times you're going to see the third baseman charge and try to play a wheel, but you got first and second. They're also in double play depth. So this seriously is the absolute perfect time to bunt. It looks like their coverage is a little bit off.
With the 2-0 pitch, though, do you maybe consider pulling back the bunt and letting Donovan swing away, as he does look like he gets the call to swing away there, but takes the pitch on the inside corner for strike one?
Yeah, that's a good question, Austin. 2-0, you're going to get a good pitch to swing, and unfortunately, Galvin gave a really good pitch there, and he didn't let an opportunity for him to get a good swing on it. But yeah, 2-0, you're probably going to get a good pitch. Sometimes you pull off there, but back here again with 2-1, lay it down before you got 2 strikes. Try to lay it down and see what you can get.
We'll see if he squares again as Galvin comes set, and he does Donovan, but again, misses low, pulls back. That's a ball again, 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 here. Take the bunt off, swing away, see what you can do. If you get into a double play, That hurts, but you still have a runner in scoring position. Swing away here. You get 3-1. You're probably going to get a good pitch. Swing away and try to knock one out.
Yeah, Joe Donovan just hitting 195 on the season, but 5 extra base hits, has some pop in that bat.
Yeah.
If he can find one that he likes and drive one into the gap, that could be 2 more runs on the board. 3-1 pitch to Donovan as he squares around and then pulls back again and almost hits him in the face. And 3 straight walks to start the inning now.
Cannot do that for Galvin right now. 3 leadoff walks only in the 2nd inning. He's probably already thrown 13, 14 pitches so far this inning. So that's definitely a rough sign. I'm going to see if the coaches kind of move anything. And it looks like someone's warming up. They're sending somebody to warm up in the bullpen. And a guy like Galvin, who's, like you said, he's got a 16 sub ERA. That's 16.68 ERA. You can't afford to fall behind.
To be fair to Galvin, after that inning there, he's got it under 16. It's at 15.32 now.
Yeah.
So
15 pitches with 0 outs. Yeah.
Big difference there.
If he can roll a double play, though, here, he's right back in it.
He'll face Jack Blomgren, the shortstop for the Wolverines. Takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. And it seems like when Galvin's locating, he's able to find that inside corner righties.
Exactly. And it's a very, very interesting move here by Manhattan. I like this approach. Early on in the game, in the 2nd inning, you don't have to bring the entire infield in. You only have the corners in. Keep the middle infield in double play depth. It's early on. You don't have to surrender every run right now.
0-1 pitch to Blomgren is line through the right side into right field. That's a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Jesse Franklin will be held at third, so a 1-run RBI single there off the bat of Jack Blomgren. Keeps the bases loaded and puts Michigan up by a score of 2-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd.
Looked like a typical shortstop move there. Kind of looked like Derek Jeter with the inside-out swing. Took an inside pitch, put it out to right field, knocked in a huge RBI for the Wolverines as they take a pretty nice 2nd inning 2-0 lead here.
And Blomgren already showing improvement. More known for his defensive prowess this season. Getting his batting average up over 200. He struggled around that mark last year. Already up at 250. That's going to raise a little bit with his 7th RBI this season on that single. And bases stay loaded for Jordan Wogu.
Yep, the bases loaded, 0 outs with the top of your lineup up. Wolverines have to take advantage here.
Wogu looks at a pitch that looked pretty good. Pretty close to right down the middle there, but maybe just waiting out the erratic Galvin as he's been in this inning. And the count's 0-1.
Yep. Critical first pitch strike there. In your tough situation, it is absolute key to get first pitch strikes. Make Wogu think a little bit.
Wogu, the hands down near the hips. The 0-1 pitch bounces in the dirt. Count runs to 1-1, and another nice stop back there by Padre to prevent a run from scoring.
Yeah, Galvin is definitely making Padre work a little bit. I mean, that's about his 5th or 6th time where he's had to get in the dirt and stop a ball. So, and like I said early on, here in the cold, it's very tough for catchers. Very, very tough.
Wogu, another guy in this Wolverine lineup with some power. 6 extra base hits on the year. Takes a pitch on the inside corner right by those hands for a strike 2, and the count's 1-2.
Same depth here for the Jaspers. They got 1st and 3rd, got the corners in. Middle infield still in double play depth.
Looks like he chokes up just a little bit on that bat now.
Yep, shoring up your zone. Don't watch that 3rd pitch strike, especially with the bases loaded.
1-2 pitch on the way. Just misses in the inside corner, maybe a bit low. Wogu thought about swinging, but held off. Turns out to be a wise move as the count's evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Wise move there, but with 2 strikes, man, you have to expand your zone, not shorten it. You expand your zone. Right there, I probably would have tried to turn on that, but hey, he took a ball. It's big for the Wolverines. Got 2-2 count now.
Here comes that 2-2 pitch, and that one clips him. He's going to get an RBI out of it. No, he rules that Wogu leaned into the pitch, or at least did not get out of the way. It was over the plate. Calls him out. Eric Bakich does not agree. He's out of the dugout to go have a little conversation here with our home plate umpire.
I disagree completely with that call. He definitely dipped inside, and this has been happening a lot in college baseball. We saw a big play happen. I believe it was Virginia and I can't remember. It doesn't matter. No, it was Virginia Vanderbilt. And they were the first weekend of the game. We've been seeing a lot of umpires calling that pitch. And from an umpire's point of view, that is a tough call to make. You're behind the plate. You can't exactly see if he's leaning in over the plate. It's very tough. And I've been seeing that a lot. It must be a huge focus for umpires this year in the MHS or in the NCAA. But I think I disagree with that call. It looked like it was inside. He dipped his shoulder a little bit, but I don't think he moved into it, and especially moved into it over the plate. That's the key right there. Was it over the plate to call it a strike? I don't know.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I'm with you on that one. I think that one was pretty clearly in the batter's box. I don't think he had to lean over at all in order to get clipped by that one. It looked like a breaking ball that didn't break back to the zone. Either way, it goes down as an out, and the bases still remain loaded for Jesse Franklin stepping up to the plate, takes the first pitch high, counts 1-0.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen that 3 or 4 times in college baseball this year. That has to be a focus this year for umpires in the NCAA. I saw it happen in a Virginia game too, and it's just happening a lot. It's a very rare thing to see.
1-0 pitch, catches the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. We don't have names for our umpires today, but that might be a good thing for the home plate umpire. Can't quite get his name out there to the rabid Wolverine fans.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
That's the crazy 30, 40 people we have in the crowd today.
Well, a chilly day.
Chilly day. We have a good excuse. We're here.
The 1-1 pitch missed low and outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on Franklin. Chilly day early on in the season. Not normally the recipe for great attendance.
I mean, yesterday we were getting
tornado warnings here yesterday.
Yeah. We were supposed to be 65, 60 degrees, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go out and watch some baseball. I'm sitting here at 6 o'clock and hear tornado sirens going off. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Can't even get a good day in Michigan, 60 degrees without tornadoes. Goodness.
2-1 pitch was tapped back behind the plate, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Yeah, luckily I missed out on that. We were down in Detroit for Red Wings Lightning last night.
Okay, how'd that turn out?
The Red Wings went up 3-0 and lost 5-4.
Nice. Typical Red Wings team.
They're tanking right.
Yep.
2-2 pitch, tapped onto the right side and foul. Franklin had no idea where that one went for a second.
Yeah, I'm wondering why he was not running that one out. That's definitely a mistake you cannot make there. Ground ball there, right side, first base side.
Yeah, I get some funky spin on it and bounce back fair.
Yeah. Never know. You've seen it happen a couple times. Remember Miguel Cabrera, and a couple years ago that happened to him. Never know. You got to run it out. That's one thing that's definitely getting lost too in the majors. We talk about that a lot. You see a lot of guys don't run it out, and you get those rare guys who do, and they're much appreciated.
So the count stays at 2-2 for Franklin with the bases loaded, 1 gone. He taps another one foul. This one a little bit harder and a little more foul. So no worries about running that one out as it goes into the Manhattan bullpen. But he's staying alive here at 2-2. 3rd straight foul ball from Franklin.
Yeah, you're seeing Kerr playing a lot of games over there at third base. Another thing, bases loaded, trying to get a balk. See if he can lunge out, take a couple more aggressive steps. See if he can jitter a little bit there on the pitcher's mound. See guys do that a lot nowadays.
Righty to lefty now. Galvin to Franklin. Another pitch that is just lined foul to the right side. Again, Franklin ahead of just about everything Galvin's throwing right now. And the 4th straight foul ball, again, keeps the count at 2-2. Good at bat here, Bruin. Next pitch will be the 8th. At the very least, making Mark Galvin work after he walked the first 3 batters of the inning.
Yep.
Is this one now, instead of going off to the right side, it's fouled off to the left side in the air and out of play.
Outside pitch, tempting to take it the other way. Like I said, a very, very good pitch by Galvin. Not giving him a pitch to hit that's exactly going to square up on the bat. Very, very good pitch.
Good time call at the plate here. Padre needs a second. Now Franklin steps in, and we'll get another 2-2 pitch. As Galvin comes set, glove right at the stomach, and the 2-2 again. Foul off to the right side.
Good at bat here. Very good at bat here by Franklin. Making the pitcher work. Not giving him anything free. Trying to get that pitch count up early, which is we already know he's struggling with his pitch count. Very good approach here by Franklin. Not taking a 3rd strike, fouling him off, making the pitcher work. Gotta love it.
This next pitch will be pitch number 10 of the at-bat and Galvin's 55th of the day. Franklin rests the bat on the left shoulder for a second. Now a 2-2 pitch from Galvin again. Swung on and missed. Just a little bit late there on that pitch on the outside corner. And finally, that at-bat is over. Galvin comes out with the win. And that's 2 straight strikeouts, technically. That last one goes down as a strikeout. Yep. So with the bases loaded and 2 outs now, very different situation. Jordan Brewer steps up to the plate.
Yeah, Galvin's working well out of here in a tough situation. You have the bases loaded, He only surrendering one run, or no runs, excuse me. No, one run, excuse me. And they're doing a lot of work here. So far, they've been successful.
Brewer with a chance. Again, bases loaded, 2 gone. Wolverines have scratched across 1 this inning. This one is bounced towards third base and through the third baseman, Serta into left field. Run's going to score. Coming around third rather, and scoring as well is Joe Donovan. Blomgren goes to third on the play. Brewer advances to second. That should go down as probably another error here on Manhattan. 2 runs come across to score, and the Wolverines are up now 4-0 in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, absolutely incredible base running by Brewer here. He saw a play get in the left field, and the left fielder didn't necessarily know what to do with the ball. He held the ball in his hand for a long time, gave Brewer an opportunity to run to second. He came hard out of the box, even though it was a ground ball, and he got to second base. That's absolutely one of those things you look at early on in the baseball year. It's cold. You're not going to hit many dingers. You're not going to get the ball out deep in the field. You got to play small ball. You got to work. You got to get those extra steps to help your team.
So a couple runners still in scoring position here. Wolverines with a chance to break it wide open as this one is lined towards center field by Miles Lewis. Coming in, though, and dropping the ball on a sliding attempt is Franco. That one gets away. 2 runs come in to score. Miles Lewis advances to second. And as I mentioned, Wolverines broke it a little bit wide open here. The 5th run here in the bottom of the second. And the score sits at Wolverines 6, Jaspers 0.
Another tough play, like we were talking about, affected with the wind. The wind coming in, it's tough to make those plays. Kept coming in the center fielder, was lackadaisically coming in, and then it got to him where he had to dive and then missed the play.
That'll go down as a 2 RBI single, I believe, for Miles Lewis. I don't think they'll give him the double. I'm going to guess he advanced there. It does indeed actually give him the double, the official scoring. So 2 RBI double from Miles Lewis. And that brings up Dominic Clementi, who takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Wolverines batted around the 9th batter of the inning here. And here's a debate for you now that this has come up. When does a team bat around? Is it when the 9th batter comes to the plate, or is it when the 10th batter is coming to the plate?
When the 10th batter. I would believe it's when the 10th batter comes to the plate, when a batter takes his second at-bat of the inning.
This one gets away low. Throw it on to third, though, is late as Miles Lewis, keen on that one, advances to third base.
Very good base running. Miles Lewis there saw it get a little bit away from Padre, and he took the base. Absolute fantastic base running there from Lewis.
See, that one probably goes down as a wild pitch as it bounced in the dirt. Miles Lewis just 90 feet away from the Wolverines' 7th run here in just the 2nd inning, trying to kick the extra point. As that one is grounded towards first base. It's fielded by Blake over there. He makes the play himself unassisted. But again, not before the Wolverines scratch off 5 runs. 4 of them are going to go down as unearned runs in that inning. But they count nonetheless. And after 2 innings of play here at Ray Fisher Stadium, the score, Michigan Wolverines 6, Manhattan Jaspers 0 on WCBN Sports broadcast of Michigan baseball.
Yeah, very, very tough inning for Galvin there. He suffered a lot of pitches. Like you said, 4 unearned runs. There's really nothing you can do about that. It did kind of come at a cost. He did walk those 3 leadoff hitters, and he put himself in a situation where it's tough to get out of. And anything can go wrong when you have the bases loaded, especially with no outs, and things did go wrong. And unfortunately, it kind of suffered there for Manhattan, but really Wolverines took advantage of it. You put the ball in play. Runners on base, no outs. You have to put the ball in play. You can't strike out. You can't watch a strike. And Wolverines did exactly that.
And we did say the 5 runs in that inning, 4 were unearned. But arguably, the hit by pitch, or rather the non-hit by pitch,
exactly.
strikeout on Wogu could have been ruled a hit by pitch, would have been an RBI there, a run scored there. That one could have gone down unearned. So as you mentioned, putting himself in that tough situation was Galvin.
Yeah, it's a very, very good point, Austin. You can't put yourself in those situations. You have to get first pitch strikes, and you have to get guys got out early in the inning. And Galvin didn't exactly do that. I'm very, very interested to see with his high pitch count through 2 innings if Manhattan's going to bring him out for the 3rd.
Yeah, we've seen some action starting in that right field bullpen. Saw it as soon as he loaded the bases up, did Galvin with the 3 straight walks to sent down a pitcher. We don't have the number out there. Can't quite see it from over here wearing the warm-ups on a chilly March day here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, second game here in Ann Arbor. You get exactly what you expect.
Yeah.
Cold day, windy, rainy, wet. That's what's going to happen here. But the Wolverines take advantage of it early, up 6-0 here in the top of the 3rd.
And stepping to the plate to lead things off here on the top of the third is Jonathan Bardich, the shortstop for the Jaspers. Takes a pitch high, 1-0. Bardich, another, as people like to say, vertically challenged.
Yeah.
Although really not much shorter than the average person.
No.
5'7", 165, but looks a lot smaller when you're among these athletes on the field. Takes a pitch inside. It's 2-0.
Like we talked about earlier, when you're a pitcher and you're facing a shorter guy, you shorten up the zone. The zone is smaller. So it's going to be a little different here for Kaufman trying to pound strikes, but so far he has not done it. He's in there 2-0.
That 2-0 pitch is right down the pipe for a strike, 2-1. Bardich coming into the season batting is .225, but a .340 on base percentage. Good eye up there. 6 walks on the season already.
Absolutely. Exactly like I just said. A shorter guy in the zone, you're going to get those walks. And you have to be very, very, very selective when you're at the plate because it's going to be tough for the pitcher to give you strikes. That's really exactly what Bardich has done so far this year.
And as you mentioned there, the 2-1 pitch missed high, and it's 3-1. Kaufman going to try to come back from this one. He winds up the 3-1 pitch. That one's right at the belt on the outside for strike 2.
Very good delivery there. 3-1. A lot of guys will leave a pitch right over the plate trying to pound a strike, but no. Kaufman gave him a very, very good pitch in the outside corner, and that's why you're seeing a lot of success from Kaufman early on. He's not giving anybody easy pitches to hit.
3-2 pitch. Tapped foul. Looked like off the foot of the umpire there and trickled away. Count remains 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2 here. Yeah, you got to throw a strike, but like I said, you can't keep it over the plate. Try to pound the outside corner. Maybe get a changeup that's going to break low and make a guy chase there, and it's going to look like a strike. It's going to break low, so we'll see where Kaufman here delivers.
He's had a lot of good arm side movement today, has Kaufman. Looks like he throws one there. This one's grounded up the middle. Sliding play made there by Nelson. Throws to first. Not in time, though. As beating it out is Bardich. That was a tough play over there.
Very
for
tough
Nelson
play.
Moving beyond the second base bag, especially with the slick turf. Hard to get up and make the throw.
Absolutely. And like you're kind of ensuing there. He's second baseman. He's coming to the left side. His momentum is carrying him away from first base. He's got to stop, control his body, and make a tough throw, and you're not going to get exactly the zip on the ball. So a very tough play there. He did exactly what he could, but Bardich runs it out and takes advantage of it.
On a drier day, maybe a chance to dig your cleat in and pop up and throw, but not today.
Absolutely.
He threw from essentially on a knee.
Absolutely.
That'll go down as a single here to lead off the third inning. First leadoff runner aboard for Manhattan today. It brings up the top of the order in Matt Alfonso, who takes strike 1 on the inside corner, 0-1. Alfonso flew out to right, a routine fly ball to Miles Lewis to start the ball game back in the first.
Yeah, he had it very good at bat, though. Took some pitches. Made Kaufman work a little bit. Got to run around here, see what he can do.
The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, but good block there by Joe Donovan to close the 5-hole. Keep that one in front of him, and the count's 1-1.
We were talking about it earlier. Donovan has been absolutely excellent at getting dirty, getting down, being a great blocker, and another great block there by Donovan. Very interested to see what the Wolverines do today as well. Kaufman, cold weather, you don't like to bring guys too late.
This one is lined up the middle, but a sliding play made by Donovan. He tries to flip it behind the back to Blomgren, maybe ill-advised there, and gets away. Could have been a double play ball. As it stands, though, most likely going to be a throwing error on Joe Donovan. It is indeed E4, and now 2 runners on to start this inning, and not looking too hot for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that's a very, like you said, ill-advised play for Nelson there. He got a ball as a sharp liner above the middle, and he was playing left a little bit. He was playing that righty shift. You get a sharp ball like that, take your time. You have a lot of time. The ball got on you quick. You have enough time to make a throw. Simple little toss. You turn it, and Blomgren turns first. You get a double play. You do not have to force that behind the back, move.
So now with 2 runners on, it brings up the big left-hander Sean Blake. Takes the strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, cold weather and Kaufman, you don't want him going too deep into a game here, but last night was so crazy. Henry only went 6 innings. Willie Weiss pitched 2 innings, so he's not going to be available today. Very interested to see what the Wolverines do.
The 0-1 pitch misses just outside. 1-1 is the count now. As you mentioned, after seeing a couple shorter hitters in Bardich and Alfonso, Blake really stands out there, the big first baseman.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Righty to lefty. Kaufman to Blake. Here it comes, 1-1. Line foul out of play. It's going to bounce off of the Yost Ice Arena siding over there.
Very, very smart over there. Got some nets over the windows there. Yost, don't want any broken windows. That's a good idea here by the Wolverines. I guess that's why they call us the leaders and the best.
We did have a couple years back. I believe it was Jeremy Parks and I might have been calling the game. It was Jeremy Parks and I or Leo Blavin, who has since moved on to the Crookston, Minnesota Golden Eagles up there. I'll get to that story in a second, though. As a check swing, no swing here on a pitch that just misses outside, 2-2. Saw one that went and took out a windshield from the cars parked over there.
Okay.
We had a full 2 or 3 inning ordeal where game was almost secondary to figuring out what was going on over here. Whose car was it? We had some people came over. It wasn't their car. Had to find people that it was. Had to have the safe light come out and replace it and everything. It was a big ordeal. Really exciting stuff.
That's things baseball players love in their early on too. In your little league, how many times is someone gonna put a baseball through a window? That's always fun stuff growing up.
2-2 pitch bounces off of Yost Ice Arena off to our left again, and remains 2-2. But yeah, you always get that. You hear the sound of glass or hitting a car and the oohs and ahs.
Every team growing up always had some sort of point system. If you hit a tire, that's 1 point. If you hit the car, it's 2 points. If you hit the window, that's 3 points. And we'd always keep track who won at the end of the year. I don't know if college baseball players do that much, but hey, that was fun for little leaguers.
Another 2-2 pitch here to Blake. Called strike 3. Got him looking inside corner at the belt. Couldn't pull the trigger, could Blake. And Kaufman records his first strikeout of the day.
Yeah, that is
the third.
One of those glares umpires do not like to see. Blake took a pitch high and inside. It looked pretty good from up here. Blake turned around and gave the umpire that little glare, and he did not like that pitch. It looked pretty good up here. Another great pitch by Kaufman. 2-2 in the count. Runners to first and second. He got one duck on the pond. He gives a very sharp pitch. Very good location, and it gets a strike 3 called.
That'll be Nick Samillo now stepping in. Samillo doubled into the left center field gap back in the first inning. The first hit of the ball game. He takes a pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Another Jasper that doesn't seem to like the call.
We have Nelson out there at second base giving signals. You never know if those are actually true signals. If Nelson's kind of fooling around giving out fake signals, but nonetheless, it's one of the ins and outs of baseball. There's always something going on, and there's always someone in the dugout, both sides paying attention to what's going on.
0-1 pitch here to Samillo is lined towards the right center field gap. It's going to get down for a base hit. Coming in is Franklin. He makes a throw towards home and holds all the runners. Sharp turn at second. It's going to get the runner caught up. That was Alfonso who rounded too far and gets stuck. A great cutoff there by Brewer. Tossed it over to, I believe that is Blake Nelson, who grabbed that one and was able to slap the tag on Alfonso. Put that down as the old 8-3-4 put out.
Beautiful. That's another one of those baseball things. You have to hit your cutoffs. They preach you that from a young age. You hit your cutoffs. You never know if a runner like Alfonso did is going to take that sharp turn and they got the cutoff, threw it back to second, and got Alfonso off. But if you're Alfonso there, you always preach one thing. You always look at your third base coach, see what signals he's giving. And clearly there he did not, as he got tagged out there at second base, overrunning the base.
Yeah, it looked like it might be deep enough for a second there in order to score Bardich from second, but Jimmy Franklin, a good throw, and it was just hit a little bit too hard in order for the Jaspers to feel aggressive enough. As it stands, runners at the corners, 2 outs now. For Matt Padre, the catcher, he takes a pitch high, 1-0.
Yeah, Franklin, absolute great timing there from him. That's one of the things that people don't preach enough about outfielders. How do they take a hop? How are they going to play aggressive or not aggressive? And Franklin really took a good aggressiveness to it, got a good hop, and threw it back into the cutoff where a good play happened.
1-0 pitch from Kaufman to Padre. Swung on and missed. Big swing there from the right-handed hitting catcher. Comes up empty, and the count's now 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, we are definitely starting to pick up a little more wind here as the game's going on. I think for Kaufman there, and the wind blowing in, you do kind of get a little more movement on your curveballs and sliders and changeups when that wind's blowing in. So we can see what Kaufman can kind of deliver here rest of the game.
1-1 pitch. Another big swing and a miss out of Padre, and the count's 1-2 now. Jasper's getting a little more aggressive here as this ball game goes on, trying to put some balls in play. Now they're seeing Kaufman for the second time try to get back in this ball game, trailing 6-0.
Yeah, that's definitely a disadvantage you have when you're down 6-0. You're not able to give away outs. You can't play small ball. You can't bunt. You can't steal. You have to take advantage of every at bat you get. So they're trying to take big, heavy swings and try to even up scores early up.
You saw another one right there is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Kaufman, his second strikeout of the inning, second strikeout of the day, sets the Jaspers down without scoring here in the third. Despite 3 runners reaching base at various points during the inning, no one comes across to score. And at the end of 2.5 innings, the score, Michigan 6, Manhattan 0. Here at Ray Fisher Stadium in the official student radio broadcast for Michigan baseball here on WCBN Sports.
Yeah, absolute beautiful job by Kaufman there, coming back, got the leadoff walk, but stay composed. Showed good presence as like I said earlier on, a number 2 that's really taking advantage of the position he's in this year. Leadoff walk, staying composed, and finishing out the inning, not letting trouble get to him too much. And beautiful there inning by Kaufman in the third.
See if he can keep it going here. See if we can get those pitch counts from the last inning. He'll try to look that up in just a second. Looks like he came in right about where he did in the first, about 22 pitches roughly. So not the 8-pitch inning he had in the second. I'm sure he'd like to revert back to that, but 15 pitches through 3. Not terrible.
Not exactly ideal either. I mean, that's a problem you're going to have, though, when you walk leadoff hitters and get deep into counts. And we saw Blake, I believe it was Blake who had that 9-pitch at bat. It's tough to beat those. Tough to get over those as a pitcher. As the rain is starting to come down here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, starting to see a little bit of a mist here. You can see it over the field.
Yep.
There was rain in the forecast for the next couple hours from game time until roughly about 6, maybe 6:30-ish. About 5 o'clock here Eastern time. And that rain is making its presence
to come
known.
down. Like we said, here in Michigan, we never get a day off. We never can enjoy a nice little sunny day here, especially early on in March and April and May and June and July, and every month we never get a great day.
Just name all 12 months.
Yeah. We might have a couple nice days in December maybe during Christmas.
Just randomly. And that'll be Christmas when you want a white Christmas.
When we want snow.
The first pitch here to lead off the third inning for the Wolverines is a ball that's inside to Blake Nelson and clips him right on the small of the back. So a hit by pitch puts the leadoff runner on for the third straight inning for Michigan.
Yeah, to be honest, Austin, that looked a lot like Wogu's pitch. Inside pitch, he didn't turn in. He turned into it, but not one of those subtle movements. And he didn't call that one back. So very interesting. It's a tough call to make as an umpire.
It is. Jimmy Kerr steps in now, the left-handed hitter. But going back to what you were talking there, after this first pitch of the at-bat is delivered, misses high and away. Ball 1-0. I think really the difference is, I think the way that Wogu's stance is, he has his hands so low and he's extremely close to the plate. That big presence might have thrown off the home plate umpire a little bit.
Absolutely.
As opposed to Blake Nelson, who's a little more upright, slightly farther off the plate, and that doesn't have quite the build that Wogu has either.
That's a very good point, too, with this pitch delivered here.
Yep. 1-0 pitch misses high again, and that one is thrown over the pitcher's head from Padre. Alfonso's there to back it up. That's why you always are moving on the baseball field.
I talked about the Cardinal error earlier, that Padre Maker letting the ball go through his 5-hole. That is a Cardinal error there. As a catcher, you cannot overthrow your pitcher. And an absolute great job by Alfonso backing up there. That could have been horrible. I mean, they could have advanced to second. Michigan could advance to second base. You can't do that. But like you were talking about earlier, you talked about Wogu's stance and how he's got his hands low. Well, that was a high-end pitch that he took, so he probably had to raise his hands up a little bit, and I'm sure that movement kind of gave it away.
2-0 pitch to Kerr, misses high again. Everything's high so far this inning from Galvin. It's 3-0.
Yep, cannot afford to fall behind hitters early in the count, and Gavin is doing that so far here to Jimmy Kerr.
Kerr was the second walk of the 3 straight walks to lead off last inning.
Yep.
See if he gets a pitch to hit here at 3-0. It's on the inside corner for a strike. 3-1.
I have a question for you, Austin, here. It's kind of another situational play. 3-0, up 6-0. You give a guy a green light?
I am a big proponent of 3-0 green lights.
I am too.
Almost all the time I want 3-0 green lights because more often than not, that's the best pitch you're going to get.
Absolutely. And especially when you have a lead like that, the guy's going to have to come at you.
3-1 pitch misses outside for ball 4. So Jimmy Kerr hasn't had to take the bat off his shoulders today, and he's reached first twice.
Yep. Big. I'm curious to see what Manhattan to do as the bullpen is still going over on the first base side and right field. The guy cannot afford to fall behind early on in the count. He walks a guy, and you got another. He hits a batter, walks a guy, and we have first and second, no outs. Gavin's throwing a lot of pitches. You're down 6-0. He's probably not going to come back and battle up here. So curious to see if they're going to take him out soon.
Fat Bottom Girls playing. Yep. Joe Donovan's walk-up song here. He steps up to the plate.
A little queen action from your catcher. Go figure. That's all. Catchers, man. They're always a
first pitch, again high and over the head of Joe Donovan, back to the screen. Both runners are going to advance on this one. So 2 runners in scoring position now for the catcher, Donovan, but he's down in the count, or rather up in the count, 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, Galvin is definitely starting to lose command in this game. Last inning, he suffered 3 walks, hit a batter that should have been Wogu, and then a walk here, a hit by pitch, and then a pass ball. He's definitely starting to lose command. I'm curious to see if Manhattan's going to make a move soon.
Doesn't look like it's complete throwing down the bullpen, more just warming up, a little catch to start off. So
catchers,
at the very least, you're going to get another batter probably after Donovan.
Yeah, the catcher's not in a stance. He's standing up as well, playing catch back. So it's not heavily intensive warming up down there. I'm curious to see what they're going to move or what move they're going to make.
Donovan takes this one low, though. That's a change from what most of the pitches in this inning have been from Galvin, but it's still ball. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Now, this is a situation where I become a little more willing to say, oh, maybe just take until you get a strike, although Donovan not doing that here. Good breaking ball, tailing away from him, swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point,
though. 2-1.
A guy who's losing his command, you do want to see him, deliver a strike to you, but, it's 6-0 lead right here. It's only in the 3rd inning, so you can take daddy hacks until you can make contact and put one over that brick wall in left field.
You got a couple of runners in scoring position now. Drive one into a gap. As this
absolutely.
Foul off to the left side, and the count's 2-2.
And like we said earlier, Donovan has showed a lot of power this year. He's got 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, also and 3 doubles, 3 impressive doubles. So a guy here who's shown that he can take a pitch deep. You get a pitch like that, 2-0 down the count. He's gonna want to do that. He's gonna want to hit one out of the park. So yeah, I give the guy a green light as well.
Coming set is Galvin here. 2-2 pitch, a chance to get the first out of the inning. He misses inside, though, as Donovan dances out of the way. That one almost clipped his ankles there.
Yeah, I can't get a number out in the bullpen, but he's definitely starting to warm up. He's coming set and delivering in a normal routine, so he's definitely starting to more intensely warm up. Curious to see if Manhattan's going to make a move soon.
We'll see if we get one more batter after Donovan, perhaps. The 3-2 pitch to him could result in that decision, and instead it misses low and in for ball 4. That's another walk. Again, 3 straight batters reach to start the 3rd inning. The same 3 that reached to start the 2nd inning. Nelson, Kerr, and Donovan. Blomgren came up with bases loaded back in the 2nd, promptly delivered an RBI single to right.
Yeah, and that's another thing, too, that Galvin has not been able to take advantage of. Well, you have your 6, 7, and 8 hitters up, especially your 8 hitter. Mainly your 7, 8, and 9 hitters are usually the worst hitters in your lineup. You can't walk those guys. And you get Wogu coming up and Franklin and Brewer. Those are guys who can take a long ball. You can't afford to walk the bottom of the lineup.
Blomgren stands in. His 2nd bases loaded opportunity in as many innings and takes the ball inside. Counts 1 ball and no strikes. Blomgren's average up to 267 after that single last inning. Getting on base at a 389 clip.
Yeah, you can't.
Impressive to see out of the freshman.
Absolutely.
He had the defensive prowess, and now that bat's starting to come around.
Yeah, you can't expect anything more of your 9 hitter. That's a guy who's got to get on base for the top of the lineup.
And that one is grounded up the middle, base hit. 1 run's going to score. Coming around 3rd and scoring as well is Jimmy Kerr. So for the 2nd straight inning, Jack Blomgren comes through with the bases loaded. This time he drives in 2 on the score. 8-0 in favor of the Wolverines.
Very, very good approach there by Blomgren. He got the ball right down the plate, got his hands to, got his hips to, and delivered a strike right up the middle, knocking in 2 runs. Big here for the Wolverines, as it looks like the coach is coming out to the mound. Not exactly giving a signal yet. Looks like he's looking at that bullpen, but we'll see.
We haven't seen the official call of the pen, but it's just about there. It is.
Manhattan bringing out a guy from the bullpen. Wolverines got a chance here, up 8-0, still with runners 1st and 2nd, no outs. Really, really taking advantage so far of Manhattan here early on this game.
That will do it for Mark Galvin. The book not quite closed on him yet, as both those runners on base do belong to him, but as soon as those guys get cleaned up, we'll give you his final line on the day. Spoiler alert, though, it's not going to be pretty.
Nope. And that ERA is going to rise a little bit more.
And appropriate song playing here at Ray Fisher Stadium. A bad day for Mark Galvin. Really a rough start to the season for him, for the senior.
A little bit of troll job coming here from the Michigan Wolverines.
That's just good competitive spirit.
Oh, yeah. We were laughing at it earlier as Manhattan took the field to take their traditional warm-ups and take the traditional infield. Wolverines slowed down the music a little bit, brought out a little sorrow songs, and just a little funny troll job here from the Wolverines. But after this 4-game set, coming next weekend, the Wolverines are bringing in Texas Tech, the number 11 team in the country. So games like this, you're up 8-0 in the third. In the bottom of the third, you got to work on your fundamentals. Try to take good approaches to the plate because you got a big 3-game set coming up. You got to prime yourself for that big series in a week.
You've also got the rest of this series as well. You don't want to drop a team as the number 23 ranked team in the country. You don't want to drop a game to a team that, at least so far in the first couple games, you seem to be fairly superior than.
Yeah. Interesting thing is, too, we had a 1-2 goal so far. I'm curious to see how Michigan's going to approach the 3 and 4. What exactly are they going to bring out in a 4-game set, which is always tough for college baseball teams because unlike MLB teams, they don't exactly have a 5-man rotation or a 6-man rotation. They have guys who can usually do it, but they don't get the same amount of innings as MLB 5s and 6 or 4 and 5s get.
Coming in to pitch for the Manhattan Jaspers is Jose De La Cruz, who's actually a utility player, plays both offense and pitches. He's appeared twice this season, pitched 2 2/3 innings, given up a couple runs, only one of them earned, struck out 2, walked 1, and starts off with a pitch outside to Jordan Wogu here. 1-0 is the count on the Wolverine leadoff hitter. It's a 3.38 ERA for De La Cruz so far this season.
Yeah,
De La Cruz, the righty out of New York City, New York. Comes set, looks back at Donovan at second. The 1-0 pitch bounces in the dirt. 2-0 is the count.
Yep, as Wogu was approaching the plate, given his last at-bat was not the way he wanted to go. He gets hit by a pitch and gets called out for it. I'm kind of curious to see how he's going to respond to that. He's 0 for 2 for the day. But like you said, he has an absolute physical presence in that batter's box. He's a large man. He definitely's got some pop to him.
Listed as 6'3", 235. Local kid from Ann Arbor. So the 2-0 pitch to Wogu misses outside for a ball, 3-0. And we talked about it earlier. I know it's a new pitcher. Maybe you want to take till you get a strike, but a 3-0 pitch.
Yep.
Wogu could definitely, even with the wind, send one over that left field wall.
And that would
certainly be a nice little topper on top of this early 8-0 lead.
Yep, especially at 3-0. A new pitcher, he's not exactly warmed up yet.
There it was. He got the 3-0 pitch. He went for the swing, was a little ahead of it, and grounded it foul to the left side, but hit hard, as you mentioned. Going to try to maybe launch one out to left.
That's exactly what you got to do. And you're down 3-0. Turn that back foot more. Swing those hips harder. Get those hands through a little quicker. Try to knock one over the fence. That's exactly what hitters do with 3-0. And you get that green light. Trust me, hitters are going to take advantage of it. They're going to want to knock one out.
And you got to assume here on 3-1 he also has the green light again. As we're getting time called, I think the wind picked up just a little bit too much for Wogu's liking. They're going to wait a second.
Yeah, the home plate umpire actually done a very good job of controlling the pace of the game. It's tough, like we were talking about. Umpires, it's very tough in these cold days.
3-1 pitch, misses high for a ball. Ball 4. Wogu's on base for the second time today. And the bases will be loaded up for Jesse Franklin. Second time he's seen that in as many innings as well.
Yeah, as I was saying, umpires have a very hard time here in cold days here in Michigan. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants an umpire in the middle of March in Michigan. But a lot of times umpires let it get away from him. Hopefully an umpire's done a very good job here. I wish I had his name. I want to know. Give the man the credit he deserves. He's had a couple calls that, every umpire's going to struggle with, and there are a couple calls go wrong for every umpire, every game. But he's done a fantastic job behind the plate so far.
We were talking about walk-up songs briefly earlier. Jesse Franklin sticking with Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix. Big fan of that one.
Beautiful.
He takes the first pitch, the at-bat high, 1-0. That's our first call of the year. You gotta get used to the new walk-up song. People that change it and whatnot.
You really find out a lot about a person when you hear the walk-up song. I mean, some guys walk out to some groovy songs. Some guys like to hit it hard with the rock, some country, and you learn about a lot of guys.
1-0 pitch to Franklin right down the pipe. That's 1-1.
Yeah, Franklin has been struggling early on this year. He's still batting 150. Got the average up to 167. But, I mean, from a 2 slot, you guys got to get on base for you. You get the leadoff guy on. You have to move him over. You have to put the ball in play.
He's getting on base at a 364 clip, so
That
not
is
too shabby there at all.
very impressive, yeah. That's
walked more than he struck out this season. So he
definitely
swings and misses there.
Yeah, it definitely helps your average a lot, or it definitely looks a lot better than your average. That's critical for your 2 slot. You gotta get on base. You gotta move your guy over.
The count's 1-2 on Franklin, trying to avoid striking out twice this game with the bases loaded. He did take his last at bat last inning in the second to 10 pitches before swinging and missing. As a 1-2 pitch bounces off his knee, it looks like, and then he'll get an RBI on the hit by pitch. Run comes in to score from third is Donovan. So got an RBI the hard way, his second RBI of the day, and the score now sits at 9-0 in favor of Michigan.
You know, another question here. Michigan's got a pretty commanding 9-0 lead now. I'm curious to see how long they keep Kaufman out there. It's a 4-game set, like we're talking about. Maybe if you take Kaufman out, keep him at 50, 60 pitches, maybe you can put him out for a couple innings on Sunday. If the starter coming in Game 4 is struggling a little bit, it's something to think about here with Michigan taking a big lead.
Jordan Brewer with a chance with the bases loaded now. Nobody out here. He pops one sky high on the infield. It's going to be foul, though. Moving back towards the screen, trying to make a play as Padre, and it goes out of play. The wind helping Jordan Brewer there, letting him stay alive as he got way under that first pitch. Just goes down as a harmless foul ball, strike one.
Chalk another one up for the wind right there. The wind's blowing in that direction. I'm sure it sure looked like it was going right around the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
And the wind definitely blew it in a little bit. It was a high fly ball. So the wind definitely helped Wolverines out there knocking the ball foul.
I mean, you saw De La Cruz out there, and it looked like the left side of the infield, too.
Yeah.
Took that step back
absolutely.
like it was going to be on the infield for a second before.
And Padre did a nice job getting his back to home plate. You know, the ball's always going to spin towards home plate, and he got his back to home plate and kept good poise. Just the wind knocked it out.
A nice stop there by Padre on a ball in the dirt. Brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike on Brewer. Brewer, when faced with this situation last inning, hit a one-hopper that got through the third baseman, Serta, and into left field. Doesn't get credit for the RBIs, but 2 runs did score on that play, and he came around to score himself later on the RBI double by Miles Lewis. This was lifted high towards left field, deep. Could be. It's gone over that high wall in left field. Grand slam, Jordan Brewer.
Absolutely beautiful approach there by Jordan Brewer, hitting his 2nd home run of the year. Took it inside pitch, swept his hits around, pulled his hands in, got good contact on the ball, and drove it over that high brick wall in left field. Absolutely beautiful approach by Brewer as they take their helmets off and dap themselves up a little bit. Huge grand slam, making the lead 13-0. Absolute beautiful approach there by Brewer.
7 batters have come to the plate this inning for the Wolverines, and with that grand slam from Jordan Brewer, all 7 have now come across to score. And as you mentioned, the score, Michigan 13, Manhattan 0. And what's most impressive, I think, is Michigan has 13 runs on 5 hits.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's what happens, though, when you walk and hit pitch or hit batters. That's going to happen. And when you hit grand slams, that helps as well.
Always helps boost you up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, a lot of people get out of track on a blowout win here in the 3rd inning, but that's when it's the most fun for these players. Michigan players love these situations. You're about to see some pinch hitters come up, try to get some ABs, but guys take advantage when they get these environments and these situations where you don't have to be as intense. And Brewer takes advantage of it and just smashes the ball over that brick wall in left field.
Miles Lewis splits the first couple pitches of this at bat. 1 missed high and up, and 1 foul off to the left side. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Lewis is 1 for 2 on the day with a 2 RBI double back in the second. He takes the 1-1 pitch low in the dirt. Ball that goes to 2-1. And Wolverines guaranteed to bat around this inning, no matter what your definition of batting around is. As you mentioned, 7 guys have come to the plate, no outs yet. You're going to see Blake Nelson get his 2nd chance of the inning in just a couple of batters. And for Dominic Clemente on deck, maybe a sigh of relief. He made the last out in both the 1st and 2nd innings. Can't do it this time.
Can't do it this time.
He won't get ragged on by his teammates at all or anything about that one. As Lewis taps this one foul behind the plate, 2-2.
Just looking down the stat sheet, Michigan's offense has actually been very impressive. There's only 1 player, and this is pregame stats, so it could have changed now. I'm sure it has changed now, but there's only been 1 batter who's batting under 270 in on-base percentage. And Jimmy Kerr, and he's got on a couple times today, so I'm sure about everybody's over 270, 280 on-base percentage. And you can't ask for anything more than that. A team that's gotten very successful pitching out of Carl Kaufman and Tommy Henry, you can't ask for anything more. And that's why Michigan's 10-4 right now. They jumped off to an 8-0 or an 8-0 run. It's been very successful for the Wolverines, and it's going to be big coming into big-time play. And exactly what we're talking about, big into Texas Tech.
A swing and a miss there from Lewis sets him down on strikes. The first out of the inning for Manhattan, much needed there. And with one gone, nobody on, that brings up Dominic Clementi. Yeah, as you mentioned, the Wolverines offense has been impressive looking at the numbers so far this season. A little bit of growing pains, sometimes not quite putting up the gaudy numbers to go along with the absolutely filthy pitching staff, but you kind of expect that out of us. That's still a fairly young team.
Exactly, and that's the thing with baseball too. Hitting in baseball is one of the biggest mind games out there in all sports, and it really comes into play at the plate. So if a guy's lacking confidence and he's 0 for 4 the game before, going the next day, you have a different approach, and that really separates the good hitters from the bad hitters. Your approach and your mindset coming in is what affects it. And you get into droughts, players often have a worse approach coming in. And then that can lead to certain droughts in a baseball team in their offense. But when you have pitching like that, it's nice for hitters not having to worry about putting up runs and moving runners over, because Tommy Henry and Kaufman have been so excellent. Both are sub 1.6 ERAs. You can't beat that.
First 3 pitches of the at-bat all taken by Clementi. It's a 2-1 count as he grounds one towards second, but it goes right past the glove of Alfonso out there. That'll go down as another error on Manhattan, their third of the ball game. But Clementi's on base for the first time today.
Yep, that is twice a Manhattan infield has let a ground ball go between their legs. The Cardinal sin. I've thrown out a lot of Cardinal sins today, but Manhattan's made most of them. You can't overthrow the pitcher behind the plate, and you can't let a ground ball go between your legs. And that's twice it's happened in Manhattan. I don't know if it's being down 13-0, being in this cold, but good teams, you cannot afford those mistakes. You cannot make those mistakes Manhattan has today.
So you update the score sheet now as got to change that 4 to a 3.
Yeah.
As the second at-bat of the inning for Blake Nelson has begun. He takes a strike, 0-1.
And again, Blake.
Unintentional rhyme there.
Yeah, there you go. But Blake Nelson, who's been looking to continue his hot streak, hasn't got the chance to do so yet. He had 2 doubles last night. He was 3 for 3, and hasn't been able to take the bat off his shoulder yet today.
A walk and hit by pitch thus far as he takes the 0-1 pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. He did have a nice at-bat when he worked the walk back in the second.
Very, very nice at-bat.
7-pitch at-bat to work that walk.
Still, though, you're seeing a lot of struggles on the Manhattan pitchers. De La Rosa here is struggling early on. Doesn't have great command over his strikes, especially over his fastball, I should say. Excuse me.
As he fires a fastball in there on the outside corner for a strike.
That's all right. Hey, I was talking pre-pitch. Yeah. But like I said, it's an element of the cold. It's so hard for pitchers to keep command of their fastball on the cold, wet days like today. And Kaufman's done it exceptionally well, where Manhattan struggled a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little action potentially out for the Wolverines, warming up someone else to relieve Kaufman potentially.
Yep.
There's a little stirring in that dugout. As a swing and a miss here from Nelson sets him down on strikes. So
again, reiterating the cold today. Kaufman. It's been about 15, 20 minutes since Kaufman's been on the mound last.
I think it's been longer. It feels like it's longer.
It feels like it's been longer. Yeah,
we had the pitching change this inning.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I'm
sure it's up around half an hour. Yeah, and that's so tough for a starting pitcher in the cold. Your arm goes cold. I'm sure he's got a coat on, and everybody's got a coat on. But I'm sure specifically he's got a coat on, and it's very hard. I'm curious to see how Kaufman's gonna come out in the top of the fourth and deliver.
Jimmy Kerr, who hadn't taken the bat off his shoulder yet today, lines one into right field for a base hit. Going from first to third is Clementi. The throw-in is going to hold Kerr at first. So a single there from Jimmy Kerr on his first swing of the day. Puts runners at the corners. 2 gone here in the third for Joe Donovan.
Yeah, first strike there for Kerr, and he takes an inside pitch. Like I said, lefties love those low and inside pitches, and he drives one over the first baseman's head into right field. Very, very good approach there by Kerr. I do love seeing that.
And maybe just a little anxious. He's got the bat off his shoulder. He walked a couple times.
And he sees one pitch, and he's going to want to hit it. Yeah. And I love seeing that out of batters. A lot of guys go up there and like to take the first pitch. Outside, if you're down the count, you're not going to see a better pitch than the first one.
Joe Donovan steps in, takes the ball low. Counts 1-0. Joe Donovan, another guy who's walked twice, hasn't put a ball in play yet today. Walked back earlier in this inning, came around to score.
Yep, he's definitely going to be looking to get a pitcher he can drive and put it over left center, right center. Their center fielder's playing pretty straight up.
1-0 pitch, just misses clipping Donovan inside. Lifted the hands up, but didn't quite get any of the jersey, so 2-0 is the count.
Yeah, I don't want to mess up that beautiful pinstripe uniform here.
The pinstripe with the big Michigan M over the left part of the chest.
It's a clean look. I like it. It's a clean look.
It is a very sharp look there as that one's fouled off. Heads up down over there for people standing. Little chopper got past the dugout, not a play. Counts 2-1.
Yeah, you're seeing a couple of Manhattan players have sweatshirts under their uniforms, and I don't blame them, man. Yeah, it's so cold here early on in March in Michigan. It looks like left fielder's got a white hoodie on under. I don't blame them. It's gonna happen. It'd be so cold here in Ann Arbor.
2-1 pitch misses high now, and that goes to 3-1. And yeah, you're talking about these sharp pinstripe uniforms. I think my personal favorites are the blues. I'm just partial to blues in general.
I do like the blues. I mean, it is such a sharp look. All navy blue is such a sharp look.
It all looks good.
And I mean, you see it in every sport. I personally like the navy blue basketball uniforms over the maize basketball uniforms. It looks really sharp. But the pinstripes, it's just a classic look.
To 500 miles.
Yeah.
He's going to walk 500 miles there at this pace.
Oh man, yeah. Look, another troll job here from the announcers and the music players here and over here in the stadium. It's been an impressive showing from them, not just the Michigan team, but the Crewsmen here in the Wolverines.
I don't know how this keeps happening here, but Jack Blomgren, third at bat of the day, third time he's come up with the bases loaded.
He's 2 for 2 thus far, 3 RBIs. I'm sure he's going to try to pick up a couple more here.
Not on that pitch, though, as he spins out of the way there, ducks at a ball that's high and in. It's 1-0.
Yeah, De La Cruz is really, really struggling with his command here as Manhattan's got their bullpen warmed up, and they've had a bullpen in there for the last couple at-bats. And it really sure looks like that bullpen pitcher is on the gate watching here. It looks like he may be coming in after this pitch as the manager is on the top step.
See if Blomgren can tack on a few more runs before that happens, though. 1-0 pitch. Thought about swinging. Took that one for a strike.
Looks like that may have been the pitch to do it. That was right down the plate. Fastball, belt high in the middle third of the plate.
Looked like he might have taken a little bit off, had Blomgren maybe a little bit out on that front foot.
Yeah.
I guess when you don't have any strikes on you, it's fine to take that one.
Yeah. Especially 2 outs, too. 2 outs, you definitely want to be more selective than if you're early in the inning with no outs or runners out with no outs.
1-1 pitch, low and away, ball 2. And Blomgren officially seen more pitches this at-bat than he did in his last 2. This would be the 4th pitch to the at-bat. Up to this point, he had seen 4 pitches all day. So a really long at-bat here for Jack Blomgren, obviously.
They're all long at-bats right now.
If you're De La Cruz out there, Manhattan Jaspers, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And this one's going to come up and hit him right on the shoulder. That one stung a little bit in the cold, you could see.
Oh, yeah.
He'll get another RBI out of it at least. As
those are the those
comes across to score.
You hit it right in the nose there. Those are the absolute worst. In the cold, getting hit, especially in the shoulder or the elbow. I mean, oh my gosh, in the cold is the worst. Actually, it might be second worst. I have to say, an inside pitch when you get jammed in the cold, that's the worst. Those are the worst. Your hands are
stinging the entire way around the bases.
Oh, yeah.
As we will get another pitching change here from Manhattan, and not so trolly this time. We're just playing a little Friday night here as we're getting into Friday night. It's about 5:30. Lights are coming on, taking effect here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Although with daylight savings time, we still got a little bit of time before it officially gets dark.
Yeah, they had to use those lights last night as we were talking to some of the staff here at Michigan. They didn't get out till 10:30 last night.
Yeah.
And a game that was supposed to start at 4 o'clock had an hour and a half delay till 5:30. Played 6 innings, and then, like we said, had that tornado warning. They had to ship everybody Yost right across the street here, and it's been a long couple of days here for the Wolverines in Manhattan, and we're shaping out for another one here. Still in the bottom of the third and about an hour and a half in.
And I believe this is going to be – oh, I'm sorry, I missed his name there. I thought we almost had a debut here, but it'll be Mason Vaughn coming in, the right-handed throwing freshman for Manhattan. He's appeared twice this season, just a couple innings pitched. He's given up 3 runs, couple earned, struck out 2, walked 2. His ERA sits at 9.
Yep.
which limited sample size on that one. It's not quite as indicative.
Yeah.
As
There's
jumps off the page.
not exactly any low ERAs here for Manhattan. They have guys sitting at 2.5, 2.5, and 2.8. We got John Kalen and, excuse me for the pronunciation, Joe DeTorsi, sure, something like that.
Hey,
and
DeTorris,
yeah.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, DeTorris. Looks like, yep. But yeah, it's, like I said, it's for these small schools. They go and play big competition. These are opportunities for them to try to prove themselves and see how they compare against these high Division I baseball teams. And you're going to get that early on. They're prepping themselves for conference play, and they're going to see how they can do by comparing themselves to these great Division I baseball programs.
And as we mentioned back when Mark Galvin got taken out earlier in this inning, his book was not closed. And similarly, Jose De La Cruz's line also not closed on the day, as those runners on base are responsible for him, or are accredited to him. But we can give you Galvin's final stats. Never went back into that. 2 innings pitched, officially 4 hits, 10 runs, 5 of them earned, walked 5, struck out 2. Also hit a batter in there as well. His ERA up to 17.55 on the year. We'll see what happens to De La Cruz's here. We'll see if Wogu can do any more damage in the third. Michigan already leading 14-0. 8 runs come across in this inning alone. Wogu stays back on a pitch and fouls it off to the right side out of play. Counts 0-1. Started off with a first pitch off speed there, did Vaughn.
That's a interesting move from Wogu with a new pitcher. First pitch going, trying to go inside out. It looked like, like you said, a breaking ball, trying to pull his hands in, try to drive the ball to the right side of the field. Interesting move. I usually take a pitch in a new pitcher.
Wogu did take the first 3 pitches he saw back from De La Cruz and ran that to 3-0 before walking earlier in the inning. Wogu's also reached on an error and struck out on a ball that hit him. This one almost hits him as he muscles it off to the left side, foul. And counts 0-2.
Yeah, very, 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 very couple good pitches here for Vaughn. Put an inside half, making Wogu go chase for it. Couple pitches that Wogu couldn't really do anything with.
Wogu so far today, let me look at the stats. Maybe the only 0 for 2 person. Clemente officially 0 for 3, I guess, on the day.
Yep.
But Clemente did reach on the error, as did Wogu. And that one is a swing and a miss from Wogu. Went with the big swing there on a breaking ball low. Got him swinging. So Vaughn comes in and cleans up the inning, but was a little bit too late on that one as 8 runs came across the score there. We're only through 3 innings here at Ray Fisher Stadium, but the score sits at Michigan 14, Manhattan 0.
Yeah, very, very good job. You can't ask for anything more from Vaughn coming out of the bullpen, facing the leadoff hitter and striking him out on 3 pitches and 3 very, very good pitches. 2 low and into a right-handed hitter, and then it looks like a little breaking ball that breaks down through the zone. Absolute incredible job by Vaughn there to get out of that mess.
And if my eyes are not deceiving me here, I believe we might get some changes in the field this inning. Because I don't believe that is Joe Donovan behind the plate anymore. I believe that may be Jordan Rogers, if I'm reading that correctly. We'll see if we get any official announcement here in just a second. Maybe the freshman out of Chicago, Illinois, getting a chance to catch Carl Kaufman. If my eyes are correct.
Sure looks like it, yep. All right, it looks like he was
just warming him up. He's in full gear, though. Threw me off a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, those guys are always raring to go.
Hey, he's ready.
Coming up on the pitch. Hey, you have a job. You have a role. That's probably probably the role there.
Wouldn't be surprised at a couple innings, though, to see some defensive switches.
Absolutely. I'm actually, honestly, I'm kind of surprised seeing Kaufman come back out here. You know, with what's he sitting? How many pitches he's sitting?
See if he gets through 50 through 3.
50 through 3. Okay.
So maybe try to get him through 5 and get him a win.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Win stat.
That's definitely going to be the look. That's a very good point, Austin. But coming up here, it's such a, like you said, we've been sitting out for 35 minutes. He's been sitting out for 35 minutes, or I don't know the exact stat on that, but
I think it was close to 40. I think it was about 5 o'clock when the it started roughly.
Very hard for a guy who's been sitting in the cold. See how Kaufman comes out here in the top of the 4th.
Conversely, Dominic Palma here, the designated hitter, has also been sitting in the cold as he takes the first pitch from Kaufman and pops it up behind the plate. Joe Donovan takes off the mask, but running in and trying to make the play is Kerr. It bounced off the turf and off his head. Kerr looks to be all right. He pops up right away. But that ball swirling a little bit with the wind.
That's one of the toughest plays. It's one of the most underrated or underlooked at plays in baseball. As a guy who caught my entire life, you see those pop-ups behind the plate are very tough because they're always spinning back towards home plate. And when the wind coming in like that, it's very easy for Donovan to lose that ball. So that's why Kerr was charging very hard from third base. It's easy for him to pick up that fly ball. And like I said, the wind's still blowing. It's a tough play for Kerr as well. And neither one of them ended up with the catch.
0-1 pitch now from Kaufman to Palma is fouled down the left field line and well out of play. Counts 0-2. A couple early strikes here from Kaufman after you said sitting out for a while.
Yep.
At this point, when you're up 14-0, though, it's kind of just attack the batter.
Yeah, just pitch. Strikes. Yep, just pitch.
You can try to make your numbers look a little better, I guess. But
yep, that's
0-2 pitch bounced in the dirt. Nice stop by Donovan. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Still though, like you were talking about numbers. I mean, you still want to keep ERA low. 0-2 pitch, you're still focusing. You're still pitching. You still want to prep yourself for maybe if he's pitching against Texas Tech coming here next weekend. You want to prep your at bats.
1-2 pitch, trying to hit the inside corner but missing as Palma danced out of the way. There was Kaufman. So count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, got him the inside pitch. Backed him off the plate a little bit. Wouldn't doubt if a curveball comes here or some sort of two-seamer on the outside of the plate.
This 2-2 pitch misses just low. And the count's run full, 3-2. Palma popped out on a nice play by Jimmy Kerr moving out to left field back in the second, which seems like forever ago at this point.
Yeah, it does. That
was 13 runs ago.
Yeah.
This one is grounded towards second base. A sliding stop, but kicking it away was Donovan or rather Blake Nelson. Used to talk about Joe Donovan over here stopping balls and sliding the dirt. Got mixed up for a second there.
Yeah, Nelson's time to get dirty.
Lewis was there. He fielded it and kept Palma to just a single. So leadoff single here for the Jaspers in the 4th. Maybe playing for pride, trying to scratch a couple across, maybe get a little bit of hope. Crazier things have happened in baseball.
Oh, without a doubt. And we were talking about Michigan still prep themselves to play. Well, it's still Manhattan's job to prep themselves to play. Take advantage of your at-bats. You still can always improve no matter what situation you're in any sort of sport. So it's key for Manhattan here to take advantage of the at-bats that they have remaining in this game.
Alex Serta steps up to the plate 0 for 1 officially, but reached on an error back in the second. A throwing error on Jimmy Kerr. A little chopper to him that he threw just a little bit low in the dirt. Wasn't able to be scooped by Brewer. Check swing there on a ball in the dirt to start the at-bat is officially no swing. So the count's 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, they're leaving a gaping hole there in between the first base and second base as Brewer's holding him on, and then Nelson's playing just barely to the right of second base. If Serta can poke one to the right side of the infield, it'd be a huge hit.
Didn't look like he was trying to do that there. As a big swing and a miss. Brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's an interesting pitch, Kaufman, knowing the shift is on. Throwing a pitch to the outside, it's tough. It gives him a very easy opportunity for Serta to poke the ball to the right side of the infield. So I'm curious to see if Kaufman's going to play him more to the inside part of the plate this rest of this at-bat.
Got a 1-1 pitch on the way from Kaufman to Serta. Another swing and a miss there. Took a little bit off that one, did Kaufman. And the count's 1-2.
Again, 1-2, you got the shift on. I kind of would expect try to give him a little early or a little breaking down changeup low and in, or curveball breaking down bottom of the plate. Or bottom of the zone, excuse me.
Kaufman comes set now. As you can hear the wind whistling just a bit now. The 1-2 pitch, just getting a piece of that one, fouling off himself is Serta. The count moves to, or rather stays at 1-2. Serta taking a second after that one.
It looks like something
in his eye.
Yeah, maybe a turf pellet came up from his eye or something. But, man, those got to hurt, too, fouling a ball off his shin in this cold. Oh, man.
Does look like he has the protective padding on that front leg. But
yeah, he's got an Evo shield. There's something on it, a leg guard on his left ankle. A lot of guys you see doing that. And the elbow pad on the Evo shield, the elbow pad on the high elbows.
1-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Kaufman gets his 3rd strikeout of the day as Alex Serta is the victim this time around. And with 1 gone and 1 on, it brings up Kerry Abreu.
Yeah, Kaufman, I don't think that long wait in the dugout is really affecting him all. He's still got a pretty solid command out of here in the top of the 4th. He's mixing his pitches well. He's going inside to outside well, high speed, off speed very well. So it's very good command by Kaufman. It's something really tough to do for pitchers. You have to sit out for a long time.
Kerry Abreu steps in and takes a pitch that, frankly, I'm not exactly sure where it missed.
No.
Looked like a pretty good
It
one.
looked
Maybe
pretty
just a
darn.
bit
Might have been
outside.
Yeah.
Either way, the count's 1-0.
But like we were saying, though, Kaufman's been right around the zone the entire game. He has not missed in and out. He's not missed high and low. And like I said, he's commanding his off speed and his fastball very, very well.
Abreu takes a big hack there at the 1-0 pitch and comes up empty.
Yeah, Abreu
counts 1-1.
He was definitely looking to knock out that fastball that Kaufman gave him the pitch before, and Kaufman broke a little changeup over on him. Got Abreu out on his front foot. Very, very good pitch by Kaufman. Not a lot of guys do that when they're down the count. They don't often throw off speed. Kaufman did there.
1-1 pitch to Abreu is bounced in the dirt, but a nice stop by Donovan keeps Palma over at first base. Counts 2-1.
You think when the fifth inning comes out, once the fifth inning is completed, do you think they keep Kaufman in, or are they going to try to keep his pitch count down?
I would venture at about the fifth inning. It's about time to take him out.
Yeah.
Just weather-wise. It was a nice warmer day. Maybe let him go out there.
Absolutely.
Pitch a little bit.
Your arm's going to be a little different. And it also takes – that's another thing, too. It's very hard to recover after cold days.
Yeah, it's also early in the season.
Exactly. Everyone's on a pitch count early on, especially in the cold Michigan.
The 2-1 pitch was at the belt for a strike. 2-2 is the count. Now Kaufman comes set with a 2-2 to Abreu. That one bounces in the dirt. Another nice stop by Donovan. He is getting down and dirty all day today. The count's run full again, 3-2.
Yeah, still 0 pass balls for Donovan back there. He's been absolutely excellent. And I keep reiterating the cold. It's very tough for catchers in the cold.
Yeah, Joe Donovan back there out of Clarendon Hills, Illinois. A sophomore catcher. Watches Abreu line one into right field. It's fielded by Miles Lewis out there. A sharp hit ball doesn't allow Palma to go to third. So it'll just be runners at first and second there. And Abreu arguably has two of the hardest hit balls here for Manhattan. He has that single there to right. And his other single was one that he pounded so hard into the ground in front of home plate.
That's right.
There was no play on the ball.
That's right. Man, that was just about as high as that one pop-up that Donovan struggled with behind the plate. That's it. Works. Like you said, single and stat. But
it's line drive.
Yes, exactly.
And that one actually was a line drive. That one worked.
So he's proven he can do it. Yeah. And they're playing that. Nelson was playing that shift there, and he took it right in between that first base and second base gap, inside out swing. Very nice approach.
Nice day so far from Abreu there. 2 for 2 that brings up Sam Franco, the center fielder. He takes the first pitch low, 1-0. Franco, the freshman out of Bardonia, New York. A lot of places in New York and New Jersey not really familiar with personally, but you got to expect that with a small school. Yeah.
And that's the type of pool they're going to come out with. There's still a lot of talent in New York and New Jersey and the East Coast, and maybe they might reach into Boston and those areas. But a small school like that, you have to take advantage of those areas. You have to win those recruiting battles because you're not exactly a nationally known team. You got to stay home to your base.
Right, 1-0 pitch missed low and away, 2-0. Kyle Kaufman struggling just a little bit to find the strike zone at times in this inning, but that one's fouled off and off of Donovan behind the plate. He needs a second as the home plate umpire will casually trot out and give a ball to Kyle Kaufman. That relationship between the catchers and umpires is always
it's huge. As an umpire, that is one thing that it's so misunderstood. It's a nice when a catcher comes up to you, shakes his hand, asks you how you doing. It's big for an umpire, and I'm sure every college coach and every catching coach tells their catcher to do that himself.
I mean, you guys are the ones that are taking the brunt of everything back there. You see, the home plate umpire really taking his time, cleaning off that plate a little bit. Even with this plate that's all on a turf there, you get some turf and then pellets on there.
And the nice thing is, if that happened to the catcher, I'm sure Donovan would go out and talk to the pitcher.
Exactly. Two-way street back there.
Yep.
Counts 2-1 now on Sam Franco as we're ready to resume action here. Kyle Kaufman throws another one that's inside and jams Franco yet again. This time doesn't foul back off of Donovan, but instead into the Michigan dugout. So he's hunting for Wolverines here is Franco. See how many he can take out in one at bat.
Hey, it's maybe the point system we were talking about with the cars. It might be a Wolverine system. But I have to say, Kyle Kaufman, couldn't get that out. It's been absolute, has great command in his fastball so far. If pitches he's missed, it's been off speed. His fastball has been absolute excellent, inside, outside, high, and out corner.
And arguably, you don't have to have the greatest control of your off speed when you're locating your fastball as well as you are.
Exactly.
As that one misses just a bit low there to Franco and count runs full. If you can locate that fastball and have hitters guessing where anything is going to end up, even if you miss that breaking ball by a little bit, or even once in a while, you'll see him miss by the entire side of the plate. But if the fastball's on, they always got to expect that you're on target. As this one was grounded towards second, sliding stop by Donovan over Nelson. I did it again. And he fires over to first to make the out. Didn't have a shot at the double play as the runners move up to second and third. But a nice sliding play there by Donovan.
Very good play by Nelson. He did it again. Very good play by Nelson there. It's all right. Hey, it's early on. We're rusty too. It's okay.
We gotta get back in the groove here.
No, but Nelson, that's a very good play. Realizing he's not going to get the out at second base. He's not going to force anything. Just get the out. He took it over to first base and did exactly that.
Yeah, very nice play by Blake Nelson.
Blake Nelson, not Joe Donovan.
Not Joe Donovan.
It's all right, though.
And stepping up to the plate is the 9-hitter now, Jonathan Bardich there, as that one misses just a bit low there, 1-0.
Yeah, it's been a couple times Joe Nelson's had to make that sliding play in between the first and second base.
Joe Nelson, you're doing it too now.
Oh, my gosh.
There you go.
Dude,
contagious.
No, I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's something in this room. Who knows? But no, Nelson, he's had to slide a couple times in that first, second base gap. He's made a couple of very nice plays.
1-0 pitch here to Bardich is in there for a strike. Nice little movement on the two-seamer.
Has split it up a little bit. I got Nelson right, but I said Joe.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Tune in for the rest of this game to see how many different ways we can confuse Blake Nelson and Joe Donovan.
Do not make a drinking game out of it, because it would be kind of a rough for you.
That is a Friday night. Maybe it's a little pre-game. I don't know. As the 1-1 pitch is in there for a strike, 1-2. WCBN Sports does not officially endorse any sort of underage drinking at all.
No.
But if you are of age,
hey,
have fun, man. Hey, just keep it in moderation. Stay safe out there.
Yeah.
It is St. Patty's Day weekend. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff going around. Just stay safe this weekend.
Baseball and drinking. That's a
national pastime right there. Is a call to strike 3 on the inside corner there. Bardich couldn't take the bat off his shoulder. Kaufman sets him down on strikes. Kaufman's 4th strikeout of the day. Nice even split there. 2 swinging, 2 looking for Kaufman.
Absolutely. Today. Oh, and for Kaufman, it's very, like we were talking about. He's had great command of that fastball, high or low outside corner fastball. You can't beat that. That's a pitch you got to prep, especially in a 1-2 count like we're talking about. You don't leave a pitch over the middle for the hitter to hit on, or for a hitter to barrel up on. Do it low and away. Did not let him to barrel up on the ball, and then got a swing and miss. That's huge for any starting pitcher.
That takes us through 3.5 innings of play here at Ray Fisher Stadium. The score still sits at Michigan 14, Manhattan 0, and Eric Bakich walking out to the home plate umpire. I think we're going to get some switches here in the lineup, and it's kind of a mystery for us. Whenever they come up, they come up. So that's the thing about college baseball. It's not exactly the most friendly for people that are calling the game necessarily when it comes to changes. Sometimes you just notice, hey, wait a second. That center fielder's different.
Well, the other thing is different from here. Usually, when I go and watch baseball games, you're looking from left or right, And for pitchers, you can see when a pitch is slower or faster, especially from the left or right. Behind here, and I asked you earlier, where was the mile per hour? Clock at, and they don't have it. It's one of those things, though.
Little off there. It doesn't look like it's set up down.
It's supposed to be in the down. Is that a bottom right? The scoreboard?
Yeah, down the bottom right of the scoreboard.
That's what I figured.
Little cold. I'm assuming they didn't bring it out with all the rain earlier, the rain during the game.
Which makes sense. And it's one of those things you really look for in a starting pitcher, and especially a righty. Right-handed starting pitchers have to be a little more overbearing with their speed and their velocity, because they don't really have the finesse that left-handed pitchers do. So curious to see what Kaufman's been at all day, and especially the difference in early in the season when it's cold to the end of the year when he's in mid-season form in the warm.
It'll certainly be something to watch. This Wolverines team starting out ranked, which is a big milestone for them, and I'm proving that they were. They got up to 16th last week before they beat number 2 UCLA, then dropped a couple games to USC and Oklahoma State, respectively, while they were out on the West Coast, and this dropped a little bit in the rankings to 23rd. But still, you don't see many Northern or Big Ten teams ranked, so it's a big accomplishment, and this is a team that's only going to get better as Jesse Franklin stands in there and takes the ball low, 1-0. Extremely young team last year, reeled off a long winning streak, but couldn't quite finish it off at the end of the year. The 1-0 pitch is on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. They brought in the best recruiting class in Big Ten history coming into last year. So you're really starting to see that flourish this season.
Yeah, and you hit it right on the nose when you're talking about up north teams. as the pitch comes in.
That misses low and inside there, 2-1.
There's a huge disadvantage for up north teams. They simply just don't have the gift of playing baseball outside year round. That's such a big advantage. That's why you see the SEC and ACC schools.
This one is hit high and deep towards right field, but that one's going to hook foul. Looks like it had the distance for sure off the bat of Franklin, but just a little bit out in front of it, and it goes as a long, loud strike 2.
As I was saying, the SEC schools, ACC schools, the Southern Pac-12 schools have a huge advantage of practicing year-round, and those are the programs that you see usually are in College World Series. For Michigan to be ranked in middle teens, 16, 17, for them to be in that position come early season, that shows how much they've done with this program and how much they've had to, with things they've had to build through when you have that clear disadvantage when you're a northern team.
They swing and a miss there from Franklin, sets him down on strikes for out number 1 here in the 4th. The first time in this ball game that a Wolverine leadoff hitter has gone down to start the inning. And Jordan Brewer steps in. Meanwhile, over here for Manhattan, Mason Vaughn here, 2 batters faced, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, like I said, he came off beautifully coming out of the bullpen, bases loaded jam, 3 straight pitches, and got out of it to go. And you can't ask for you can't ask for anything better than that. And he showed very good poise here early on in the 4th.
As this one is popped up on the right side by Jordan Brewer, drifting over near that wall over by the bullpen and getting out of play is that one. Blake gave it a good chase, but doesn't quite have the go-go gadget extendo arm to reach over and grab that one, so the count's 1-1 on Brewer.
Yeah, it's not exactly pulling the Derek Jeter and diving into the stands. Well, we don't stands over there into the brick concrete, but whatever, same thing. That happens here in Ann Arbor.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
I think it was Brock Keener last year went hard into a wall to make a grab, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
He was playing a little bit at first. This one's high and deep towards left field. Going back at the track, the wall is Abreu, and Jordan Brewer's gone deep for the second time today over that tall wall in left field. This one's only a solo home run, but still impressive nonetheless. He got all of that ball, and oh boy, the junior really showing what he's made of today. Scores now 15-0 Wolverines.
Oh, yeah, Brewer. That was a different pitch than his first home run. His first home run was an inside pitch. He turned his hips and hands on and drove it out. That was a pitch that was on the outer half, and he got his hands around it and still drove it out to left field. That's impressive. That is very hard to do. You don't get the same power swing on outer third pitches that you pull. That shows how much power that Brewer has. And down the stretch here, you're going to see so much more home run numbers for him when it's warmer out. That was an incredible swing on an outside pitch to pull it and knock it over that great brick wall in left field here. Incredible.
The junior transfer looking like a huge addition here earlier in the season. This could be back-to-back here. Is Matthew Schmidt, I believe, hits one hard to left, but that one hangs up just long enough for Abreu to make the grab for out number 2 in the inning.
Yeah, it didn't look like he got great piece on it. That was a low inside pitch, and it looked like he barreled it. For him to barrel it out to the warning track, that's very impressive as well. But it's one of those things, though. You have to take the pitch it's given to you, and he put a good piece on it.
It was Matthew Schmidt who came in favor of Miles Lewis. We'll expect to see him out in the field next inning. Lewis was out there in right field. That brings up Dominic Clementi, the designated hitter. Yet to be in the hit column today. He's 0 for 3, but did reach on an error back just last inning. He takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Takes the second pitch just on the outside corner, apparently. It looked like it was a little off, but at this point, not the worst thing in the world to expand the strike zone a little bit. The count goes to 0-2 on Clementi.
Like I said, I wish I had his name, but the whole Plano player has done an excellent job so far today. He had that one call with Wogu. It is what it is, but he's been an absolute very, very good zone throughout the game here, especially in this long, tedious 15-0 game.
The 0-2 pitch was a breaking ball that couldn't quite catch the outside corner, and count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Clementi. Clementi doesn't have great luck today, doesn't have the best numbers on the season, but does have a great eye as he stays alive there, pokes one foul on the left field line. Last season especially, Clementi was extremely impressive, grinding out at bats as a freshman there, just doing a great job in general of really getting, or rather as a sophomore last year was Dominic Clementi, really gained playing time near the second half of the year and looked really good, looked very poised up there, which isn't something you expect from people getting their first real playing time.
Yeah.
But he swings and misses here for strike number 3. Another strikeout there recorded by Vaughn, his second inning, 3rd overall. But the Wolverines tack on one more run on the long Jordan Brewer solo shot. Score through 4 innings. Michigan 15, Manhattan 0. You're listening to WCBN Sports, the official student radio broadcast for Michigan baseball. And it looks like we were speculating that Kyle Kaufman would go 5 innings to try to get the win. Doesn't look like this is the case here. Is coming out from the bullpen. Looks to be a Wolverine reliever. We'll get the number for you in just a second. Kaufman at 77 pitches. Maybe that factored into it a bit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Back up.
Yeah, that's one thing they look at. Pitch count is far more important than innings, and it's far more important than a W on the win-loss record. That's really kind of the most overrated stat in baseball history. Can't get a number 29.
Number 29, Blake Beers.
There you go. You hear it right there.
Blake
Beers coming
Beers.
in. I don't believe there's any relation there between Blake Beers and
the beverage.
Seth Beer.
Oh. Let's go with
the beverage. Also the beverage.
Yeah, the beverage.
I don't know what Blake Beers does on his free time, so I couldn't tell you if there was a relationship there.
Yeah. But no, Blake Beers, in 2 appearances so far this year, has sort of struggled so far. He's at 17-18 ERA, which is definitely not ideal. But you have to take that into granted. Relief pitchers, it is much more easier to build up that ERA than it is starting pitchers.
One bad outing.
Exactly. 1, 2, you can have 2 at-bats, and you can give up 2 runs, and that can skyrocket an ERA to a very high number. So, it's very hard to overcome. But Blake Beers, the ERA stat means nothing of his performance so far this year.
Yeah, Beers so far. Yeah, I just mentioned just appeared in a couple games this season.
Yeah,
just
3
and 2/3 innings.
Yeah, 3 2/3. Yeah.
But as you mentioned, has given up 7 runs, all of them earned. Only struck out 1, but only walked 1 also. So guys are putting the ball in play against them. Maybe he has to work on missing bats every once in a while.
And with that being said, this is the absolute perfect time to get him into an inning. Build his confidence up. See if he can go 1, 2, 3. Maybe even give him 2 innings. You never know what this guy can do. Try to build his confidence up. He struggled early on. Being go through 1, 2, 3 here in this Manhattan team that has struggled at the plate thus far. It'd be great for this kid.
As we're going to get a bunch of defensive switches right now. Not entirely sure. You got to work out exactly where they're going to be in the lineup here once we get the official order. Try to figure this out. Christian Bullock looks like he's going to be making his way into left field, replacing Jordan Wogu.
And it's very difficult with these Michigan uniforms. They do not have the number on the front of the jersey.
Nope.
Only on the back. Makes it tough here for me and Austin. Or Austin and I.
Close enough.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm not going to be a stickler here on that. I'm a stats major, not an English major. It's fine.
I'm a history, not English.
There you go.
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Hardest language anyway. Really.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who needs it?
We got a pinch hitter here for Manhattan as well. Jake Knapp comes in and takes a couple pitches from Beers. 1 a ball, 1 a strike.
Yeah, Beers threw an absolute dart right down. It looked like it was a very good pitch, and the umpire called the ball.
1-1 pitch. Another one that looked awfully good. Must have missed a bit low. Count goes to 2-1.
Yep, as the manager, it looks like he's asking the catcher, asking Donovan where it was at. Donovan's should have given him a smart answer. Another one.
That one missed a little bit outside, it looked like. But counts 3-1 now, but not missing by much.
No, you were talking about when Manhattan was up, opening up, or when Michigan was up, opening up the zone a little bit. Well, now when Manhattan's up, you close the zone a little bit. It's just normal umpiring etiquette. You just kind of
try to get through the game a little bit here. As that one misses high and away for ball 4, so Blake Beers comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Knapp takes a walk to start his day, and leadoff runners on here in the 5th for Manhattan. Sean Blake, the big first baseman, is still in the game, and he is stepping up to the plate right now. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out to second and a strikeout of the looking variety. I'm trying to finish off these changes here. Got to go through. Relying a little bit on our StatCast. Jordan Brewer's moved out to right field, where Miles Lewis was playing. Matthew Schmidt has come in, replacing Miles Lewis to go to first base. Christian Bullock replaces Jordan Wogu out in left field as the first pitch misses. It's 1-0 to Blake. This one is grounded. Nice play there by Schmidt. He has to pump for a second. Blomgren gets the out at second. The throw to first is in time.
Incredible.
Double play.
The hardest double play to turn in baseball is that sharp ground ball to first base. You beat the runner going to second, and the shortstop gives a great turn back to first place for a pitching covering. That is one of the hardest, if not the hardest double play in baseball. Absolutely incredibly run there for the Wolverines.
3-6-1 on the double play. As you mentioned, fantastic play all the way around.
Perfect execution.
Schmidtman, nice sliding stop, had to pump to let Blomgren get to the bag from his hole in short. And Bierce did a great job getting over and making the play at first as the first pitch to Nick Samillo is flown out towards right field, camping under it, and making the grab out there is Jordan Brewer for out number 3. So that inning wrapped up awfully quickly after the walk to start things off. 1, 2, 3 officially, I guess. Minimum, I guess, in that inning. 3 batters came up. 3 are out.
Big for Bierce.
Traditional, but
big for Bierce, who's been struggling so far. That's exactly what the intent is. You get in here, give a couple batters, and and Eric Bakich, exactly what he's looking for. He's trying to get as many arms ready for the bullpen and ready for big time play as possible. And you can get a little confidence out of Bierce. He might be a formidable pitcher for you down the stretch.
Let's try to finish off what these official changes are over here. We got one more change. Jack Van Remortel is in at third, replacing Jimmy Kerr for the Wolverines. And I believe, one more change after that. Joe Donovan is also out of the game. Replacing him is Harrison Salter. Those are your 4 changes. Seems like a lot more with all the switching defensively going on for the Wolverines, but just 4 for the Wolverines so far. Wouldn't be surprised to see more as this game goes on. At the same time, the guys that are still in the game are guys that you'd really like to see just kind of get some more at-bats under their belt. Jesse Franklin, the sophomore, who's struggled a little bit, kind of get him in a groove maybe. Jordan Brewer's on a tear right now. You just want to see him hit. Exactly. At least for my entertainment.
For sure.
Some more.
Another thing is, too, you got to be careful with you still got 2 games left in the set. You can't go through many pitchers, so Bierce might make a 3 or 4 inning appearance here today. You still have 2 other games this rest of the series, so gotta be careful with pitching.
And one more correction there. It appears Jimmy Kerr moved over to second, so Jack Van Remortel did not replace Jimmy Kerr. He replaced Blake Nelson in the lineup. Jimmy Kerr is on deck right now, so not out of the game. I appreciate Big Jack. For Big Jack coming to the plate. Jack Van Remortel.
This Wolverines baseball team takes it back a little bit. I like it. They are definitely nailing it.
He is Big Jack, 6'1", 220 out of Carmel, Indiana, stepping up to the plate for just his 5th plate appearance of the season. He stands in there and takes a strike. 0-1 is the count.
Yeah, Jack is 250 on the year with 1 RBI, so a great job for him to continue to get more ABs here. It's definitely a prime situation to do so.
Here in the bottom of the 5th, the 0-1 pitch misses low. That's 1-1. Mason Vaughn still out there for Manhattan. Their best pitcher today by far.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had pretty solid command. He's, like I said, he came out of that bullpen with the bases loaded jam, got out of it. And second inning, he only gave up that home run. So, been very good so far.
And a day like today for Manhattan, just getting up the 1 home run is a very big accomplishment.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
As the 1-2 pitch catches the outside corner, goes to, or rather 1-1 pitch makes it 1-2.
And like I said earlier, that home run he gave up to Brewer, it was an outside pitch. It was not a bad pitch. Brewer just took the pitch and did an excellent job with it, knocking over the left field wall. And you can't really put that on Vaughn.
Van Remortel skies one towards center field, waiting a second. Now sprinting in is Franco, and that one drops between Franco and the second baseman Knopp. But the throw to second, got him. Sliding in. Van Remortel trying to be aggressive there, going for 2. Was a close play at second.
It sure looked like the first baseman missed a tag on him. It was a high tag. Sean Blake, he put it right on the bag. Van Remortel gave it one of those hesitation slides where he swings off to the right and he missed him at first. I don't know about that call. That's a tough one. It's 15-0. It might be one of those swing calls you kind of give him.
Yeah, in a closer game, I think Eric Bakich might put up a stink about that one.
Yeah. Tough call, tough play.
Jimmy Kerr strides to the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the day, but has reached base 3 times, a couple walks in addition to the single he had. Takes the first pitch outside, 1-0.
Can't tell. Is Jimmy Kerr wearing batting gloves? Is it?
It looks like there's some Mays batting gloves.
Okay,
yeah.
it does. Okay. I couldn't tell if those were bare hands or Mays, but
It does look a lot of Mays batting
Yeah.
gloves on the
gotcha.
club.
Yep.
I like it. I'm a big fan of the Mays.
I do
batting
too.
gloves.
They're nice. Say no batting gloves early on here in the cold, man.
That's a
hurt.
bold.
Yes, that would hurt.
The 1-0 pitch was a strike, 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch is outside for a ball, 2-1. Yeah, with the metal bats here, that is a whoof.
Yeah.
That would not be me. I say that much.
Yeah. If you ever took a swing with a wood bat, we had a fall wood bat league back in my my hometown.
Kerr reaches for one on the outside corner and bounces it towards first. It'll be a nice, easy 3-1 put out over there as Blake tosses to Vaughn, covering for out number 2.
Yeah, but we had a fall wood bat league back in Portland, where I'm from, and man, it's fall. It's so cold.
Yep.
And yeah, you take an inside pitch and wood bat. Oh man, those hurt. Those hurt.
I believe the composites are a little more friendly.
Mm-hmm.
What's like now the standard across all college and high school baseball.
Yeah, they've changed the BB core bat.
Yeah, the BB core. As that one is just fouled on the left field line off the bat of Harrison Salter, getting his first at bat of the day.
And there's different teams that use different sort of bats. I believe Michigan sticks with the DeMarini. I could be wrong. They sure look like the DeMarini, but some people like stick with Louisville Slugger, and the teams are all over the place. A lot of people like to use Easton.
You get those exclusive deals there.
Yeah.
So this one said high and deep to left off the bat of Salter. It's hooking down that left field corner and out of play.
Yeah, I think Michigan goes with the DeMarini, but there's a lot of teams. I know Vanderbilt uses Easton a lot. And specific bats are made differently, but a lot of them have stuck with that BB core make. And then as time has gone on, it's proved to be they're less pop, making it more safer for the game. So the NCAA has adopted the rules, and MHSAA, Michigan anyway, has adopted to that BB core rules.
The 0-2 pitch is grounded towards third, making the play potentially a Serta after a bobble, and got him at first by a half a step. Just happens to get the catcher running over there at Salter. The ground out ends the inning there, and 1-2-3, despite technically a single being put on the board by Jack Van Remortel.
Yeah, very good job by Alex Serta there. He got a ground ball, fumbled it around a little bit, was stuck with it, and gave a little nice sharp throw at first base and got out. Serta. Excuse me.
Quick inning there. The fifth, very quick on both sides. And we're through 5 innings here. The score remains Michigan 15, Manhattan 0 on WCBN Sports broadcast of Michigan baseball. As the weather starting to look a little gloomy out there beyond the fences yet again.
Getting dark. Hopefully no sirens go off.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. Just like yesterday. But hey, got the lights kicking on here. I didn't know this. I didn't know stadium headlights.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So
that's your lesson.
I heard that. I heard that yesterday. I was like,
yesterday.
Yeah. Well, and you play till 10:30. Yeah, you should have lights.
Yeah. Probably. That might be helpful.
It'd be nice.
Might be a little bit useful.
It does seem like the wind is definitely picking up though too. Coming back here and like we were trying to figure it out. It looks like southeast, but we could be wrong. But it's definitely been an outcome of this. Not outcome, it hasn't been the difference, but a lot of plays you've seen today have been, made a lot tougher because of the wind and because of the weather. And we've seen a couple bloopers drop in front of the left field, center field. Jimmy Curry made that excellent play where he had the right mind to go behind over his shoulder and make a fantastic catch. And that's such a different aspect in baseball early on the fall here, especially in Michigan. I know Sparky Anderson, the old manager of the Detroit Tigers, he would always ask for his teams for the first 40 games, just go 500, just be 20-20, just get a couple wins. And once you get the good weather and you start playing true baseball, Michigan Wolverines can really start thinking the same exact thing. You got to get through the early weather. Then you get into Big Ten play. When it starts warming up a little bit, then you make your best strides. You're prepared now. You're starting to be in midseason form. You got situations down. Arms are in good midseason form. They're healthy. And that's where you make the best. That's where you make your best move.
And we've officially got a Michigan debut about to get underway, as I'm going to say we had some great walk-ups today. This might be my favorite. Yes. Jack White coming out to the mound for Michigan to the Jack White band-led White Stripes with 7 Nation Army.
Yes.
It's too good to pass up.
It's wonderful.
Big round of applause to Jack White there for that one.
Fantastic. I'm sure if there are fans here, they'd be jumping up and screaming the little chant that goes on. Yeah. as the Big House made famous back in that night game against Notre Dame. God, do you remember that?
That was
fantastic.
A doozy of a game. I wasn't even a Michigan fan at the time.
Yeah.
But I was actually visiting my cousin at college.
Okay.
At Carthage College up in
Okay.
Wisconsin, and my uncle's a big Michigan fan.
Gotcha.
And we were peeking into like random like dining halls and like looking in to see the game. And we'd look 1 second. And, oh, Notre Dame's ahead. Looking, I was like, oh, Michigan's ahead. Oh, Notre Dame took the lead back. Oh, Michigan won. I was
incredible.
Absurd.
One of those moments. I've been a Michigan fan my entire life, so it was one of those moments you're like, wow, that's like one you're always gonna remember. I was actually at my grandfather got inducted into his high school's Hall of Fame, and we were at the induction, and we saw that, and that was incredible.
First two pitches from Jack White. One misses low, one misses well high and away. Little debut jitters here, but also the fact that we just had a random gust of rain. I can't even call it a gust of wind or like rain falling. It was like a gust of rain just came through. And then it's gone. Yeah. So 1-1.
If that doesn't define Michigan, I don't know what will.
2-0 was the count there, and that one finds the zone and brings the count to 2-1. Well, the scoreboard shows 1-2. I believe that first pitch was called the ball, unless I missed that one. It's 1-2 pitches bounced, or rather 2-1 pitch, I believe. Oh, this officially looks like it's 1-2.
1-2. Statcast is 1-2 as well. Yep.
All right, so we are at 1-2, and that is a foul ball to keep it at 1-2.
Yeah, Jack White, the 6'3" lefty, man. That's a pro prospect. You know, calling his name right there. You got to love that. Tall lefties.
This one's muscled out towards right, running in and making a diving grab, taking it off the turf. Is Jordan Brewer. It's the Jordan Brewer game today.
Showing out. Got that long hair. Gets a little Bryce Harper flip as he puts his hat back on. And he looks like a true baseball player today. 2 knocks, diving catch, and that hair, man.
That is straight out of the Miles Lewis book. Or rather, not Miles Lewis. The name's escaping me here. I'll have to look it up in a second. I want to properly credit here.
What's a hint here?
It's a Michigan player from a couple of years ago. I don't remember if it was Miles Lewis with long hair. I don't believe so. I'm blanking on the name right now. It's a long day. We've been here for I don't know how long at this point. But
through 6 innings, and it's
I know it's just 6 innings.
Yeah.
Not even. But no, every time he went after a ball, that hat was flying off.
Really?
Flowing lock
that happens
all the time. Oh, it's beautiful.
That's Bryce Harper as well, too, man. Yeah. His hat comes off so much. And Coco Crisp, that's the one I'm thinking
There's
of.
the big
Coco.
throw.
Oh, yeah. One of a kind. Iconic look.
Oh. As the first couple pitches were split 1-1. A good breaking ball there from Jack White. Brings the count to 1-2. And it's only been a couple of batters here. And I'm not going to just throw this comparison out there, but you said 6'3" lefty.
Yep.
Good breaking ball. Reminds me of another Wolverine pitcher as that breaking ball is hit towards left field, right field. Jordan Brewer makes his way over on a line and makes that grab for out number 2. There was a certain Wolverine lefty that's kind of tearing it up right now.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
As a reliever.
I see where you're going.
With a good breaking ball.
Yeah.
In Tommy Henry.
Absolutely. And that's one of those things that it's such a natural gift that left-handed pitchers are blessed with. They usually have that end over end 12-6 curveball that's absolutely fantastic. And Jack White's really shown a great ability to throw good command and then great curveballs.
There's a fastball that catches Alex Serta behind it, and he tips it back to the screen. 0-1. That's what happens. You have a good curveball. You get that fastball, catch him off balance.
Absolutely. You get a hitter off balance. You could bring it high-low. You bring that fastball high, that fastball outside, then you snap a curveball low and in. That's just a baseball move.
There's a curveball. It didn't quite break enough. It stayed a little bit too high, and that one's 1-1.
A solid attempt though at a backdoor curveball. A little outside. Didn't get enough snap on it. But like I was saying earlier, too, you're not going to – this might not be his best form. Jack White, it's raining out. You're not going to get that break on the curveball that you exactly want.
Fastball misses just low, maybe just inside as well, and the count goes to 2-1.
Yeah, you ask any pitcher, their absolute worst. I mean, this may seem obvious, but pitchers hate pitching in the rain because they don't have command. They don't have that spin on the curveball that they want. So this is his first appearance, and it's a very tough one to be in.
2-1, fastball popped up foul behind the plate and out of play. Counts going to 2-2. And yeah, in addition to that curveball, you got to have a solid fastball. Tommy Henry. Yeah. We've talked about how amazing he has been this season. We could talk more about it. We didn't really talk. We talked a little bit. We mentioned it, but he has been absolutely stellar this season. We got 3 more innings to fill here in a minute, so we could definitely talk about that. But he's been absolutely stellar. His calling card is that breaking balls. This one's a one hopper to short, backhanded by Blomgren. The throw to first, dug out on a hop by Schmidt.
Beautiful
for
pick.
Out number 3.
Beautiful pick. And that turf, man, that ball skips up. Great job by great job by Matthew Schmidt there. Stretching out and getting that pickup, going from ground or going from the dirt to the air. It's going up, not swiping out, going up. That's a beautiful pick there by Matthew Schmidt.
And that was officially the first traditional 1-2-3 inning of this entire ball game for both teams. We had back in the 5th, Michigan was able to get a double play ball after a walk. On the bottom of the 5th, we had the single that was thrown out at second. But your traditional out, immediately, nothing else in there. First time today here. It only took us until the top of the 6th inning to get it.
And Jack White, that's a good first inning.
Very solid first inning.
How many pitches did he throw? Probably.
Let's get that number right here. We can look that up. It is at 14 pitches.
14 pitches.
Very solid.
That's very solid. You can't ask for anything more.
Not quite Blake Beers' 8, but
no. Yeah, what a great outing. Yeah. We were talking about Blake Beers and his struggles so far. What a great outing thus far here. Not thus far. His pitching performance is concluded, but 8 pitches, no hits, 1 inning. That's beautiful. You can't ask for anything more. Andy surrendered a walk, got a double play in a situation, gave a nice little sinker there, and it's beautiful. You can't ask for anything more.
And you have to imagine that once he got that nice clean inning, head coach Eric Backich, maybe for confidence at the very least,
absolutely,
take him out and on a high note.
Absolutely.
Especially a day like today where a couple of things go wrong.
Yes.
A snowball and an out, it doesn't mean much, but at the same time, for a young pitcher, you want to just put as many good outings as you can together.
And I think that's what we saw with Galvin. He struggled early on in the first inning, and it wasn't necessarily because of him. He had an unearned run, and they came in the second and third inning and walked hitters. When that happens, like you said, one thing goes wrong, it's a domino effect in this kind of weather. Things are going to fall from you. And I think that's going to happen to Gavin today, and that's why Michigan surrendered 15 runs.
And so it'll be Jack Blomgren facing Mason Vaughn, who's still in there. He's pitched 2 1/3, only gave up a couple hits, struck out 3, hasn't walked a batter yet. Did give up the 1 home run, but that's been it against Mason Vaughn for the most part. Jack Blomgren's red hot, though, and he lines one into left field for his 3rd single of the ball game today. 4th time reaching base. Really like to see Jack Blomgren's bat getting going. He's already up to 283 before that single. We'll see what the average changes to after that, but came into the day at 250. If he can get up over 300 with that
fantastic
prime defensive work.
283 right now for pre at bat. So he's
up to 298.
Yeah, fantastic. And that's huge from a guy in your 9th slot. You get base knocks. You get your top of your lineup with runners in scoring position or runners on. That's huge.
Christian Bullock getting his first action of the day at the plate. Takes a pitch that misses just outside for a ball. 1-0.
And nice thing when you get situations like this, you're up 15-0. You have the ability of putting in your backups and getting guys A, Bs in situations where it's not so tenseful. It's not a situation that's going to throw them off. They're not going to be wide-eyed. They're just playing baseball at this point. You're up 15-0. You go up to the plate and you're going to take some hacks.
And Bullock started 10 games this season, getting a little time here. As he watches this one miss low, 2-0. Hitting 286, on-base percentage 381. He's one of your outfielders who definitely want to get into the game. Not a whole lot of pop in terms of slugging and extra base hits this year, just 1 double. But he is someone the Wolverines have had a high hopes for a few years now, the junior out of Chicago.
Yeah,
he watches another pitch miss.
He's an absolute electric player, too. He's got 7 stolen bases already this season, and we're not even a quarter of the way into the season. So he's been an absolute excellent so far. And it's something you ask for in a guy like that. That's his role. He's a speedy guy. He's hit 286, gets the ball on the ground. He can move runners over and beat out throws, beat out infield singles.
The big problem with him over the last few years, and it's shown up again this year, already 14 strikeouts this season, is the strikeouts. He just has a couple of holes in his swing that he hasn't been able to adjust to, and there's no hole there as he lines that one into right field for a base hit. The throw goes all the way towards third. It's going to get past the third baseman. Another mistake in the field by Manhattan. Granted, at this point, the game's just about decided, but still, you cannot be making those plays.
No, you cannot. And those are one of the plays where nothing was advancing. If Blomgren wasn't advancing to third base, he just missed throw back into the infield. That's simple mistakes that have been taught, or simple fundamentals that have been taught in early baseball. You can't make that mistake. And if you're going to do that in conference play, you can't do that. It's gonna result in bad outcomes in games.
what do we say? The Atlantic Athletic Conference, I believe, was the official.
Yep. AAC.
name.
Yep.
We were just going to refer to it as the AAC and just assume, hey, you guys can just assume it's the American. We'll boost them up a little bit here. But does the American do baseball? I really don't know.
I'm not sure. I mean, obviously they're the basketball split up with the Big East, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure. To be honest, I mean, that's the one draw to college baseball that's suffering right now. It is so heavily dominated by a few ACC teams, majority of the SEC teams, and a couple Southern Pac-12 teams that it's not really. It's definitely not. It's definitely not big here in the Big Ten. It's super small here, and that's one of the things that baseball suffers from. There's a college baseball, excuse me.
First couple pitches to Jesse Franklin. One's a strike swinging, one's a ball. But yeah, as you mentioned, I was not in Nashville last year, a couple times, and just walking outside of the Vanderbilt Stadium there, it's such a different. It's like a game day at like a major league park where people are like there an hour early. You get like, it's not quite like a major league park. Not that sort of atmosphere all the way around, but everybody's buzzing like this is their team. Well, you don't quite get that feel.
You've seen the Virginia, right? When every time Virginia hits a home run and the outfield they throw the beer showers.
It's just atmospheres like that.
Yeah, it's totally a different ball game.
Was it Texas A&M got the huge press recently for their ball 5, ball 6,
and that's just
a 4-pitch walk.
That's just one of those things. Michigan doesn't have the ability to play year round. Travel ball, especially for high schoolers, isn't as big. In fall ball and not necessarily spring, but in fall ball because they don't have the ability to play.
2 more pitches to Franklin, both miss low. It's 3-1 is the count. And on deck, looming over there, Jordan Brewer. Last 2 at bats, he sent 2 balls over that big wall in left field. Franklin stepping in though. 1 for 3 today. Has reached also on a hit by pitch. Couple RBIs, scored a run. He grounds one into right field. This could be at least 1 run. Bullock's coming around third, and he will be held at last second. So another RBI on the board here for Jesse Franklin on that single, his second of the day. His 3rd RBI of the day. And the Wolverines now up 16-0.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those games where batters love going to the plate because they are boosting their stats. That's for darn sure.
Good.
Yep.
Jesse Franklin coming into the day-to-day with, I believe it was, let me see if I get this correct here. The RBI stats came in with 6 RBIs. He's going to leave with 9. At the very least, who knows? He can come around and hit again.
So we still got 3 more innings here, 4 more innings here, 3.5
a couple more at bats after this. And Jordan Brewer at the plate. Here's the guy we were saying for entertainment purposes. We just want to see him hit.
Oh, for sure.
2 absolute bombs over the left field wall.
And he's in
really
another
anxious with that first pitch.
And he's in another prime position here. Runners first and third, 0 outs. See what he can do here. He's already played it in 5 RBIs today. It's quite spectacular performance.
And doesn't get credit for the 2 that he came on to score on the error by the third base.
That's right.
He rips one deep to center field. Going back, twisting a little bit is Crab, who's come into play. But he'll make the grab. It'll be a sacrifice fly, though, so not an official at bat. And another RBI for Jordan Brewer to put the Wolverines up 17-0. They got 2 touchdowns, a couple extra points, and a field goal on top of it.
Absolutely. Heck, it's putting up more points than sometimes in football. No, but that last at bat by Brewer, man, I would love to see the exit velo off the bat on that. Man, that was shot to center field.
Another one without the wind and without the cold.
Absolutely, yeah.
That could be right over that center field wall.
Yep, hit the batter's eye, and fantastic swing. Fantastic swing, especially here in the cold, man. I feel like they're another drinking game thing every time I bring up the cold, take a shot. But no, it's true though. In this situation,
we could do that and warm us up a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. But like I said, you get to the warmer times of the year, you're gonna get those hits. That's gonna be a shot off the wall.
Matthew Schmidt in for his second at bat of the day, swings and missed at the first pitch for strike 1. He flew out to left in his first at bat. A nice solid deep fly ball near the track. Getting his second look at Mason Vaughn. Vaughn checks the runner at first and a line drive. Fair down the left field line, rather. It's going to get into the corner, booking it around second and ahead of the third, and being held at third is Jesse Franklin. That'll be a 1-out double here for Matthew Schmidt.
And that
just keeping rolling.
They're rolling. They're absolutely hitting the ball right on the screw, having great at bats, and that probably would have been an RBI for Matthew Schmidt if they weren't up 18-0. That ball wasn't even fielded yet. in left center, or sorry, in the left corner, left field corner, and the third base coach already had him stopped.
Did I miss? Okay, no, it's 17-0 still. Okay, it threw me off for a second there. I was like, I'm pretty sure there wasn't a runner on that one. It was just a runner on first. Yep. Okay. Throwing me off here on the scoreboard. They're just so used to hitting the run button for Michigan. They were like, I just probably never would have scored. I don't know.
That's all right. It's been a long game. Like you said, though, it's crazy. 17 runs on 12 hits.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It happens when you're waiting for your pitch, really.
Yeah.
Dominic Clementi's in here for his 5th at-bat of the day. He's just looking to get on the hit column. He's 0 for 4 right now. Did reach on an error and score a run back in the third, that long third inning, but I'm sure it'd be nice for him to just see that hit tally go
for sure.
up.
And especially in a game like this where all of your buddies are getting hits, everybody in the lineup's getting a sharp strike, and you're not. It's something you need to see and you feel for yourself.
Bouncing the dirt, bring the count to 2 balls, no strikes. So maybe you might get a good one to drive here.
Yep.
Maybe look for something.
Always, like we were talking about earlier, the conversation about whether a guy's allowed to swing in 3-0. You lead like this, there's no such thing as a red light. You're getting a green light for every pitch.
Good. Yeah. Just hit the ball.
Exactly.
Make an out. Oh, man. We have to go home lower here. 2-0 pitch right down the pipe. Probably should have swung it.
Yeah, that would have been the pitch. The green light for sure.
I have noticed every at-bat so far from Clementi, he's taken that first strike.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's his personal policy.
A lot of players do have that philosophy. They need to see a pitch first. They need to see a strike first before they're comfortable and settled in. Me personally, growing up, I love the first pitch. That's the best pitch you're going to get, that first chance for a strike. But, some players, have different strokes for different folks. It is what it is.
2-1 pitch misses high and away for a ball, 3-1. I tended to take the first pitch a lot.
Yeah.
I batted lead off a fair amount. So you didn't want to see that first pitch. You don't really know what's coming, relax a little bit, see that first pitch.
But for sure.
At the same time, if you get one that's there, you got to take a risk.
It's always a mindset.
Pick out one spot at the very least.
Exactly. And it's also a very situational thing.
3-1. He drives one down the right field line, hooking, foul out of play.
And like I said, it's also a very situational thing. In a game like this, 17-0, I'm green lighting freaking everything.
Yeah.
But if you're down 2-1 in the 8th inning, you gotta look for a strike. You try to get on base, whatever way you can.
Yeah.
But in a certain situation, it's also a comfort thing too for players. Getting settled in the box.
It's very fair. Yeah, you can't. Everybody has their own thing.
Exactly. I mean, for sure.
Even Matt Carpenter, I believe, was a couple years back, didn't swing at a first pitch until the last game of the season, and that first pitch was a home run. And this one is hit hard up the middle. Nice sliding stop by the second baseman over there. Not in time to first base. Dominic Clementi's getting on the hit board. He's also getting an RBI on that one as well. So good for Dominic. Yep. Get a little ray of sunshine on what has been a rough season to start so far with that single and RBI. The score now is 18-0 officially. You can actually add it to the scoreboard this time. You can make that work.
Looks like the manager is coming out, and looks like we're going to get another pitching change here.
It looks like the end of line for Mason Vaughn, just not quite used to going this long. He pitched. He was the best just out of the pitchers for Manhattan so far today. And props to him. He's going to finish off 2 2/3 innings. Is responsible for a couple runners, so you won't have the final line on him for at least to the end of this inning at the very latest. But we'll see who they're bringing in, but very desperately needed for Manhattan was this outing from Mason Vaughn. Before that today, your starter in Galvin went 2 innings only, surrendered 10 runs, only 5 of them earned, but a lot of it of his own doing regardless. And then coming in with Jose De La Cruz, who just didn't quite have it today, 2/3 of an inning, 4 runs given up. 3 of those ones were earned as well. And Vaughn's stats aren't going to look the best. He's going to finish 2 2/3. At the very minimum, he's going to allow 4 runs, all of those earned. But it really doesn't do justice to exactly how good he was until he got tired here in this last inning. He only gave up the solo home run to Jordan Brewer. And until this inning was setting down Wolverines left and right, I mean, he leads out of the 3 pitchers that have pitched today. He leads them in strikeouts. He had 3 of them compared to 2 for each of the other guys. And arguably most important, 0 walks, 0 hit by pitches for Vaughn, as opposed to 5 walks and a hit by pitch for Galvin, and 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches for De La Cruz. Just unfortunate for Vaughn that this great outing is coming to an end. But that's kind of what we talked about earlier. Andy and I were talking about with the idea of a young guy once you have a good outing, you have a good inning, kind of take them out. Manhattan didn't really have the luxury here because you're just trying to fill innings at this point, as opposed to the Wolverines, who are more trying to get guys time and get confidence up. But that would have gone a long way for Mason Vaughn if he could have kind of called this one a day early on. We'll see who the pitcher coming in for Manhattan is. I believe I'm looking at the number. It's either TJ Stewart or Matt Jones, 26 or 28. It is indeed Matt Jones, the senior right-hander. He is out of Haddonfield, New Jersey. Stands out there at 5'10", 185. So far on the year for him, this will be just his second appearance. In his first appearance, he went 1 inning, gave up a run. It was earned, so his ERA is at 9, but when you only pitched an inning, it really doesn't mean too much there. Gave up a double in that one, if that really matters. First batter he'll face in this inning is Jack Van Remortel, who hit a little blooper back last inning in the 5th, but was thrown out at second trying to stretch that into a double. Arguably didn't quite get the tag down, but in a game that's as lopsided as this, you're definitely going to get that out call from the umpires out there. Van Remortel will get his second at-bat of the day here, the first man to face Matt Jones. Not to be confused with the Major League pitcher Matt Jones. His first pitch is a breaking ball spiked in the dirt. 1-0 is the count. Big Jack stands over there in that right-handed batter's box, 6'1", 220. Fair amount away from the plate than the other big physical presence we've seen in Jordan Wogu. Although anyone's far away from the plate compared to Jordan Wogu, he's right up on that line.
Yeah, no, he's definitely got that. He's definitely got that short stance, the not so wide stance. You're definitely looking for a power hit when you're able to just spread your legs and really drive into a ball.
Gets under that one and skies it to the right side. That's going to get it well out of play, though, as the right fielder Fahey, who's replaced another Jasper out there, gives chase but can't get there. Count's going to move to 2-1. Don't have all the changes. I haven't admittedly been keeping up with the changes on the Manhattan side. I believe we have 3 in the field this inning. We'll get them more when they come to the plate, but for now, Zach Van Remortel is facing Matt Jones, and I know that is a fact for sure. As Jones spikes one in the dirt again here, and the count runs to 3-1. Maybe Van Remortel with a chance here to play a little lift off. We mentioned, as you said, that stance, very compact, very upright, looking to really drive, get that whole body into it, all that 6-1 frame. 3-1 pitch. Misses outside, ball 4.
Yeah, a very different pitching motion here from Matt Jones. Most pitchers come out of that top corner, the 50 or the 65-degree, 75-degree corner, and he's coming straight over top. It's a different. A lot of MLB pitchers have really changed that 75-degree slot, and he's coming straight over top. It's definitely interesting.
Jimmy Kerr will get his first look at Jones for the day. Kerr 1 for 2, but has walked twice, scored 2 runs in between there.
A big lefty-righty matchup here. Bases loaded.
Yep, bases loaded here for Kerr. He's got power. This one spikes well in front of the plate. It's going to get away from the new catcher. It looks like 1 run will score. He recovers, tosses it back to Jones. That'll be a wild pitch and a run scored there for the Wolverines to make it 19-0.
Again, a very tough pitch to block. Fastballs going straight into the dirt are so hard to react to, especially a hard-throwing righty. That's so tough, and that's one of these situations where you have to just kind of put your body in front of it, and sometimes it's going to skip around.
Looks like it's Radzovich, I believe. Or I'm not sure if the Z is silent. It's either Radzovich or Radovich. Apologies to the Radovich family, I'm going to guess. Jimmy Kerr skies one high towards center. This one's going to hang up with plenty of room for Crab to make the catch. Both runners tag at second and third. One comes in to score. The Wolverines are at an even 20 now. 20-0. And, yeah, definitely looking like an early season football game over at the Big House.
One more. Got to get the extra point. Runner to third base. Got to duck in the pond. See if we can get the extra point up here in the second game here in Ann Arbor.
I'm trying to figure out here. I don't believe Jimmy Kerr gets credit for the RBI on the wild pitch. but I feel like I've heard
No, it
that
does
before
not.
somewhere.
No.
I don't know why or where. I don't know. He does not, though. He gets credit for the sacrifice fly, though, as this one is ripped down the left field line from Harrison Salter. He's had some nice swings today, ripping the ball, but all of them fouled off.
Yeah, he's making good contact. Still looking for his first hit on the season, but, man, he's sure got a nice compact swing. Keeping his hands tight, keeping his hips tight, and getting them through. It looks really nice there. I'm curious to see if he can kind of, square one up a little bit better, or not better, but get one out the lane in the field. Sometimes in baseball, that's the funny thing about baseball. You can hit line drives at a center fielder, but a little chopper like we saw earlier in the game can go as a hit, and the line drive will not.
So the 0-1 to Salter misses low and in for a ball, 1-1. You did mention that over-the-top delivery. It hard for a catcher as well. You mentioned how far ahead that is to block on that last pitch.
Absolutely. That's a great point because it's a steeper angle coming down for you to block. It's going straight back into the dirt. You never know. It's going to skip around crazy like that.
Ready for the 1-1 here from Jones to Salter. That one misses low and away for a ball, 2-1.
It looks like
Salter.
Jones is looking at center field for something. He was shrugging his shoulders and gave him a look to center field or something. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. I don't know what he would be looking for.
Maybe just looking for inspiration. Try to find the zone.
Some more chatter, get some chatter to motivate him. I don't know. That was. I'm curious to see what was going on there.
Didn't like a call. Maybe he was trying to.
Yeah. Could be. Very well could be.
Plate umpire.
Very well could be.
In there.
Yeah.
3-1 pitch from Jones to Salter. Misses inside for ball 4. Salter gets on base with a walk. And that is going to bring up the 10th batter of the inning. The Wolverines have batted around twice today. First in the 3rd and now here in the 6th as Jack Blomgren gets another at-bat.
That's going to be his what? 5th at-bat?
This will be his 4th official at-bat. He got a hit by pitch.
That's right. Yep.
But he is 3 for 3 with 3 singles and 4 RBIs on the day. Good day for Blomgren.
Absolutely.
He takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a strike at the knees. 0-1. Yeah, Blomgren, 5'10", 180 out of Milton, Wisconsin. Defensive shortstop who's really coming into his own with the bat. 0-1 pitch.
Yeah, I mean,
in there for a strike at the knees, 0-2.
You brought up his defense, man. Last night made 2 excellent barehanded plays that looked so great from a shortstop. We were talking about it earlier. One of the most exciting plays in baseball. You can't – a shortstop fielding a play in the hole and making that Jeter throw to first base, man, that's so pretty. Yeah, that's the best. Yeah, he made 2 excellent ones yesterday.
Now it's in the dirt, bounces away a little bit, but not enough for either of the runners to advance at first or third. So it counts 1 and 2. I've seen Blomgren's we made some barehanded plays last year under the tutelage of officially now a volunteer coach, I believe, is Michael Berdar, former shortstop from Michigan as of a couple of years ago. Last year he helped out a little bit, which I have zero doubts contributed to Jack Blomgren coming in and being able to be defensively ready. And Michael Berdar was absolutely stellar defensively and had the bat as well. If he can teach a guy like Blomgren to be essentially his heir, you're going to have one heck of a shortstop.
Yeah. That says a lot about Eric Package's program, to have players come back to it and volunteer their own time. That says a lot about the program that Package is running right now, and that also says a lot about the recent success that they've had, especially the success they had early on this year, being in the rankings as a Big Ten team.
Next 2 pitches to Blomgren, both miss low, and the count's full, 3-2. Seeing the ball great right now is Blomgren.
Yep.
Laying off everything.
Yeah, full count, 2 outs. Expect that runner at first base to get a head start. Well, maybe up 20-0. I don't know for sportsmanship-wise and see if they'll do it. But typically in a baseball game, they would for sure.
He does a little half-hearted on this. Blomgren grounds one through the hole into left field. Bardic tried to make a little sliding attempt at it. I think they're going to be a little generous here as the home scores and give him another base hit on that one. I would, at least. It was a tough play. He might have not even gotten if he fielded that ball.
I'll probably give that a hit regardless.
I would.
A sliding play in the hole, that's very hard for a shortstop to make. And I'd probably give that a hit for sure. It's one of those plays. If it's not stand up and it's not going between their legs, a lot of times you see hits given, especially in MLB.
Yeah, that's definitely worthy of a hit here.
Yeah.
And It's going to bring the score. They do officially give him the RBI single. So Blomgren, 5th RBI of the day, 4th hit of the day. He's over 300 now. He's at 312 on the season.
Incredible.
Which I guess early season numbers, you go from 250 to 312 with one day.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And we were talking about it earlier. You're going to see a lot of stats boost up after a 21-run outing.
Christian Bullock comes in and way ahead of that.
Yeah,
one.
Way ahead.
Tips it off the top. Somehow fouled it off the end of the bat and made it go off to the left side. He was so far ahead of that ball, if you can picture that.
Yes. It's one of those things where you kind of got to keep your weight back and stride as the pitch is coming.
Piece of it.
Yeah.
Stick the
not the very top. God, what was that? What was that movie? It's
swing and a miss there. Brings it to 1-2.
Man, I think is it Bad News Bears where they put the little balls inside the barrel of the bat and they swings and the ball goes flying.
It goes flying out that way.
The Bad News Bears might be the Benchwarmers, something like that.
One of those movies.
Yeah, classics. Man, there's
And that one is a ground ball up the middle. This time it is fielded there by
very nice play.
Bardich, and he flips to second for out number 3. But not before the Wolverines scratch across 6 more runs. They scored a touchdown on that inning. They bring it to 21 on the day. Score through 6, 21-0 Michigan over Manhattan on WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan baseball. Austin Falco alongside Andy Laidlaw bringing you all the action. There's been a lot of action in the bottom half of the inning.
Yes. We'll say this has been definitely the first interesting baseball game for you and I to call this year. 21 runs on 14 hits. And the thing is, we've seen a lot of miscues defensively for Manhattan, but they're still only 4 errors. I mean, that's not
only 4 errors.
Yeah, it's not exactly great, but we've seen much, much worse.
Yes.
But a lot of times I see 21-run game, you see like 6 or 7 errors. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times that can happen, but Michigan really has just played it so well. They've hit the ball so well. We've talked about Jordan Brewer. He's got 6 RBIs today. The guy's been absolutely fantastic. And it's definitely one of those games that, give it a couple weeks after, or give it in between Oklahoma or in between Texas Tech and Manhattan, it's going to be one of those games that's just, you're going to talk about 21 runs. It doesn't happen much in college baseball.
Definitely does not. I mean, it's a great start to you're coming home.
Absolutely.
Almost certainly just love to see that.
And such a weird weekend of baseball. And yesterday, all the crazy stuff that happened, like I said, the rain delay, then the thunder delay, or the lightning delay, then the tornado warning. A lot has happened. It's been an eventful first 2 games here in Ann Arbor. But you come out of it, I mean, knock on wood, I'm sure we can call this one by not okay. But 21-0, they should come out with a victory here. I mean, I guess you never know in baseball, but
I think it's fair to say.
I think it's fair to say.
I have never seen a team come from this far down.
No.
I will say that.
Yes. But yeah, like I said, it's been a very interesting first 2 games of baseball here, and it's good to come out with 2 victories.
And coming into the game now for the Wolverines in the 7th is Jack Bredesen. You may recognize that name from over at the big house over the right field wall, the brother of Ben Bredesen, the starting guard for the Wolverine football team under Jim Harbaugh. Jack making his season debut, pitched a little bit last year. It looked to me, at least during warm-ups, that his his arm angles changed, went a little more submarine than he was last year.
Pulling up the little Darren O'Day on us.
He was very erratic last year. He had a very clunky motion, huge leg kick, and really came almost directly sidearm. So maybe that was an adjustment during the offseason made by the Wolverines coaching staff just to try to get him a little more consistent. He has great stuff. As the first pitch misses 1-0 here to Kerry Abreu.
Yeah, it's definitely, for Bredesen here, it's you look at the analytics and the statistics for submarine pitchers. They usually do not fare well in the MLB. There's some of them that made success, but it's definitely a throwing motion that can totally throw off a batter. I mean, I've only faced 1 submarine pitcher my entire life, and it's completely a weird view. It looks like the shortstop's almost throwing the ball at you rather than the pitcher with the arm angle, and the ball comes on you differently. So it's definitely a pace. It's definitely a change of pace if you want to, maybe come up with a good batter in Big Ten players, face someone from Ohio State or Indiana who's had recent success. You throw Bredesen in here, and it's a situation that you can, throw the pace off batter.
At 2-2 after a couple called strike, another ball that missed, and then a foul tapper to the left side. The 2-2 pitch to Abreu from Bredesen, fouled off behind the plate, out of play. stays 2-2. And notice now he's not quite going as submarine during the game here, just a little bit during warm-ups, I guess.
I think we got a couple points.
That sound effect throws me off all
the
time.
Oh, yeah.
That and the glass breaking one. See the glass breaking sometimes.
Very good performance day from the stadium crew here.
Yeah.
That definitely, you're right, though. That arm slot was completely different. That looked like a slide step.
He's really just changing all of it. I don't know if he's trying to figure out what
that
works or if he's really just...
That came like a little bit over sidearm. That was definitely, it looks like he was falling off the mound to the right side. That's
a sidearm pitch really threw off Abreu there.
Absolute beautiful
It looked like it was going to
pitch.
be on the inside corner anyway, but it was so off speed. Abreu swung and spun himself corkscrew into the ground on that one. That's a strikeout for Bredesen to start his afternoon. Or it's evening at this point.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but it sure looks like snow is falling here.
It does look like a couple of flurries. I think you're right there.
Michigan. Enough said.
We've seen rain, we've seen sunlight, we've seen snow, all in the span of the 3 hours.
It is this beautiful state that we live in. But it's. I'm not a huge fan of pitchers changing up arm slots. It's the one thing that maybe Bredesen plays around with. I mean, some pitchers do have that thing where it's basically another pitch. It's basically another pitch in the arsenal. Well, this one's submarine. This pitch, I'm going to throw this change up at a 75 arm slot. You know, it's different, but like I said, analytically, they don't usually fare out well in baseball. So I'm curious to see how it's gonna change over the course of the year.
First 3 pitches missed for Bredesen, missing a lot arm side, which is kind of to be expected by a sidearm pitcher like that, a little submarine style. And the 4th one misses high and outside. Trying to find that spot. That's a walk to Cam Crabb, who was getting his first at-bat of the game after coming into center field.
And kind of like we were talking about, too, it's a 21-0 game. It's top of the 7th. It's no one of those situations you go out and get him in-game work. You know?
Exactly.
You give him a chance to face live batters, and he's going to work on it. He's going to try to develop new pitches and develop his arm slot and be more concrete in the way he wants to pitch.
Senior out of Heartland, Wisconsin. He's 6'5", 220 out there. That long, lanky figure.
Yeah.
At the very least, if you can find something out of that, that's going to be a weapon out of the pen.
And it is without a doubt an interesting decision to be a sidearm pitcher at 6'5".
Yeah.
You know, I mean, most 6'5" pitchers take advantage.
Exact opposite.
Yeah, exactly. You go over top, or you hit that 75-degree arm angle, and it gives you far bigger advantage rather than going sidearm. It's definitely a weird approach. But him being 6'5" and throwing from the side, you've heard MLB batters talk about how Chris Sale's arm slot throws him off. Bredesen's arm slot may be doing the exact same thing here.
Yeah, Jonathan Bardich fouled off a pitch, took a pitch, and then had a flailing swing at one that was moving away from him to bring the count to 1-2.
For the most part, he's hit his spots pretty well.
And a swing and a miss there for strike 3. Another pitch moving away from Bardich. Couldn't get a piece of it. And that's the second strikeout in 3 batters for Jack Blomgren. Or sorry, not Jack Blomgren, Jack Bredesen. See, everyone's getting mixed up today.
It's all right.
That one's a little more acceptable. They're both Jacks.
I will. The only difference is one's a shortstop, one's a pitcher.
They're both on the field. It's fine.
Yeah. It's all right. It's not Joe Donovan.
It's not Joe Donovan and Blake Nelson. It's not that bad.
So no taking shots. That doesn't count.
Don't count that one. That's the first pitch is fouled back here by Jake Knopp to the screen, 0-1. And the second pitch is in there for a strike, 0-2. A little more pop on that one.
Yeah, very interesting. He's totally changed his arm slot a lot between pitches. That was the same one with his arm slot rise a little bit and he fell off the mound. Interesting. You don't see a lot of guys do this in Division I college baseball.
0-2 pitch. Came almost over the top.
That was
one.
Very, very interesting.
Outside for a ball, 1-2.
This is fun to watch. You don't see this a lot in Division I baseball. That looks like it's a normal routine baseball delivery, pitcher delivery.
Comes set with the glove at his belt. Now goes back sidearm there and a swing and a miss for strike 3.
You know, that might just be his thing. Because that 100% threw off the batter. He came with that traditional orthodox delivery where he came over top. Normally he looked like he threw it a little bit harder. Then he came back in a submarine, took a little miles per hour off it, and it totally threw off the batter.
Hey, 4 batters, 3 strikeouts, and a walk.
Yeah.
It works.
It does work. It's going to be a very interesting thing to see over the course of this season.
Yeah,
and to see
if he gets some more time.
Yeah, exactly.
Meaningful games that aren't 21-0.
Exactly. See if he gets an outing against Indiana or Minnesota or Iowa.
Yeah. I'm running out of space on my scorecard here as we get to the.
Yeah, I kind of gave up my scorecard.
Kind of gave up.
It's been a while.
Fair enough.
It's been since like the third inning since I've been messing around with it.
I mean, that's about what I was kind of. Oh no, this is gonna be one of those days. I'm gonna have to run and get a second one between innings here. If they bat around, if Michigan bats around again,
you're in trouble. Yeah, you're in trouble.
The 9 has become a 7 in the innings column for Michigan.
That's what happens when you put 21 runs up.
You couldn't have spread it out a little bit better.
Yeah, seriously.
Consistently
or just
through like 7. Like,
never bat around. Just stay at 8.
Like 3 an inning.
Yeah.
3 an inning's fine. You can get to 21 pretty easily that way. But
Nah.
you didn't need to put up an 8 spot.
Yeah,
and
and a 6 spot.
So just
it's just it's so inconsiderate of this Michigan baseball team not trying to help out the broadcasters.
Oh. Think of the little guys. Up there.
Seriously.
Oh.
That's all right though. I'm sure they're fine with hitting a couple home runs and putting up 21 runs.
Whatever.
Not making our jobs easy, but it's making theirs. I'm sure Jordan Brewer's not thinking about hitting a couple as he's trotting around third base. He goes, "Oh yeah, hey Austin Andy, enjoy that one."
Oh, he scored too many. My bad. Now, if he hits another home run, though, and he looks up here, I swear I'm gonna.
He's going.
I'm not gonna do anything.
No, I think he's gonna tip his cap to us. Yeah, tip his helmet
specifically up over to here.
Heck, maybe we'll throw a ball to him. Maybe we'll sign his bat and give it to us.
Yeah, can you?
For everything he's put us through, hey, that's all he can do at least.
When you make it big, raking for a major league team, we can say, hey, you made us stay for 4 hours once. You wouldn't stop hitting home runs.
Yeah, remember we scored 21 runs? Yeah, that was hell for us.
Jesse Franklin steps in, takes a couple pitches low from Matt Jones to bring the count to 2-0 here to start off the bottom of the 7th inning.
That's a funny thing. We're all joking around here, but it's actually been a fairly fantastic game to watch. I mean, there has been very strong strategic baseball going on here, and we've seen a couple situations where, a team, you're up 6-0, you're gonna hit 3-0. You're up 5, you're up 4-0, 3-0. Are you gonna bump it through first and second with no outs? It totally is situations that prep you for later on in the Big Ten.
3-0 pitch, Jesse Franklin. Now low, ball 4. 4-pitch walk for Franklin. He's on base for the 4th time today. And as we're talking about him, here comes Jordan Brewer to the plate.
See if he winks at us here and is that bat.
Brewer so far on the day, 2 for 4 officially. He has 2 home runs, including a grand slam. He has 6 RBIs and has scored 3 runs. He is stuffing the stat sheet.
Absolutely.
First pitch he sees from Matt Jones, and this at-bat is outside for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, he's definitely got – you can tell he's got a really tremendous balance in the batter's box. He's full of confidence right now. He's not lunging. He's not too far back on his back foot. He just got a perfect, nice swing with his hips through and his hands through.
1-0 pitch, bounces in the dirt. Nice stop there by Radovich.
And he's really striking the ball. We talked about that line shot to center field.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe different circumstances. That might go off the wall. I mean, that was an incredible shot. And obviously 2 over the brick wall in left field. Guy's been absolutely fantastic today.
I'm going to credit it to the flow.
The flow.
100%.
It's always a flow, man.
Rips that one on the left field line, but foul.
To be fair, though, Jacob deGrom won a Cy Young without the flow.
I mean, the flow helped him get where he's at, man.
Sure.
You can't just
It's the after effect.
It's the journey.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Once Jordan Brewer's hitting 45 home runs in MLB, maybe he'll cut his hair then.
There you go. No, I don't see that. You never cut the hair. Keep that long.
Yeah.
No, we all know why everybody cuts their hair. There's a girl.
Obviously.
Yeah, this is a line shot towards right center field. It's going to hang up, though, for the right fielder. Fahey makes the grab. And for the first time in, what is it now, 6 innings roughly, Jordan Brewer looks mortal.
Yeah. He has came down to earth.
Yeah. You want to credit that as a line out to just fly out to left or right.
Yeah, he was channeling his inner Captain Marvel in his previous at bats.
Yeah, there you go. Otherworldly.
His Thor.
Yeah. Yeah, we can talk about that too. He's still got an inning and a half to fill here, 2 innings roughly. As Matthew Schmidt comes in, he's 1 for 2 with a double last at bat. Came around to score a run.
Yeah, Matthew Schmidt, his last at bat, absolute strike over to left field, I believe it was.
I think it was down the left field line.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
And it's another, like I said, big thing for these guys who traditionally don't start every day.
He is this one high and deep towards left field. That one had the distance for a home run, but way foul.
It's a big thing for these guys who aren't, traditional everyday starters to get these ABs and work on things. Work on things you're not going to see in practice. It's so hard to replicate in-game, action. It's so hard to get live action in practice. You can do it, but it's never 100%. And you get it here today.
1-1 pitch misses inside. Brings it to 2-1. Yeah, like you mentioned, there is a lot to learn from this game, and it helps it's early in the season. You did mention an exciting game and 21 wins. So there's been worse long games that I've called here in this exact booth. There's been some real rough ones as that one's bouncing the dirt 3-1. I think it was Jeremy Parks and I had a game a couple of years ago against Michigan State where every other batter was a pitching change for Michigan State.
Yeah.
We're here for 4 hours. Luckily, it's not that type of game today.
I got to ask you a question, too, in terms of a big rumor coming around MLB. What do you think of the 3-batter limit?
Not a fan. I'm a huge strategy guy.
I am too.
I get why,
but right
I really don't think it's going to be that big of a difference. I mean,
you don't think so? I think.
I mean, in terms of game time.
Yes.
Game time.
Yes. I think it's that exactly. Yeah. That's how I think.
That one misses low, and it's ball 4. Matthew Schmidt takes his base, and we get another substitution here. Dominic Clementi is leaving the ball game. Coming in to hit for him is going to be, let me get the number right here, number 28, Keaton Caratini.
No, going back to that three batter limit. I think it's going to take a big effect in the playoff time. You see a lot of that strategy come to effect during playoffs.
I agree.
So it's definitely an interesting move, and as
Keaton Caratini takes the pitch outside, we want to know.
And as huge baseball fans, you and I don't think we care about how long the game is. We just want to watch baseball,
I do have an eye for trying to maintain the game and get the popularity back up. But 3-batter minute, I mean, there goes to shorten games. There's different ways to shorten games than do that.
Mm-hmm. And they've already tried doing that with the mound visit limits. And
And I appreciate that.
It makes sense. I totally get why they're doing it. It's starting to come close to them moving away from the traditional base. They're trying to build outside in. You know what I'm saying? It's an approach where MLB is kind of in a weird, not MLB, baseball in general is in a weird situation where it's losing popularity.
Keaton Caratini in there with a 1-1 pitch is a strike, 1-2. And Keaton Caratini's picture on the board is as a pitcher for the record here. Let's see what he's listed as officially.
He
on
is
the
a pitcher.
roster. He is listed as a right-handed pitcher.
Yep.
Out of Encinitas, California.
He does have an at-bat this year, though, if I'm mistaken.
It does look like it. He has walked. He
has walked. Yep, that's what it is. Yes. He has walked, yep.
He's in there with the 1-2 count now. Open stance. Looks like a hitter in that batter's box, but take strike 3 called. That's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That'll bring up Jack Van Remortel with runners on first and second. Yeah, talking about just the health of baseball, it is a weird spot right now where you risk changing the game drastically, but also if you don't do something, the game is on the verge of just dropping off the face of culture in general. We were talking pregame a little bit about Mike Trout is the best player in baseball right now, possibly the best in history.
Yeah.
I guarantee you go to the street, 8 out of 10 people couldn't pick him out of the lineup.
I agree.
If not more than that. It's
what frustrates me so much about that is a lot of people put that on Mike Trout. They say Mike Trout's he's not personable enough. He's not very exciting. I've listened to that guy do multiple interviews. That guy's awesome. He's a tremendous athlete. He's a tremendous guy. And he's just not marketed. People don't know his name. Like you go to you said you go to rent the street, people know LeBron James far, far more than they know Mike Trout. And Mike Trout's like you said, arguably the greatest baseball player to ever live.
A couple pitches in the at-bat, 1 strike and 1 foul off the roof up over here of the press box. So it's 0-2 is the count. Yeah, as you said, it's not Mike Trout's fault. I mean, it's not his fault this team doesn't make the playoffs and plays later than everybody else.
And he plays in Los Angeles at 10 o'clock every day.
Nobody gets to watch it. It's not like he's getting the prime time 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock starts.
Exactly.
It's an unfortunate circumstance. That's why you get like a name like Bryce Harper is probably more well known. And
Bryce Harper and Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge. That one's fouled off to the Wolverine dugout. Stays 0-2.
Man, though, you see Bryce Harper recruiting Mike Trout to Philly
Yeah,
in
I mean, if that happens,
2022.
oof.
Man, would that be exciting or what?
That would be exciting. I almost obviously I'm a Cubs fan, and I would love to see Mike Trout be in a Cubs uniform or something like that.
Yeah.
But if not, that's a fun prospect right there.
Oh,
It's like it's hard to be like, oh man, I'm so upset that happened because that'd be so much fun as a baseball fan.
Yeah.
This one is grounded towards second and booted through the legs of Knopp. One run's going to come around to score. It's Franklin coming from second. E4, another run for the Wolverines. They ruined the nice number of 21. Daniel Thompson's going to be upset. It's not an even 7 for football.
And they went for 2. They got very ballsy in the first possession and went for 2.
We got AAF rules. We got 2 2-point conversions and one just missed.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
There you go. We're playing in the alliance here.
So what would Jim Harbaugh do? That's the question. What would Jim do?
Well, it depends on the team. Michigan State, he probably goes for 2 or something.
Yeah.
Penn State, he definitely goes for 2.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
It's Manhattan. I think he'd probably kick the extra point.
Yeah, I think Manhattan. Manhattan might be like put the backups in the 2-point conversion just to like
let Shea kick the extra point.
Yeah. This is Jimmy Kerr stepping up to the plate for the 6th time in the ball game. Takes a strike. 0-1's the count.
I will say though, I mean, we're talking about Manhattan. I mean, in a game 22-0, you don't see anybody with their heads down. You don't see anybody moping around.
I mean, aside from when they make an error like that.
Sure, and that happens to everybody.
Kerr hits this one high and deep towards left center field, ranging over. A little miscommunication. You saw that wind.
Yeah.
That one looked like it was going straight away center.
Yes.
The left fielder almost caught that ball at Abreu, but it was Crad that kept drifting over
Incredible.
and over to make the grab in deep left center field. 4 out, number 3. Wolverines tack on 1 more on the air. And through 7, the score sits Michigan 22, Manhattan 0. You're listening to WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan baseball. We are the official student radio voice of Michigan baseball. Yeah, maybe because we're the only student radio voice of Michigan baseball, but we're the official student radio voice of Michigan baseball.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
One and only for a good reason. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. See, there you go. You can't touch us.
Yeah. But no, talking about Manhattan. Yeah, like I was saying, you're still seeing them take good approaches at the plate. You're still seeing pitchers trying to work their command, get true innings. You're seeing guys getting base hits and rounding first base hard. I mean, it makes sense why you can be defeated, but Manhattan's really not, and it's been a pleasure to watch.
I believe we may be seeing Joe Pace in the pitch.
Okay, 32. If I saw it correctly,
it is Joe Pace. Joe Pace, backup infielder utility man, is in the pitch here in the 8th.
Wow.
He's really trying to be the ultimate utility man here, the redshirt junior out of Valley Village, California. He's played some second. He's played some third. I think he got some time at first and short last year with a couple of injury issues. Played the corner outfield spots. This might be like one to just check off his list here. Is trying to get me on the mound, coach.
Wow, as a Tigers fan, this is an embarrassing moment for me, but I'm trying to think of the Tigers infielder who played every single position in 2016. Man, 2017, excuse me. But this is a rough moment of the Tigers. What was his name? Can you think of his name right now?
Here what was it? Every single. I know what you're talking about.
He came into pitch against the Mariners, and they were down like 16-1. Oh man.
Yeah, no, it's a couple years ago. Yeah,
Andrew Romine. Andrew Romine.
There you go.
Andrew Romine. Yeah, that was. Yeah, it's cool. It's, like you said, down 20. They're up 22-0. Have fun. These are some of the best times in athletics when you're dominating a team and you can just go out and enjoy the sport. You don't have to worry about being competitive. You can just enjoy playing baseball. And, he's got the opportunity to do that right here. Go out and pitch, something he's probably hasn't done since high school.
So Joe Pace in the game, and you can hear the mood in the dugout definitely picked up. This is not a scheduled appearance from Joe Pace.
Man, that was
he bringing it.
Yeah, that was
first pitch strike.
Yes, a velo on that. That looked nice.
You can hear
they're screaming in the dugout.
He comes set. Pitch from Joe Pace to Blake Shawn.
Bang.
Steve Reich, too.
Right on the low outside corner.
Eric Bakich might have stumbled upon something here.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. We got our next Tommy Henry here at the University of Michigan.
Yeah. Except for he's a utility man.
Yeah.
And he's a redshirt junior, not a freshman. Is that a breaking ball there? You just got a little swing and a little tapper over
and
first.
Covering first base.
Covers first base like a pro.
Beautiful.
3-1 put out there on the little tapper to first. 3 pitches, 1 out.
I will say he doesn't really have the pitcher frame either.
No,
he's a shorter, stockier guy, but he's bringing the heat, man. He's bringing the heat.
Joe Pace, 5'9", 200.
200. A little different than Tommy Henry. Not so much 6'3" and a big lefty, but like we said earlier, different strokes for different folks.
Matt Fahey now gets his first at-bat of the game. He's in right field right now as Joe Pace fires his first ball of the day, well high and outside. I don't know if this is snow
or
looks
just like
rain,
snow.
But it's not sticking.
It could be
snow.
No, it's not sticking, but it's definitely thicker.
Down. Yeah.
Incredible. Michigan
weather.
Yep.
Matt Fahey.
That was a breaking ball right there.
That missed
crossed a little high.
2-0.
Yeah. We'll say as an umpire, that is one of the hardest pitches to call. A breaking ball that breaks over top. It's so hard because you got to pay attention to where it crosses, not where the catcher catches it. It's where it crosses.
A little easier when you can see it break down below.
Yeah.
Low pitch, fastball, Steve.
It's also probably easier if there wasn't snow flaring in out in the sky.
Might help. That might help a little bit. But just we were saying, this game's kind of dragging on a little bit. Joe Pace is here to save the day.
Oh yeah,
that's what he does. He's the utility man. That's what you're supposed to do. You save the day.
He's got a role. This is his role. He does everything.
2-1, swing and a miss. He got him. I don't know if just swung right through that fastball.
I would go nuts if we see him behind the plate next inning to end the top of the ninth.
It's 2-2 is the count on Fahey. We just have our third catcher of the day. Casey Buckley's back there catcher for Joe Pace right now. 2-2 pitch. Just missed outside. Everyone in the ballpark wanted him to ring up Fahey.
All the 28 people going nuts right now.
I think we've thinned out a little bit. Yeah. Sparse attendance. We've gotten even sparser.
Yeah.
We do have some people in the box up over to our left.
Oh, yep, you're right. Yep. I saw there was
They've been in and out a little bit, staying warm.
Yep.
3-2 pitch. Yeah, he definitely went around. Yes, he did. Strike 3. Put a striker on the board for Joe Pace.
Beautiful. Covering first base.
And then
strike out.
What else can he do?
Guy, he looks like a pitcher in the making.
More accurately, what can't he do?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Fantastic.
This Jacob
Radovich you're seeing all the Wolverines in the dugout up on the top step, leaning over the fence. This is definitely one of those moments they'll be talking about the rest of the season.
Yep.
They talk about when they're in Big Ten tournament, like, hey Joe, remember you pitched against Manhattan?
Yep. This is going to be on the end of the year highlight reel.
Oh yeah.
1-0 pitch, bounce in the dirt. 2-0.
Man, I would love that clock would be working. I want to see his miles per hour. It looks like he's bringing it, man. It's not like it doesn't look like he's never pitched in his life before. I'm sure he's got some high school, pitching background. He doesn't look bad. His arm slot looks good. His delivery's fine. He's striding out very well.
He's got to pull the glove off and kind of nurse the ball a little bit. He's got all the mannerisms down.
Does.
2-0. Misses high. 3-0. If he can get a 1-2-3 inning somehow coming back from 3-0 here.
Give him the green light, coach. Let him swing.
Let's see how creative he gets. Give him the 3-0 breaking ball.
Yeah.
Just because you can. Do it, Joe. 3-0. Now you brought the fastball for a strike.
Hit a good spot.
Hey, hit your spot.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask.
Should look like a Carl Kaufman pitch on 3-0 hitting that outside corner. Maybe it might be Carl. Maybe Carl put on Joe's jersey.
And shrunk.
That
one swung and fouled straight back off the bat of Jacob Radovich. It's 3-2 now.
I got to say, though, I mean, this Michigan Stadium is so beautiful. I mean, you look at the backdrop behind home plate, the brick backstop. It's so nice.
Yeah, Ray Fisher Stadium is a beautiful. This whole complex, baseball, softball,
absolutely,
complex, just a great complex.
Absolutely,
very well maintained too. We talked about how tough the ground crew had to work yesterday at that softball. Oh, breaking ball called strike 3. Joe Pace, get out of here!
And a couple players coming out of the dugout to greet him. They're all coming out. Everybody's coming out.
Oh,
that's fantastic.
Gets the handshake from Eric.
Oh, they're going nuts.
Smiles all around. I didn't catch who that was that ran out from the field to pat him on the back. I think that might be Blomgren.
That was fantastic. 3-2 curveball.
Oh,
inside part of the plate, right down the middle. Got him on it.
1-2-3 inning played by Joe Pace with 2 strikeouts.
You don't beat that, man. That's awesome. Joe Pace.
Oh,
he'll be 65 one day.
Put him out for another inning, coach. He's got one more in him.
Let him get the 6
Why
out.
not?
Let him get the 6 out, 22-0 save.
Yeah.
Why not? I'm putting it. Yeah, I'm putting it on the stat book. I don't care the score.
I don't care. Just put it in there. Oh man,
Incredible though. That's cool.
what a job by Joe Pace.
Yeah. Like I said, man, these games give you situations for stuff like that. You know, if this game was 4-0, no way you would have saw that. You know?
Oh, no, not at all.
No,
0% chance.
Yeah, 22-0. This guy comes out 1-2-3, breaks down a 3-2 curveball. Filthy.
Oh, that was the last thing I expected there.
Hey, it was fun though.
It was a lot of fun. I'm all for it.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, bring him out one more time. He's got another inning in him after that. I mean, when you're thinking of your head coach Eric Bakich here, you're also trying to buy some innings out of guys.
No, and that's what we talked about earlier.
At one point, like you want to get work for people, but also you have 2 more games in this series. You've mentioned the series in Lubbock next week. Like,
yeah,
you kind of want to keep some guys a little fresher. Maybe you want to put them in better situations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that. If you can get an inning or 2 out of Joe Pace, go for it.
Yeah, 100%. Saving arms, especially early on here. You're watching pitch counts. You can get a guy who's, you know, let's face it, Joe Pace went 1-2-3, but he's probably not going to pitch against Iowa. And you save innings. You got 2 more games left this weekend, and especially a 4-game set, which, pardon me if I'm wrong, I don't think they've had a 4-game set yet this year.
I don't believe so.
We've had 3 3-game sets, a 1-game set, and then the Dodger Classic. So, yeah, they have not had a 4-game set yet.
Yeah, they were supposed to have the 4-game set against CSUN, but one with
that's right. Yep, that's right. And, yeah, so it's a different – they've only had 3 pitchers start this year, if I'm –
Yeah, Henry, Kaufman, and Criswell. Yeah, they have no plan for or no listed plan. I'm sure they have a plan for it.
And the nice thing is Kaufman only went 3 innings today and through 56 pitches. So if you need him Sunday,
what do you get? 4 for 77, I believe, is what he ended up with.
Okay,
77.
4 for 77.
But still, that's a very
no, and for sure 77 is quite a bit.
Yeah.
We probably will not see him Sunday, but still, though, I mean, like you said, we pitch count and everybody's watching. You're always planning for the next day.
We might not be done with the scoring quite yet. Coming into the ball game to finish off this 8th inning, or Manhattan at least hopes finish off just this 8th inning here, is Alexis Calderon, who's had a rough start to the season, perhaps the roughest start to the season of anyone we've seen so far. In 3 appearances, has a 34.71 ERA. Pitched in 2 1/3 innings, given up 9 runs, all of them earned. Walked 5 guys, has yet to strike out a batter. The first batter he faces is Casey Buckley, who fouls one straight back to start the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, 34.71 ERAs. Yeah, it's not ideal, but like I said, we were talking about earlier, he's a reliever. He's made 3 appearances and he's thrown 2 1/3. He's given up 9 runs, but it's such a one bad outing can absolutely kill you.
What's a little concerning is the 5 walks, no strikeouts.
Yes,
but that was a nice couple pitches here. He had Casey Buckley out in front of a couple of these, especially that breaking ball there. He's up in a count 0-2.
You know what topped this day off? See Tommy Henry to make a
Tommy Henry come in and make a pinch.
Yeah, make a pinch hitting appearance in the bottom of the 8th.
Just because if Joe Pace can pitch, Tommy Henry
can
hit. And
exactly right.
There from Buckley. He's ahead of another pitch there. So there's the first strikeout of the year for Alexis Calderon. Trying to get back on the right side of things.
I don't think Coach Bakich would take that risk. Let Tommy Henry jam his hand or something or get hit by it.
That'd be a terrible
idea. That would be a horrible idea.
Bad things that can happen.
Good thing
running down the first, anything. Just no, we're good.
Good thing I'm not in the manager's pants down there. Oh wait, it'd be fun, but it wouldn't be that fun.
Yeah, it would be fun until it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Jack Blomgren, red hot Jack Blomgren. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. Red hot Jack Blomgren, stepping in here, 4 for 4 on the day. He's reached base all 5 times. He's got himself 5 RBIs on the day, 3 runs scored. And he gets a look here at Alexis Calderon. First pitch was high for a ball, 1-0. Calderon winds up, holds the glove out well away from his chest as he winds up and fires another one high, 2-0.
What are your thoughts tonight on the big Michigan-Iowa basketball game, the Big Ten tournament?
I'm pessimistic. I do not think Iowa was a good matchup at all.
Nope, I agree with you. They gave us a horrible game in Iowa.
Yep. I mean, all it takes is a couple fouls
going
the wrong way. And you get the exact same game where Teskey's out for most of the first half, and then there's a run, and Michigan just doesn't seem to have the offense to get back into games ever since conference season started.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen offense struggles really since Purdue that long ago. We haven't put up a 70, 80 point, or we haven't put up an 80-point game in a long time.
2-1 pitch to Blomgren now. It misses high, 3-1.
So we'll see though.
Struggling to score.
Yeah. Xavier Simpson can keep doing his thing defensively. But we got to get more scoring production from.
You take hot hitting, and Charles Matthews being back would be a huge help because Iowa 1 through 5 can switch. They're long, they're athletic.
Exactly.
Just a Charles Matthews on the floor for that would be a huge help. 3-1 pitch lined hard back off to the right side, heads up over there.
I don't think
it made its way into the dugout.
Yep.
As that count is full 3-2.
It sure looks like it hit something over there.
Did we get something over here? Minor commotion. Everything looks to be okay.
Yep.
Commotion's off the field. We have seen before where someone gets hit and you have to stop the action on the field.
It got the
unfortunately.
Ball. I think everything's okay.
3-2 pitch to Blomgren. This is a ground ball up the middle, and Blomgren has his 5th single of the day. As that one squirts out of a diving Knops glove and into left field. Blomgren will stick at first, but 5 for 5 will definitely do your stats tonight.
Yes, entered the game batting .250, and he's going to leave about probably 328.
Let's see I'm guessing what it goes up to after this hit.
Still, that's an incredible performance. 5 for 5.
His OBP even higher with the hit by pitch in there.
Yeah,
too.
You're absolutely right. And it's not many
he's at
times.
431 coming into that at bat. That's going to go up even higher. We're waiting for it to go through 327.
320. One off. Come on.
Close.
Give me that. No, but that's incredible performance. 5 for 5. You don't see that often. I guess it doesn't matter who you're facing. A Division I opponent.
Christian Bullock at the plate now takes the strike. 0-1. Bullock's 1 for 2. He has a single, came around to score in the 6th, and then had a fielder's choice to end the 6th.
Yeah, especially a Manhattan team that really gave Michigan a run for their money last night.
Yeah,
5-1 ball game.
A fairly close game for most of that ball game. As this one's right down the pipe, 0-2.
Again, in a game that had so much going on. He 5 runs, keep a team to 5 runs. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially a team that's supposed to be better than you. You know, they keep them to 5 runs. You know, that's a win.
I mean, on paper, this is more the game you'd expect. I mean, not this,
obviously. Yeah, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Like a 7-7 or 8-1, 9-1 type of game.
9-1, 9-0, something like that. Not a 5-1 game that was close until the 8th where you tacked on a couple insurance runs.
Exactly.
1-2 pitch is lined towards center field, going back, now ranging over near right center and sliding to make the grab is Crab.
Yeah,
a lot of the center fielders having a real tough time reading the ball today for Manhattan.
Honestly, I think he played that. I think he played the win there very excellently. He stayed on the left side of the ball. He stayed on the left side of the ball and only attacked when he absolutely had to at the end. He slid. He didn't really have to. But I thought that was very good defense, keeping himself on the left side of the ball there.
That was slicing through the wind. It looked like hit so hard off the bat of Bullock's there.
You know, I can imagine a line drive to left field right now off a left-handed bat. You know, it slices naturally anyway. Yeah, but with the wind on top of it.
Over there. Jesse Franklin is a left-handed bat, and he check swings, tips one down, straight down into the catcher's glove there. Radovich for strike number 1. Franklin's 2 for 4 officially on the day. Also has a walk. He scored 3 times, driven in 3, but also has a couple of strikeouts on the negative end of things. But we're not focused on the negatives today.
Not many negatives in a game like this.
22-0.
Yeah.
He lines one in right field. That's not negative at all for a base hit. He'll pick up his 3rd hit of the ball game.
You know, Michigan's
doing moves to second.
In a game where it's 22-0, there's a lot of positives you can talk about, but that was another one. That was another outside pitch, and you know, he took it to the right. He took it to the right side. Typically, you kind of want to push it out, you know, take the outside pitch the other way. But you know, him put it through the gap there. That's a solid approach.
100% there, and just about all the hits today, which I haven't really said for the Wolverines, have been solid hits. You're not getting many of these cheap little infield single stuff there. You get like some infield singles every once in a while, but most of the time it's because you're forcing tough plays. You're hitting balls and gaps.
Exactly.
As this first pitch is a wild pitch that goes outside. It looked like Blomgren and Franklin were both hesitant. Like, should we advance here? Yeah, I think we're supposed to.
Can we be nice? Yeah. Like, do we have to do this, coach?
Yeah, I'm going to get yelled at if I don't. I'm just going to go.
Oh man, I'll remember. We were playing an intercity Lansing school. They couple schools in Lansing struggle at baseball, and we had a guy still third base up 15-0, and our coach ripped into him. Like, come on, man, can't do that.
Yeah,
but that's always a.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, Manhattan is not covering the bases here, and Michigan is not even thinking about stealing.
Exactly. Yeah, a pass ball and a stolen base is a complete different conversation.
That's like you made the error. I feel like I should punch you in some sort for it. It's Jordan Brewer. Lions went into center field. That's going to be one run. Let's see. Yep, holding Franklin at third. Really early on that one. Just Franklin was going half speed. It looked like to third base. Like he knows he's not. They're not piling on any more than they have to. But
I think Michigan may make Daniel happy. One more run can make it a touchdown field goal game.
That might work.
24-0, and if you get another run here.
That was one of Daniel Thompson's biggest pet peeves during football seasons when you get a football score that was not an even multiple of 7.
It messes up
loved the 7.
Yeah, it messes up your betting too. I mean, you're always playing the if you're playing squares or you're playing the spread, you're like, come on, I gotta get good numbers here.
Matthew Schmidt coming out to a little Chris Brown, T-Pain, little kiss. 1-0. Again, misses high.
No current songs, nothing. No today's rap. It's been like early 2000s.
Lack of country. I have to say I haven't heard a lot of country. The past couple of years, we've seen a fair amount of that as the pace is high.
Is that a good thing or bad thing, Austin? Do you like country?
Oh, that's a bad thing. I love me some country music.
You like country?
I'm a big country
good
guy.
man.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm from a real city, so I like my country music.
Grew up on country music. Went away for a couple of years in high school because you didn't got to be cool in high school. You listen to what's like the modern hip hop stations. You get right back into it.
I feel like everybody does that. You go into
2-0. Schmidt pops it up towards right field, camping under it. Looks to be Fahey. He's running in a little bit now and makes the grab for out number 3. Michigan tacks on one more though. It's Michael Jordan out there, 23-0 over Manhattan. The Wolverines lead on WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan baseball.
Very curious if he's going to come out again here.
Let's see who's coming out to the mound. That's the big question we are all waiting for. I don't see anyone coming from the bullpen out there. So we may get Joe Pace part 2. Don't see him yet.
Nope.
No, it doesn't look like it. Nothing yet. I think we might see Keaton Caratini. Yep, Keaton Caratini. We mentioned he pinch hit, and he was a pitcher that was pinch hitting last inning. He is the one that's going to come in for this 9th inning.
So the Shohei Ohtani of Michigan baseball.
There you go.
He's going to be a pitcher and a hitter. That guy's been pretty special too. Yeah. That's a guy given in different circumstances in baseball would be a phenom everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? If they were marketing better, he'd be a phenom everywhere else.
100%. I mean, and also again, doesn't help that he's out on the West Coast was at 10 o'clock and that he's hurt. But
that was probably the worst news of baseball all of last year when he had grade 2 MCL sprain in his elbow. Had to get Tommy John.
Even if you're bitter that he didn't come to your team, that's like, that kind of sucks.
Exactly.
It would have been great to see him.
Oh, for sure.
My favorite part was he was proving everybody wrong. It was like, you have to be a pitcher, you have to be a hitter.
And he's
grumpy.
Fantastic at both of them.
Yeah.
He ended up having a great hitting year. I think he had
he was hitting like 300, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he had 17, 18 home runs for having like a third of the amount of bats that a typical batter would have. So he was incredible. And the Angels have had potential for so long. They just have not been able to deliver.
Exactly.
And they got Zach Cosart last year, and Cosart took a step down, and Ohtani, and you have Trout, obviously, and Garrett Richards really never came to the pitcher he's supposed to be. Baseball, gotta love it.
Talk baseball all day. Well, we have talked baseball all day.
Yeah.
Going on 3.5 hours a game. That's all right, though. I feel pretty solid saying this will be our last half inning of work here.
I think so.
Keaton Caratini coming out to start the top of the 9th inning. Don't believe he has appeared in a game yet on the mound this season. Doesn't appear that way, and that is correct. Has not appeared on the mound this season. As you mentioned, he's had 2 at-bats, though. Or rather, an at-bat and a plate appearance.
Yep. Yeah, it's a nice thing to be as a baseball player. If you have the ability to do both, why not?
Yeah. Especially in college baseball, you see it a little more often than you would like anywhere else in the pros and whatnot. But Dominic Palma will lead off here for Manhattan, their last hope here in the top of the 9th. First pitch from Caratini, misses low and in for a ball, 1-0.
Top of the 9th, 23-0 lead, and we still are seeing a little bit of a shift from this Michigan defense. They're shift off the right a little bit. Shortstops
want to get those outs and get out of here.
Oh yeah, shortstops just barely to the left of second base.
This one misses low and in, 2-0 now. And I'm interested, Keaton Caratini, I don't believe he has any relation to Victor Caratini, Major League catcher.
Okay.
But it's not that common of a name, at least I don't think. I have to look that up. Don't have it readily available to me at the moment. Maybe tomorrow. I'll promise that tomorrow.
There you go.
On tomorrow's broadcast, I will open it. I want to open it up. There's a strike there from Caratini. I don't think Caratini is going to get into tomorrow's ball game, but next time he gets in this season, I will know whether or not he's related to Victor Caratini, as that one is driven into left center field gap by Palma. He cruises around first and into second. Michigan hits the cutoff man and holds him there, but a double there for Palma. He gets in the hit column today, or rather for the second time today. He's 2 for 4 with a single and now a double.
Yeah, absolutely. A good plate appearance there. He took an outside pitch, jumped to the left center gap. That's exactly what you got to do. Get some power behind it. Play the wind a little bit. I think throughout the wind, it went more towards the center fielder. It is what it is. That was a good strike. Good plate appearance for him. He gets rewarded with a double.
That run potentially has the feeling of a big run, even though it's 23-0. Just get one across for your Manhattan.
Yeah.
You just want to scratch one across here.
That run means a lot to Sarda, too. He doesn't want to be the one that gives up that run.
Yeah. Caratini definitely wants to be the one. Yeah. Alex Serta is the batter now, coming in trying to drive in a run. He is 0 for 3 today, reached on an error back in the second. Struck out and grounded out today. First pitch of the at-bat. Turns away from it as it misses inside. Ball's 1-0.
Yeah, Caratini's got a high leg kick. It's a runner second base. He has the ability to not have to worry about runner first base stealing second, so he doesn't go the slide step. So he's kicking with that high leg kicker he traditionally does.
Yeah, 6-2 out there, has some length.
Yep.
1-0 pitch.
He's got a
very low in it, or low and away rather, 2-0.
Got a very, very nice stride. By the time his stride's done, he's almost on the grass of the infield. Or off the mound, excuse me.
I would hope he's on the infield while he's pitching.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I think some miles per hour would drop if he's in center field.
Looks a little bit better.
Be a lot harder to throw a strike.
2-0 pitch, swing and a miss at a high fastball. And I don't think Caratini hit a spot on that one. He looked a little reserved after he released that ball, but got away with the high fastball anyway. It's 2-1.
I mean, that's the worst. So I'm a slow pitch softball pitcher.
Okay,
it's a blast. But you know when you leave a bad pitch, that entire feeling. Softball's a little different.
Well,
you have a lot more time.
You get a nice long amount of time. That one coming down.
Oh yeah.
This one is tapped foul off to the left side.
But I mean, it's the same effect for baseball pitchers. You know when you leave a bad pitch, and that thought like, oh goodness. It's relieving when you see a guy not drive one out or not take a great base hit the other way.
I mean, yeah, it's a similar feeling to like if you're in the field. I played shortstop a lot. If I make a play in the hole and you release that ball and you just know, you're like, oh, that one's bouncing, and it just you know it out of the hand.
Exactly. Fortunately, baseball players exactly right. They know it out of the hand.
Yep. 2-2. This one's tapped towards third. Try to make a barehanded play. Throw it over to first. Not in time on a hop. That was a nice try by Jack Van Remortel over there. Lost the hat in the process.
Guess what he's got?
The blonde flow.
Got the flow.
That's what matters here.
That is out there. It is so popular in baseball now. I feel like everybody's got the flow now.
I support it. I was way ahead of my time.
Oh
obviously.
Yeah, I couldn't grow it. I barely can grow normal hair, let alone flow. So you see nowadays, there's so many guys with flow. And I think Noah Syndergaard was like the first guy to come out and you're like, all right, that looks cool.
I like that a lot. Yeah. Helps when you're really good and can throw 98-mile-an-hour sliders or whatever it is.
Exactly.
First pitch of this at-bat here to Kerry Abreu was a strike, 0-1. That single, by the way, did not advance the runner Palma. He stayed at second base, given the proximity to the third base bag. Yep. That one was hit.
Yeah, good base running. Still 23-0. You're still playing fundamental baseball. You're still working on situations.
You just want to get that run across.
Yep.
And looking at another strike here is Abreu. It's 0-2.
Abreu's had some beef with his home plate umpire. That's second or third time you've seen him not happy with a called strike.
Yeah, he's just a little off today. Just all day long. He singled a couple times to start, but the last couple at bats, he just did not look comfortable up there at all. The 0-2 pitch. Again, did not look comfortable.
Yeah, that was not a
really late swing. Tucked his hands in, barely got a piece of it, tipped it off to the right side. Count still 0-2.
Yeah, that's and to be honest, that could be a 23-0 being super frustrated.
Yeah, that's very, very valid. Yeah. At some point, you're just like, it's cold out here.
Yeah, I want to go home.
I'm stuck in the field this entire time. He's stuck in left field. He hasn't gotten much work out there. You see a couple balls goes over his head, and that's pretty much it.
He had one drop in front of him.
Yeah. So that one misses outside 1-2. I said I was going to wait till tomorrow, but Sitting's dragging along a little bit. I'm going to see what this Caratini has. It's different spellings. There you go. Evidently not related. This one is singled in the left field. That's going to be at least one run scored. Feel it out there by Bullock. He tosses it in, and that's going to be an RBI double for Abreu. And Manhattan is on the board here in the top of the ninth.
Here we go.
The score. Michigan 23, Manhattan 1.
As a wise man once said, it's not over till the fat lady sings.
Hey.
She is not singing yet.
She is not quite sung yet. She's just about there.
She is getting ready.
The curtain is up. But, hey, nobody out here. A couple runners in scoring position. Yep. I'm not saying they're going to score 22 runs, but
they could piece together
a little 5-run rally could definitely be in play.
Oh, absolutely. Here. And you go home with that, hey, we had a good inning.
Going into tomorrow's game.
Absolutely. And that's a great point. That's a great point. You go in tomorrow with momentum against the same team.
Yep. This will be Cam Crabb coming up to the plate. He struck out swinging in his first, he walked on 4 pitches in his first at-bat in the day. He watches a strike here on the outside corner for the 0-1 count.
Yeah, it definitely has been a long day here, but yeah, this bottom of the ninth has turned out to be pretty interesting for Manhattan, and it's something they're looking forward to, without a doubt.
And great stop there behind the plate by Buckley as he was spinning, just backhanded that fastball low and away. Counts 1-1.
That's a beautiful thing about baseball, and you can't be up 23-0 and just kind of play the clock down and end the game. Yep. You got to give the guy, sitting in the batter's box a chance to hit. That's the difference between baseball between basketball and football. You can't just knee it, or you can't just run the clock. You got to give a guy a chance. And Manhattan's going to take advantage of it.
It's never over. And a swing and a miss there from Crabb. Or rather, got a foul tip on that one. And the count's 1-2. Crabb, the graduate student, 5'11", 200 out of White Plains, New York. Stands in there. High socks. Not many people going with the high socks. I love the high socks look.
The pinstripes, man. Or not the pinstripes. The stirrups. The stirrups is a great look.
Big stuff. It's the ground ball towards short. Blomgren fields. Double clutches for a second. Throws to first. Barely in time. I think a closer game Manhattan might argue. I think he looked a little safe on that one.
I don't know about that one. I do not know about that one. But, hey, Blomgren gave away.
Didn't get the call going his way, but he got an RBI out of it, too.
No, that first base coach is not happy either. He's shaking his head on it. But, no, it's good for Blomgren to stay with it. He bobbled it a little bit. Looks like he had struggled getting it out of his glove, and he definitely gave good strike to first base.
In case you were curious, Nate Jones, who we mentioned earlier, pitching for Manhattan. The Nate Jones for the Chicago White Sox also pitched today.
Oh, okay.
Just throwing that out there. I just got my score notification.
Oh, nice.
The White Sox 11-9.
Nice. The Chicago series.
So
Nate Jones, man.
The super important Chicago series that everybody's paying spring training right now. Yeah.
Hey, Nate Jones, that dude's good, man. He's got some stuff.
Yep. They got a nice pitching staff there.
Yeah, they really do.
This one is knuckled out off the bat of Bardich to first base, fielded over there by Schmidt and underhanded to Caratini for out number 2.
A little too far for Schmidt to underhand that. He's got to dart it. It's too far away. The underhand came up a little low. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really. It's not huge in this situation, but typically you definitely do want to dart it there.
Yeah. That's something Matthew Schmidt, again, not a ton of playing time.
Exactly.
But get him warmed up over there. He played a little bit last year there.
And you never know. All baseball teams and all sports teams in general should have a next man up mentality. You never know if a player's going to go down. You never know whose role can come up next. So you always work on situations and every in-game opportunity you get.
This first pitch here to Jake Knopp is bounced in the dirt outside for ball 1.
Yeah, an absolute great pick right there. That's a tough one. Fastball in the dirt away from you is incredibly difficult. You just kind of got to scoop it, put your glove in front of it, and great pick right there.
Buckley looking good over here in his first action.
Absolutely.
Wolverines do a great job coaching up their catchers defensively. As that one misses just high for a ball, 2-0.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, we talked about how good Joe Donovan was earlier on in the game.
Yeah, especially at second base. He was great.
Stopping everything. He's all over the field. It's like the Bugs Bunny sketch. The Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's playing all the positions of the field at once. That's Joe Donovan out there. Defensive wizard.
Yeah. All jokes aside, though, Joe Donovan was excellent today. I mean, he not a single pass ball. He got down dirt 4 or 5 times today, kept everything in front of him. Didn't have a chance to throw anybody out at second base, but Absolutely excellent behind the plate in terms of blocking.
3-0 pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1. 2 outs here, top of the ninth. Michigan leads 23-2.
Looks like snow is starting to fall again.
Snow is again starting to blister a little bit. Not many people left in the stadium.
No, nothing's sticking though. So
more ushers than fans.
Yes.
3-1 pitch.
Ushers
fouls off to the right side.
Ushers and WCBN.
And WCBN. We're here through thick and thin, through warm and cold, to bring you the coverage that you want of Michigan baseball, because we are the official student radio voice of Michigan baseball.
The official
student radio voice. 3-2 pitch, 2 outs here, top of the ninth inning. This could be it. The pitch from Caratini is low and outside for ball 4. So taking his base will be Knopp. There'll be runners at the corners here for Sean Blake. Blake, a menacing presence, but has not had much luck today, 0 for 4. Caratini maybe getting taken out of this game. He is going to be taken out of this game. Caratini just not quite having it. Head coach Eric Backich is getting cold, I think.
Yep.
See who else he's going to bring in from the pen here.
Tall, lengthy lefty.
Got that much. That could be about 7 pitchers on this staff. Yes. I think something like that.
Hopefully not one of them.
Seems like it.
Hopefully it's not one of the pitchers you're thinking of.
I have a good feeling it's not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The
guy who pitched 6 innings yesterday.
I believe we got Walker Cleveland coming in.
No, but we were going to talk about Tommy Henry. I mean, that guy's been so excellent this year.
It's ridiculous.
He's sitting at 5-0 with a .5 ERA. A .5 ERA through 5 starts. And through let me look at it. He's had a .63 whip through 35 innings pitched. That's incredible. You don't two-time Division I baseball pitcher of the week.
I lost count of his accolades at this point.
Yeah.
He's won pitcher of the week nationally. I think he's won Big Ten pitcher of the week every week at this point. Every time you throw one outing, if you're going to go out there and 8 innings,
exactly,
12 strikeouts.
How can you not give every accolade to that guy?
Maybe a walk. I don't.
Yeah, he's got looking. I don't have the walk and K numbers up here, but we
got 49 strikeouts to 4 walks.
Wow. That's incredible.
Astounding. We saw the last pitcher for Manhattan today. I want to make sure I get the name right here. Calderon had already walked 5 guys, and he pitched an inning or 2 innings, whatever it was. Meanwhile, Tommy Henry's out here. He's pitched 35 innings, walked 4, and struck out 49.
That's unbelievable.
And it's that starting staff that has really driven the Wolverines this year, and it was kind of expected coming into this year.
Yep. Well, they were supposed to return all 3 weekend starters.
They were, but unfortunately, Ben Dragani was lost for the season this year.
Yeah, but we
more hope for next year. I mean, a lot of these guys are going to be around next year too.
Exactly. Unfortunately, I do think Tommy Henry will enter the draft after his junior year.
That would probably make sense if he keeps up this. It would take like an unfortunate injury or something.
Absolutely. Yep.
Which we obviously don't want to happen.
No,
you definitely don't want that.
Go pro, do your thing.
Yeah.
But this is the perfect opportunity for him. He's a tall, lengthy lefty. He's got a great opportunity, maybe even be a relief pitcher if he has to. The guy's absolute excellent.
That's where he started with Michigan. He started out as a relief pitcher, had a great curveball and a good enough fastball, and now he's added that changeup. I think is what really has that changeup is becoming a plus pitch, and that's what's really setting him over the top as a starter, at least right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of tall, lanky lefties, Walker Cleveland comes in and fires the first pitch low for a ball, and it will not be Sean Blake up against him. It is David Muffett. So he switched from the lefty to the righty to play this matchup a little bit. This one is grounded towards third, fielded over there by Van Remortel. He throws on the first to Schmidt, who makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning, the 27th out of this game. And this ball game is finally over. The final score of this one, Michigan 23, Manhattan 2, in just an absolutely dominant performance by the Wolverines.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw from pitch after pitch, from at-bat after at-bat, Michigan just absolutely dominated this game. And it's fair to say, we're all going to talk about him, but Jordan Brewer, man, he was absolutely excellent today. Left the game with 6 RBIs, another 2 home runs. Guy had an excellent performance. And you got to talk about Jack Boggeman, too. Absolute dominant. He ended up 5 for 5 on the day. Great performance, but you got to talk about the starting pitcher. Carl Kaufman was absolutely excellent. He only had 4 innings of work through, mid-60s amount of pitches.
That's 77.
77. That's right. But he showed great command, inside, outside, He had batters off balance. His breaking ball was working. His fastball had phenomenal command. And in tough weather, for him to control all those pitches is a very big sign for the Wolverines. And I'm sure we'll see him next week against Texas Tech.
So that will do it here from Ray Fisher Stadium for us at WCBN Sports. If you hung around this long with us, props to you.
Yeah.
This was a long one, but we had a lot of fun here. I think.
Absolutely.
Andy, first baseball call for you, I think went pretty excellently, both on the field and off. So
Absolutely.
You'll be hearing more from both of us as this season goes on. You'll be hearing more from WCBN Sports as this season goes on. As I mentioned, final score 23-2. Michigan takes down Manhattan in the second game. We'll be back here tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time with the third game of this series. Unfortunately, not calling on Sunday. We will have softball action for you on Sunday. And also other WCBN Sports coverage in a little under 2 hours now over in Chicago. The Big Ten tournament, Michigan versus Iowa, will have a crew there call on the WCBN Sports #1 channel. So tune into that. Thanks for listening again. Again, Austin Falco, Andy Laidlaw here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Wishing you a good night, and as always, a Go Blue.